This content was produced prior to the recent SAG-AFTRA strike authorization.
All right,
We're
let's
back.
make a show. Let's make a
show.
podcast, friends.
Television. We're back with
God
another
bless.
episode of the pod, ladies and gentlemen. Turn up. And we are going to be exploring which episode? I believe it is
Computer Labs.
Computer Lab.
Season 1, episode, part 1. 8 or 9,
Eight.
part 1? 8? Part 1, Computer Labs. All right, here's the overview.
Yep.
First, I want to say, this episode felt like some peak Neds. This
gold.
felt like from start to
peak
finish.
ripeness?
This was peak ripeness. This was heat. This was Ned's heat. This was hot Neds.
I'm going to be 100%. I didn't watch it.
I know you didn't.
I was
You
doing
really
100
should.
things and was trying to
it's
be
fine.
absurd.
I didn't watch it.
do
I didn't watch it
apologize.
till this
episode
morning.
where you and
Yeah.
you guys dressed as Lisa Zemo.
It's
and
where
Coconut
you
Head.
dress as Zemo and I dress as Coconut Head and we do
get
like
into
a
the computer
movie.
lab.
All right, so I'm gonna give the overview, but this episode is hot. If you have not watched it at home, just
I'll watch it,
Just
too.
peep this one. I loved it from start to finish. This was a fun one too because all of our stories were linked. It wasn't like Cookie's solving his thing, and we all had the same problem, and it all had to do with the computer lab. So really fun. So Ned, Mose, and Cookie all need help with the computer and the computer lab. Cookie is relying way too much on his
Technology.
computerness.
right.
The bullies shove him into the locker and they break his
Break my
computer,
computer, my beloved
and he literally doesn't know how to exist
in
without
world,
it.
Right.
It's coming.
Huge foreshadow.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No, I know.
It's perfect for the times, yeah.
So Mose had her project on his computer that he needed to print and couldn't. So now we need to fix his computer in the computer lab to get your project. I
You had
spent
to do your project because you were
I spent
procrastinating.
the whole time procrastinating, which I did in real life, and needed to last minute do a project in the computer lab. We all are vying for like one seat in the computer lab, and because we're fighting over it,
get kicked out.
Mr. Quest,
Mr. Quest.
Dave Gruber Allen kicks us out of the computer lab. So we are gonna take Coconut Head and Lisa Zemo's sign up, but we have to dress like them to get in there. Dude, it was.
In
it
disguise.
I feel like
Nice.
Rachel and I would look alike in that thing too.
No, dude, but I loved that they actually showed the back of Rachel and Rob walking up, and then they cut to this reveal of, hey, it's this Lindsay, big super tall Lindsay, and
Yep.
Devin is, yeah, it was awesome.
So good. And we do like this like movie trailer thing, and then so while we're doing that heist, Lisa Zemo is teaching newborn baby Cookie without computers
'Cause I, like,
how
can't
to
function
live
Oh my
in
god!
the
Oh,
world.
she said smell the flowers, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I remember that.
Yeah, she had this line. It's corn. You like corn.
Oh,
It's
God
corn,
bless
you
you.
like corn. I eat it. Wait, no, she feeds it to me. I
And
eat
you
it,
just
and then I just
eat it with no. I mean, this was so silly. And so Quest finds out that we are them, and we like run out, and basically plugging in Cookie's computer into the computer lab breaks it. Oh no, it was Quest.
It was actually Quest. He was
big
trying
chat.
to like video chat with all these like people on his computer, and that's what caused the malfunction.
crash.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, and then so
wow.
Cookie has to come back. He has to give up his present, existing, staring at the clouds, hippie
Away
life,
from technology,
and needs
yeah.
to come back to technology to save the day in the computer lab and get your project, get my, the whole thing. But it was beautiful. And then at the very end, Mr. Quest doesn't want Mr. Wright, Meshach, in the computer lab, and I'm like, don't worry, I got you. And the end of the episode is Meshach in the coconut head wig, like being disguised as Coco playing video games on the computer. You must see
have
this. Yes.
a memory
Yes.
of him
Yes,
in the
of
wig,
Meshach in
of
the
him
wig,
in the wig,
going-
of him in the
and
wig.
he's like looking away from Quest. Incredible. So yeah, this
Oh
was
my
a
gosh.
hot
So
episode.
I missed
Yeah.
You missed a spicy one. You missed
Wow.
a real. This
I'm gonna
was
go back
peak
and
Ned's
watch it.
Declassified.
Yeah.
Why is it still like not hard for me to watch? I don't know. I don't know. I'm more
Resistance.
connected to you guys here. I don't know.
Oh, then the actual watching. Yeah, this is so interesting.
There is a strange. I don't know why it's a melancholy. Like it's not a melancholy. It's just not a light feeling when I go to watch it. I don't know why. But even though it's a light feeling in our lives, I don't know why.
This one I think would bring you joy.
Bring me a
Because
lot of
sometimes
joy?
I don't know. Oh, you want to watch them, but this one I was like, oh, this is all so silly, like
Yeah.
so
silly but
good time.
entertaining and just well written. I was like, this is
Yeah, the
some-
whole arc of
That's
everything
the-
was
yeah.
great.
The arc was awesome.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
So much fun.
Oh.
Yeah, this was our first time seeing Mr. Quest. He was great.
I was going to ask us about our own personal like experiences in computer labs or computer class, but I wanted to finish.
Well, no, that was the strange thing about watching this is like I'm like I don't even know what it must be like for kids in school now. I don't know
nowadays,
if they've got a computer in their pocket, they might have a laptop now. Like this was
right,
still,
but like, did you guys have like
I
computer
did.
class?
I
had computer
lab
class
in
in
school,
computer
yeah.
lab before I
you-
even moved.
Do you remember those
was a big Apple box.
see-through Apple joints?
Yes.
Yeah, it was like see-through.
it's
You
like
could see the back of the
EMAC
computer.
or something.
Oh,
or the
homie, I'm
iMac,
talking
yeah.
way
Where you
before
look-
that.
Oh, well, before that too. Yeah.
Yeah,
But that I
one
remembered
is
about.
right.
Yeah, that was
one
big in
got
school.
you.
When the school got those, it was like,
Yeah.
ooh.
Was it early 2000s, like late 90s, early 2000s?
Do you guys
Yeah.
remember
Macintosh.
Chips Challenge,
Chip Challenge? No, tell me about it.
the computer game?
Use the program?
Nope.
Oh.
And I've never been able to find it since. But it,
Never
honestly,
heard of it.
it is one of the highlights of my computer lab
Chips
society.
Challenge.
It was. Oh, if anybody
It's a
knows
learning
Chips
game.
Challenge from back in the day,
What about backyard
let me know where I can
baseball?
find
Anyone?
Backyard baseball? No. Minesweeper. I
Pablo?
played Minesweeper. I remember that. You guys remember Minesweeper? You
course.
have
I didn't
to.
really
Okay.
understand Minesweeper.
What was even happening.
Yeah, I really
think it
didn't.
was just-
And I was
Pretty
like,
basic.
They populate a map with things that you. It's pretty basic.
you know, geniuses can do complex things easily.
Hey, I love that return.
Okay.
That's a rebuttal out of this world, guys. Yes. But yeah, Minesweeper, it was a dumb game though, as I think about it. As I think about it. But yeah.
No, I don't think I ever contacted. I'm more of a solitaire person.
Oh,
Because weren't
was
they
the
in the
other
same
one.
like game
Yep.
pack?
Yeah,
Yep, that was it. It was Minesweeper and Solitaire on every computer.
Oh my gosh.
when did Snake come into play? Was Snake ever on?
Snake was on the
Oh,
Nokia.
He's on the Nokia.
It's on the Nokia brick. I used to play that in audition.
Nokia brick, like the actual brand. I love it.
Yeah, I
The
used to.
brick.
I used to play that like in audition, like waiting rooms. Like my mom had the Nokia, and I'm like playing my little.
You got
Snake game.
games on your phone?
Yeah. Give me the game. Yeah, give me the game. Oh,
Snake is so simple and so good.
yeah. Snake is pretty entertaining. Okay, so in computer class, kind of unrelated, but my little demon self came out, and I will always have a secret from computer class that I will keep. So there was this kid in my class named Brian Shaw, and we weren't related, but obviously he was right next to me in line. He was in front of me. And so we sat next to each other for everything because we were always in alphabetical order. Loved Brian. I farted in computer class one time, and my response immediately, Brian!
Oh my god!
And nobody believed him. They all believed it was him. They all believed me.
Oh my
And
goodness.
he literally, I will never forget his look. He literally went,
Oh no! Oh
so
no.
that's a secret. I'm sorry, Brian. I'm not even sure you remember that, but I will never forget it because there was a couple times in my childhood where I was like, I know this is wrong, but I'm not changing it.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, sometimes it happens like that.
I
yeah.
love it.
Oh,
To
God.
avoid your
Immediately.
own shame
Yep.
and force it onto someone.
Immediately
undeserving.
pin it on someone, and he knows he didn't fart.
That's
He's
the look.
like, yeah, the look is.
We
No,
both
I
know what's
didn't.
happening.
Wait,
here.
no. So he was close enough to know that you farted. He heard you
Oh, babe,
fart.
we were sitting.
Oh,
I mean,
he knew you did it. Looked at you, chose not to expose you. You turned it on him.
I didn't even look and see what he was doing because immediately it was Brian. Didn't
Oh God!
even look to him.
That's
So,
so good.
you know?
Lindsay. That is mischief.
That is just me.
Mischief.
Yeah.
Mischief for sure.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Brian, you remember.
Brian Shaw.
You know what you did, Brian.
Ass boy.
Yeah. Yep. Ass boy. Farter.
Fart boy.
They called him that for the rest
Yep.
of
For real.
Timmy
Everybody
Toot Toot.
regarded him as,
the smelly
guy.
kid.
Yeah, I want to know what he told his friends in secret. He probably didn't even think about it. Boys don't really care about farts, but probably being said in front of the whole
Being
class.
called
No, at
out
that
doesn't
moment, yeah, no.
feel great.
Right?
Shame,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You
didn't
ruined that
even
young
look at
man.
him and be like,
Oh wow.
You're just like, oh, disgusting. You pig.
Man.
I love it, Lindsay. That's great.
oh, and then when you got to like high school, I only went to like one semester at Notre Dame, but like you had to use computers to do all those graphing projects and shit.
I know nothing about that.
And it
Texas
was
Instruments mostly on the
awful.
calculator, bro.
I mean,
Oh,
it
no, you're
wasn't
talking
that.
about
I'm
the
talking,
statistics type
yeah,
stuff. Gotcha, yeah.
like it was like I don't even remember what class I was in, but I remember I had to finish the reports in
Plotting.
yeah,
the-
in pictures on a computer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In like
Yeah.
shapes, and I was like, I fucking hate this.
Yeah.
I would never want a career in technology. Like this is awful,
Dang.
awful.
And meanwhile, it became a it's a very huge career
Yeah,
now.
for sure.
That
Coding,
is-
knowing how to actually compute.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
It's
just not
big.
me, dude.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
just
not-
like the
I'm not in
the
that.
number
Data
the
science?
left
No,
brain.
I kind of did fall in love with data science.
I couldn't
You learned
see
some
that about
coding,
you.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I took like a Harvard course in like
Shush.
Python. Yeah.
What's
Python,
the big
they
one
go over
that's
C.
now? Like, there's a few different coding languages, right?
Yeah.
And like, what's
I mean,
the
like,
prominent one now? Is Python it?
Python's huge.
Pretty big?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You can get a lot done with Python. JavaScript, of course, if you're in browser-based stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
That is
Python,
incredible that you took a
Yeah.
class on that.
It's-
That's amazing.
It's detailed, but you will find that it's not so ridiculous. And guys, ChatGPT can literally do any type of coding for you now.
That's what's crazy.
I mean, if you can wrap your head around a concept or of something that you want to happen on a screen, you can code it out. It just really takes you sitting there thinking it through, and then you can make it happen. Now, there are a lot of errors that you can make as well, because computers are like, whatever information you give me, I am going to return exactly what you asked me to do.
Right.
So if you
If there's a
drop that
mistake-
quotation, if you drop that parentheses, then, it's going to be does not compute. So you have to go through and be meticulous about finding it. But now there are so many apps and add-ons that can identify human errors, and it can acknowledge, hey, this is what you meant to ask of me, you foolish human. So it's a lot easier these days.
yeah.
But Matplotlib, plotting things and graphing them, it's
Your eyes look like mine. My roommate is a fucking coder, and Daniel and him can rap. They could talk about it, and like, and Tyler talks about it often to me, like, and he's like talking kind of base level ideas about coding, and you do what I do, which is like, I'm like, yeah.
I see your
I-
passion. I observe and
I hear you
appreciate-
saying words, and I wish I knew what they meant together, but
Yeah.
I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
dang. But it's all just
No, but
functions.
Daniel,
We do it.
you did break it down in a way that I did
Yeah.
understand that
Yeah.
and like
Gotcha.
appreciate that. But I'm also just like,
Yep.
Yeah.
that interest is wild. That would be like
Over-
so of interest.
Dude, over like your 20s, like I feel like you kind of picked up a lot
Not that
of
it's a
different
bad
like
interest.
base levels on a lot of skills. Like you got coding, I mean linguistics. I know you got into like finance and stock trading and stuff. Like every couple years, Daniel is like, I'm kind of learning this. It's so cool, man.
I try to be a lifelong
You're an
learner.
active
Yeah.
learner.
I try
Yeah,
to-
yeah.
But you guys too. You guys
Yeah.
always surprise
Yeah.
me with the stuff you can just pull out,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, you guys are well versed.
Yeah,
in
we
so
just
many
pick up
things.
different.
Yeah,
different
it is.
things.
It's just wild where people's like interests lie,
Yeah.
and just how far apart that is. But how like eloquently like you speak on it, and and I know that you. I don't know. Yeah, it's just really interesting.
Kind of why it's crazy. Right after high school, you're supposed to go to college and know what you want to study. Like in my 20s, I can pick what am I interested in. There's so many different avenues to go down and learn. And I was more equipped in my 20s to know what do I want to learn? What do I want to pick up? It's crazy to me. Like, I mean, at 18, I
we
wouldn't have
expect
known
people
fucking.
to.
I mean, I knew I wanted to act, but I wouldn't have known anything that we expect.
Yeah, I took a
What
break
do you
before I
want to
chose college.
spend $200,000 on learning? Like,
Yeah, what a decision to force on a
Absurd.
kid. Yeah.
know what you want to do for the rest of your life. Nope.
Especially out of the
Don't.
climates, in these public school systems, it's like, no, y'all aren't
You don't
teaching
know
me
sh-
anything.
Yeah.
Like, how could
I don't know anything about the world yet. How could I know?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, if I could go back though, I'd do film school because I really do love it.
Dude,
I love it.
We went with Leo Gonzalez to that location, and
Incredible.
there's this high school that has this program. Lindsay invited us out, and
Yeah.
these kids
It's-
are learning very detailed aspects of filmography. Like, I mean, and they're really breaking
With-
it down.
film equipment
With film
and
equipment.
labs,
And it's not even high school. That school is 6th grade through 12th. Like it's like this hybrid school, and it's heavily focused on teaching not just cinematography and like breaking down film and
theater
story
acting.
or theater acting. It's also breaking down like gripping.
Don't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
break
I
us
hate to have
down.
done that. Yes, no, didn't mean to bring you guys down.
No,
But-
all of
but-
us.
all of us.
But like
for
not
it.
just that. Like even being a grip, being like they're teaching all sides
The
of film.
science
I think it's
of film.
epic. That Voses
Voses
up
is
in
the one.
Sunland,
Nice.
up in the valley. It's
How
a
do you have a
very
mind for these
special
things?
school. Yeah, they're prepping kids to go truly into the film industry,
Giving them
which
the
is
real
tight.
tools. And I mean, it's easier to have that conversation with your parents. Like, hey, I want to go into entertainment. and this is like, I know what I'm doing, and I've been studying this, and you guys can see the fruits of my labor. Like, giving the kids the platform to actually expand their understanding of this craft and look at it, logically from a scientific perspective.
And
is just so
understand it's a viable
industry,
life path, industry, career, and passion. Like all of those together, it's viable. This is a life path.
With those tools, though, because some people can just, I just want to act.
Yeah,
or
no. With
the
like
perspective you gain, like you just get better at every job. Like the different place you go
to learn aspects of all of it, you're gonna appreciate. Yeah. I was recently filming, and man, I still love it so much. Like movie making, TV making is the most collaborative process on earth. It is so electric. It's this crazy circus of different craftspeople coming together to tell this story and solve a million problems a day because entropy is trying to tear the thing apart. Like, I still, when I'm on set, I still feel this, like, I love this thing. We had a night shoot, and I was sitting there, like, it was like midnight, and I was kind of done filming, waiting for them to finish, and there's like this big crazy light, doing the moonlight, and the whole crew's there in front of me, and it's cold and windy, and I'm like sitting there in this jacket, and I just had like this deep cellular sensation of like, I fucking love this.
Hey, nice.
Like, I love this. I'm tired. It's cold. We're all here making this movie. Like, I love this thing, man.
Dope.
Still so cool.
I don't even have words. Like, there's not words to, like, you know what I mean? I get it. Yeah. And I love that. I'm so and like it's a secondhand, just like I get it. And
that
anytime
sensation.
somebody can feel that, you're like, get it.
Exactly.
Get it.
That's insane. It's so beautiful. And it's not just on the acting side. Like, we have a sweet job in it, but like, the electric and the gaff and crew, like,
to feel the bubble
everyone
of
is
energy.
Excited. All right, how are we gonna do that? Yeah, there's this energy, man.
The fact that all of these, like, people are working to their highest potential to reach the same endpoint, which is just, and even if that looks different for people, the endpoint is the same intention of making it the best. And people who, great collaborators, which is like what I think Ned's was, whatever I was just saying.
Yes.
No, I dig the collaboration, letting people shine with their, technical know-how, skill set, and just also talent. Like, all those different.
And that's what I think honoring people on set is. Like, how can you work to your best ability or even want to if you're not treated like an integral part of it?
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And so, like, being on a high vibe and bringing that frequency to set it not only does it help your project, it helps you reach out to them, it helps them. It's like such a beautiful, like, circuit of energy, closed circuit.
For sure. Yeah. Well, because there is also a lot of stakes. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of budgets being cut, problems to solve. Like, people can get kind of jaded or complaining on set. People can get kind of even adults can get kind of high school drama-y on set. And for me, when I'm there, I'm just like, that is so foolish. Like, look at our lives. Look where we are. This is amazing. None of us are in a fucking office. Like, we're here telling jokes to each other, making this story come to life. Like, don't lose sight of how epic this is.
Yep.
And applying this, like, I think about, there are so many fields where, okay, you're studying the science of something, and it's like, okay, how do I apply this in real life? And it does involve sitting behind some computer, something droning on, trying to do something, technical and just boring. But here, you get to apply the science that you spent so much time on, and the end result is this magical thing, instead of just, we made this robot that can lift up a car engine and put it inside of it. Not that that's weak or anything like that, but movie making, like, it's such a special.
Yeah, you get to see. You go like, I like did that costume, or like, I remember how we lit that scene. Oh, it looks so right.
To make people sit back and say, wow.
It's wild.
Electric.
People who make films and movies, TV, like, everybody watches for, like, a different reason. You know what I mean? And, like, because, like, I see it in a way as an actor, obviously. I mean, you could always just see behind the camera, behind the shot. That's a cool shot. You can imagine all the crew behind there.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, imagining, like, how'd they get there?
Yeah.
How'd they do this? How'd they work on this?
Yeah.
There's certain roles I see in people where I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to ask them how they prepped for this.
Right.
There's a monologue that Daniel Kaluuya did at the end of like a first season Black Mirror episode called like 10,000 bits or something. I don't know. He does this monologue that is
What was
so powerful. It's so intense. It is masterful. And I just want to ask him, like, how'd you do it, bud?
Yeah.
How'd you do this thing?
Yeah.
10,000 Merits, that episode's called.
Wait. Which
Incredible.
one was that?
So the whole episode is like, it's like some kind of like, it's like some post whatever. It's a society where like all the lower class people, they live in these like boxes with no windows and they have to
Yes,
ride
and
the bike for
their bike.
points.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I
Yep,
love
The
that.
rat race.
Yes.
They
Oh my
ride the treadmill for
gosh.
points, but there's
Yes.
this talent
Yes.
show that can
Yes.
get you out. I mean, it's a big allegory
Yep.
for
That was a
life,
good
right?
one,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
But the whole time he's like this very neutral character in this monotonous world, and he starts to feel hope through the love of this girl and her beautiful ability to sing, and he lifts her up to success, and then the judges, instead of giving her the success, they turn her into like a fucking prostitute.
Yeah.
And it breaks his spirit, and he works really hard to get onto the show so he can tell them to fuck off.
yeah.
And that monologue at the end, it's truly one of the most beautiful performances
The
I've
one
ever
on
seen.
the one where he's on stage.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is one of the most visceral. I mean, it's so, you have to watch it. It is masterful acting.
I gotta rewatch it.
And I just wanted to, that's something I watch and go like, just as an actor, everyone's watching this and is moved, but I'm like, I want to know, like, what did you do? What'd you do? How'd you work on it? Like, break it down for me. How did you get there? Because it's different for everyone, right? Like, how the fuck do you get there?
Yeah.
Deep shit.
Subtext and substitution are like a hell of a drug. Like those two things, just change it, you know? And anybody, like, okay, so a lot of my acting when I was younger, I would project out. Like, my voice would be, like, all of it would kind of, like, be at the surface here. And now my acting is a little bit more, like, right here, where I'm kind of just, like, sitting into the power and, like, that kind of a thing. So it's not so much energy, like, being built up, pushing out. It's more just, like, what's up, you know?
Well, and it's great because on
Yeah.
film and TV, like, how can I let them in?
Exactly.
You know? How do I let them in?
That anger worked for me as a kid, but breathing and just like letting it go, and that's how you can kind of drop into your emotions if you're in this right frequency. A frequency is just like a high energy that can allow you to do anything, right? Can allow you to drop really low or like climb really high. And God, it's so incredible. Like this new way of acting. I feel like I've learned so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now when I put tapes up,
Yeah.
it's just different.
Yeah. Yeah. Still love it so much.
Yeah.
It's so fun. It's so fun working it out. How do I bring this thing to life? And it's
How do you prepare? How'd you prepare for the rest of your shoot?
Oh yeah. Rust, guys. He just finished up Rust. and
Yeah.
we're so glad.
yeah, I mean, most of my job was done in the first filming. Most of my character was done, but it was about watching what we'd already filmed.
Right,
Getting
but how did you even,
getting
like,
my accent
just-
back in.
Oh, right.
And it was a lot of imagination work because it's a period piece, and I'm like this hog farmer, so it's a lot of like, just kind of like finding. Also body, like it was me like I work on a farm. It's like, what's my walk? Like
Right.
it was finding what does it
Right.
feel like in this time. You know what I mean?
Right.
So just a lot of time for me sitting with my imagination. What is this for me? Where does it sit in me? Where's the voice? Where's the body? And just getting it to a place where I feel like, yeah, here's where I'm creating from, you know?
And that was in the first part that you
And
how you
that was
prepped
that
to-
was kind of the returning to it too, because there's like, I kind of have only a few major kind of talking scenes that really needed prep. And so I worked those in a particular way, but like those we got done in the first round. So this second time I was there, but didn't have I didn't have a lot of scenes to work on. It's
You
more
had
like it's more like, how do I embody this guy so that as I'm in and around all these scenes, I'm just there, you know? So I don't know.
You're
We'll see
not-
how it turns out.
You're helping blend into the scenery. You're not sticking out like a sore thumb, like
Oh, well.
the horse.
Hi, partner.
Yeah.
No, for real. You look so crazy authentic. Like you are straight dirty.
Yeah, you look like a
You
dirty
straight
old man.
dirty.
Yeah, every day I shower and it's like
Dirty.
so fun, man.
Those clothes looked like they could be fused to you with the heat and the
Yeah,
dust and
they're-
the dirt
they're
and the
aged
sweat
really
and the
well.
leather.
Therese, my amazing costume designer, she's so good, man. The costumes
Wow.
were epic.
Lit.
And that was a lot for just one person. Like you had like 6, 7, 10 pieces to your suit.
Layers,
Yeah,
boy.
12.
because like it's the old west. It's like
Yeah.
you live on the road. Like
Yeah.
we're on a journey on the road. Like
Your closet's on your body.
Yeah, you've got long johns, pants, shirts, suspenders, vest, road jacket.
Was
like,
it
hat.
hot there or was it a night? Like what was the temperature?
No,
there?
we on both films, New Mexico and Montana. We're like right in the sweet spot of it not being too hot, not being too cold.
Nice.
We're right in that money spot.
Even with all those layers. Never,
Yeah.
Never hot.
When the sun occasionally was hot, but no, it was like the right. Both times we filmed was like the right season.
And even if you were hot, that shit would just
That
add to your.
that works.
You know
Oh,
what I
I'm
mean?
grungy.
I want to get a role like
Grungy.
that.
It was
Give me
cool.
one.
like,
I
"I'm
need a
built for this."
role where just like grungy,
just grunge.
dirty.
You just let it all hang
Get my
out.
Oscar performance. Dirtiest. Couldn't recognize her.
Dirty
but-
hooker.
Yeah. No, for real. The dirt frees me even further. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to like project it so much. I can just be me. People can already see that it's dirty.
Yeah,
It's real.
I'm
Is
all-
it?
I don't know. Just my go-to phrase. Yeah,
Daniel.
that's real.
That's real. That's lit.
Yeah, I
True
dig
that.
True
Yeah.
Turn up.
Whatever.
Big facts.
Turn
big
up.
Facts. Yeah. Turn up.
I'm also learning to accept that on every project, I will always want more takes. I will always want more. Like every time I finish something and then that freedom's there, I'm like, oh, I could have done this.
Yeah.
Or I wish I did that. Or like this idea comes after. I don't know if you get that. I get it after every
Dude,
role.
I used to look at things just through like an actor's lens, and
I don't-
no, I was just gonna say I really felt like we need these actors to do a whole bunch of takes, or I need a bunch more takes. But since I've been directing, I sometimes hate it when an actor's like, "Ooh, just one more time." We're like, we got it. We're not focusing on
Even
you
when
for
I'm
this. It's gonna be a
self-taping,
turnaround
it's
on
like
someone else.
you have no idea what I'm doing already. Yeah, not that I've like ever done anything like you, but it's like, dude, like even when my friends are like, I don't know,
They're
like
like, I
another
need it
take.
again.
It's like,
You're like, no, you got
what
it.
are
You
you
got it.
asking for? Just your
got
ego?
The show, the movie's not about you. Okay,
Yeah.
this is a minuscule scene.
Exactly. You're gonna be cut out.
But I feel
Go
like
ahead.
on a lot of productions, definitely a lot that I've done, like it feels like no one's looking at the perform. It feels like the performance is like not even
tough.
being cared about, and I'm like, hold on, like to
Yeah,
a
go ahead,
certain
go ahead.
degree, yeah, we got it, but like, what if there's fucking getting it?
No. I hear you. Now, so getting it for sure, giving people the best performances is one way to look at it, and some directors are going for that.
Yeah.
But when these budgets are like happening around
That's what
things
happens.
too,
That's
it
what
ends
happens.
up being like,
The
hey,
budgets
dude,
are like,
I'm doing the
2
best I
takes,
can.
got it,
But
we're
here-
done.
Yeah,
And it's
but,
unfortunate.
But
It is
here's the
unfortunate
deal.
that
That
we
comes
can't.
down to casting because there are plenty of two-take great.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah,
Unbelievable
No,
actors.
where you just trust.
You're just not bringing in the right people because you either settle or you're tired or it's somebody's niece
Or there was
XYZ.
no rehearsals
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Now that's another thing. Where
Right.
I'm like production.
But a
we don't
good
have enough money.
actor comes in ready to fit themselves into the puzzle.
But I would love to be on like a Fincher project, even though everyone says they're grueling, where he does like 99 takes
I think
of a
that's also
scene.
bullshit.
I
Doing
would
too
I
much.
would love to see what it's like
Yeah.
because everything I do is like 2 takes. You know,
Yeah.
I'd love to be on
Recently?
recently where
Yeah.
it's like, hey,
Yeah.
we're gonna do this so much. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know, there's always discovery. Like that's why theater's amazing. It's always new. Like you can discover a scene a million times, even though on a directing side, you might have it. It's said like in those Fincher ones, like Social Network, they shot that opening 10-minute scene like 99 times over 2 days. And he's like, we probably used like the 10th take or something, you know? But I don't know. The experience of doing a scene again.
I don't know.
I hear it. I mean, it's just the changing the perspectives, you know? Because
Yeah.
as an actor, I do want those extra takes, but then it's like there's a bigger thing that's happening sometimes, and it's like I can't expect it anymore now. So when I do go back to being an actor, I'm not directing something. I'm like, I understand when they're like,
gotta
all right,
hit
yeah,
this.
good stuff,
Yep.
yeah, and I gotta hit it.
I never want extra takes. I used to do that when I was younger. Now I'm like,
You're more mature than Devin. Now you're.
I know what I'm bringing to the table, and I know that I was just asking for ego validation the other times. I know what I've done. If there's something crucial that needs to be redone, that's different.
Continuity type stuff.
But I stopped being so needy but then that's also when directors really stop directing actors because you can't really take your own bullshit all the time either. But I really try to come in with like hot with that energy, like whatever you're gonna like need, you know? And so I don't feel that way until I see the result and then I'm like, ooh, that. But in the moment, I am so full. Like, I'm so happy with how the process works for me. I just don't care about the product and the rest of the routine that goes with the work. You know what I mean? But like the process of just creating it, I'm the frequency doesn't allow me to second guess when I'm there.
The release.
Yep. And even if I'm getting notes, it's like, I don't know. It doesn't stress me out.
I love the story. It's like so epic from Interstellar. Chris Nolan, Matthew McConaughey. They're setting up for the scene where McConaughey's character has just gotten off the planet where basically he lost 20, 30 years of life on Earth. And so he's going to be seeing the videos from his kids for the first time, you know, because of relativity or whatever. 30 years have gone by. And he hasn't seen his kids. He's going to see these videos of them for the first time. And the story goes that as they're setting up, you know, how it works in film, guys, is like you're usually setting up the wide, the master first, which is setting the entire scene, right? So you shoot a couple takes of the master, that sets the whole world. Here's where the world is of this scene. And then you shoot the close-up. Like, okay, now we're here on an actor. Matthew McConaughey was prepping for that scene. They're setting up the master of him going to sit down and watch this video, and he hasn't watched what the other actors have actually filmed that he's going to watch. And he said but it's so beautiful to have this trust. He said he walked up to Chris Nolan and just handed him a piece of paper that said "See you" on it, close up. And he just handed it to him because he's like he's got to really be in a space. Hands it to him. Chris Nolan looks at it, goes, okay. Let's set up for the close up. And the scene you see in the movie, which is one of the most beautiful performances I've ever seen, is that first take. And it's that first take.
He opted to do the close-up instead of the master?
Yes.
Yes, got you.
Yes, because Matthew McConaughey, in his own craft, knew, I'm prepped. It's never going to be as good as it is in this first take because I'm going to watch this and respond fresh for the first time. And knew and had that trust.
I don't think instead of the master, probably
no,
before
they probably,
the master.
Yeah, before.
Yeah. Oh, that's how you meant. Yeah.
But isn't that so like, oh, I love that story.
All right, so Matthew McConaughey, that is, fuck yeah. And he has another story for me like that in True Detective. He has
incredible performance. Unreal.
He's
Unreal.
sitting in like the interrogation office or whatever, and he's just kind of like that, like, and that slow pushing on him. That was just like, I was like, damn, okay, you've solidified yourself in that upper echelon of actor. Because I know he's done rom-coms and bullshit, and like, but that's kind of who he is. You know what I mean?
That True Detective role is massive. Him and Woody, that first season of True Detective,
but I mean,
masterful.
Yeah.
But his character it's the deepest because he's a nihilist. Who takes this whole fucking arc.
Yeah. It's so gorgeous.
He does so much incredible shit in the show. Did you watch that first season?
Pieces.
Okay. It's worth it. It's heavy.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
We'll see.
You'd resonate with a lot of Matthew McConaughey's character's worldview.
Oh, yeah.
He's like this realist nihilist. He's kind of like, nothing matters because of this. I know, but I'm telling you, Daniel.
My first mind is
I know because it's written so well. Like he lays out his point of views, and it's a strong argument. And I know you'd watch he's got points.
I like to acknowledge that there's this base nihilism surrounding everything. And then you have to find the love and joy and magic.
Exactly.
That's why the show's written so well. Like his character makes a lot of sense. It's just like, God, that's depressing.
Existentialism.
Yeah.
Doesn't Nietzsche say a lot about that? About nihilism?
For sure, right? And existentialism.
Like, yeah. Like in the
He said
eternal
God is
return and the eternal return to this moment. I don't know.
I don't have all the quotes, but I resonate with
but
the
the
ideas.
eternal return is kind of like this, I don't know. It's the eternal return, like this moment will recur forever in perpetuity.
And therefore means nothing.
Yes.
Is one of the outcomes you could take from it.
Yes.
Yeah. If this is repeating forever in the universe, does it really?
Is it?
And then I feel like the unbearable lightness of being kind of flows. Yeah, it totally flows into that idea.
I'm so glad you've read that. People at home, there's a great book from the 80s called The Unbearable Lightness of Being, and it's just fucking gorgeous.
Has he written other stuff?
He must. I'd like to read it because that book is written so beautifully.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should look up what else he got.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Check it out. It's
You
beautiful.
want to be a part of our book
You want to be a
club,
part of
Daniel?
our
Yeah,
book
because
club?
I joined one of Devin's book
But you
clubs and
never
I've not
showed
showed
up.
up to
Do you
any
want
of the
me to-
meetings.
We've had great meetings.
I can
I
pass you
know
the.
Scott calls me and I gotta.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You're uninvited.
I've been kicked out of the book
You
club.
gotta
guys,
apply
no.
next time, but we can have one.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
yeah.
Let's do it.
I'll
but ours
give
is
you
still
the book
the-
next.
Oh, and I'll
The
have to
Dudes
actually
Club
show
is
up.
still going.
It's still going? Okay, Dudes Club.
Scott really wanted you to be there.
I know. I want
You
to
really
be
broke
there
his
too.
heart.
I'm sorry. Sorry,
Scott Plimpton. Love you, man.
We'll find time. We'll find time.
Oh, Plimpton.
Computer lab. Anything else about computers?
Computer.
La computadora.
Computer.
Ordenador.
Whoa, well, this
Computador.
episode did foreshadow, like you said, like Cookie is relying fully on his computers.
devices, yeah.
But this was before we had cell phones like this in our pocket. Like,
Yeah.
I had a flip phone. I had a sidekick.
Oh, it's that time again. It's that time again. Dude.
Yeah. But just that.
No, I
it
remember-
foreshadowed like a world that we are living in now, which is our entire world.
Where everything
is
is
on
here,
this.
dude. I barely can keep the calendar. Like, I don't just. I have to. My phone has to tell me when I have to be places, and
Yeah.
I'm just addicted
And
to it.
GPS, people don't literally in their own city don't know where they are
Where things
without
are,
the
without the
phone, which
GPS.
is crazy to me.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. Marquise Brown. I forget her character's name in the show, but
Chandra.
Chandra. Yeah, she comes up to me and she's like, "Hey, Cookie, how are you doing today?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Let me check." And
Has
then I
to
go,
check.
and it's like, and it says like, status check downloading 3 minutes. We'll know in 3 minutes.
Such a funny beat.
I don't have
She
my
had
right
that great
Celsius.
line when she's saying goodbye to you. Goodbye, sweet Simon.
And then you hit her with the, you can come to the computer lab with me, right? She's like, "Oh, okay," and then runs off. No, but those were some nice wholesome scenes. We got to sit with our head touching like at one time, like we're laid out on a bench or whatever. And I remember that was interesting. I didn't want to get my head too close to hers. I was a kind of awkward kid, guys.
Oh, wow.
But she was like, "It's okay, you can scoot back some," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
It's okay. Touch it. It's just your
Dude,
head.
and then there's this the chemistry.
Of course, Daniel.
And
It's probably because Daniel gets a boner. Like,
Oh yeah,
super
yeah. I do
easy,
have those
right? He
happenstantial
probably at
boners that just
he was
pop up.
literally just like,
Just their skulls touch.
Dude, but speaking
no,
of
but it's
boners,
an amazing feeling.
Speaking of boners,
speaking
go
of
on.
boners, no, I think this is the backpack episode. Yeah, because I have the Velcro thing, and we'll talk about it in the next episode. But there's this at the end of the backpack episode. You didn't watch, but we get stuck together because I have this Velcro like backpack. Let's talk about it in the next episode.
Wait,
but
what?
Yes, we get like stuck together. And you have this like sweater thing on, and I remember I was like, I'm dreading this. So, because what if it happens again?
No.
We'll talk about it in the backpack episode.
Oh my
man.
god.
Or another time and place.
Wow.
Yes, or another time and
That's
place.
for
Wow.
the next rewatch.
Dang.
Yes,
I'm into
but
it.
Back to Rachel. Rachel Signer. She's so awesome.
Always our
Always,
segue.
she's the segue.
From boners
Oh,
to Rachel.
Yes, but yeah. Also in that scene, I had to do like some type of little chin check thing.
Oh yeah,
Like,
you
for-
do like the
It was
See ya, kid.
see ya, kid type thing, and I thought that was like so intimate. And
It was.
And then the director was like, no, dude, just get in there and get her chin. And I'm like, okay, I don't know, that was just random to me, but that was. Yeah. Computer lab. Tips for computer lab. Who's got some tips?
Wow. I love that. Daniel felt like it was intimacy. That was really
Yeah,
sweet.
just
I
to
agree.
touch someone else's chin.
little
I did
chin
not, I'm
chat.
like, my
Chin,
hand
chin.
in her face? No, that's.
I know it's very intimate.
yeah.
to
You're
touch somebody's face.
the tops of your head's already touched. Now
Yeah.
now a little
Babe,
chin.
there's
getting
that,
graphic.
there's that
We're
energy
getting
when the
graphic.
vortex opens on there, though.
Yeah,
when you
man.
touch somebody
That
else's
crown
head, it's like,
chakra, crown chakra's touching. It's better than.
Haven't you ever done that?
No.
You've never touched your head on someone else's
Okay, I'll just be downstairs, literally like nuzzling
head?
Devin's
Tapping
head.
heads.
Yep.
We gonna tap some heads?
You tap heads.
would tap
I'm
some
gonna
heads.
nuzzle his head.
Oh, okay. Turn up. Do that.
Wait,
Okay.
we tap heads and we nuzzle heads?
Yeah.
Turn up.
Love
In there.
that.
Bang,
The
bang.
three
Bang.
best friends
Oh,
anyone
oh.
could have. Bang bang.
Oh.
All right, so our tip for this episode.
got a tip?
Always blame Brian.
Always.
Brian Shaw, you know what you did. Wasn't there a Lakers player named Brian Shaw?
I don't know.
Brian Shaw.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, I feel
And I
like.
think I went to his house recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Ooh.
farted in Lindsay's computer lab.
Yeah.
What if he actually
Is he a
is
white,
Brian Shaw?
is scrawny white kid?
No, he's actually
You were
a
back
big,
then,
tall
Brian.
black
I'm sure
man.
you've grown into a.
Very strong. tall
Whoever you are,
NBA
you're
player.
perfect.
Got a tip?
Please move
Oh,
on.
a tip. Yes, a tip. computers are very powerful, and if you give them the right instructions, they will do what you say, and it's never their fault. It's always you, human, making the error. That is the tip.
My tip
Very
is,
cyborg.
my tip is computers and this phone are taking over our lives. Do you guys remember pooping? Do you remember just sitting there pooping?
Without your
Yep.
phone to scroll on?
Yep. Do you guys remember just pooping? That's my tip for you is go have a poop without your phone and just fucking sit there. Remember that? Remember? Yeah, we
Dang.
can just sit there.
That was a very
I'm gonna be
human
honest with
time.
you. Ever since I've gotten the squatty potty, though,
I saw the squatty potty at
you're
your
in,
crib.
you're out?
I was gonna mention it. I'm like, okay, she getting them squats in.
Squatty
Dude,
potty, bidet,
Yeah.
anal
yeah,
health.
Right? But so when you focus on that, you're just like, I'm moving gravity, right? I'm like, "Ooh." Like you feel the science project within you.
Wow.
And so I kind of, get sucked into that.
Instead of the phone.
Plus, my
Okay.
poops are pretty fast, so I'm not in there for like an especially long time.
Yeah. Well, you time your poops out. You don't just right when you get that urge. You don't.
You wait till it's ready
to come.
No, I go right away.
It's the squatty potty. It opens things.
Yeah.
up.
It-
You don't have
okay,
to
so
It
wait.
it's
opens
gonna
the
happen.
butt up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, because
No, because here's the thing. You're not just straining down with pressure, you're actually pushing up, so the pressure's going like this. Like you're getting instead of the
And it
pressure
just opens
okay,
things.
so this is your stuff, it's collapsing it when it's just one pressure, but when it's two pressures, it's actually opening it. Get it what I mean? It's like counter
I hear you. I don't know if I want to deny myself the human experience.
Welcome to Analology with
But
Lindsay
babe,
Shaw.
it's not the human experience.
Yes.
It's actually wrong.
So
I know,
pooping
it's
doesn't
actually
have to
primal.
hurt and be stressful.
That.
Like,
exactly. Dev,
It's
you get
taking
what
us.
I mean,
No,
right?
it's taking.
I get it.
The,
What do you
the
call it,
science is
though?
it's taking us back to our primal.
because that's
how-
the way humans
I get
used
it,
to
but
poop.
what do
That's
you-
how we
what do you
evolved. to poop.
call it?
I have
Like-
no idea. I have this double pressure finger butt situation.
Scissoring
I have no
butts.
idea. I have no idea. As far as I knew, just like the bending opens things in a nice way.
So,
but
if you push, okay, so if I put, stop.
gonna-
So if I push my hand down like this, that sucks. That's just gonna close this tube.
Yeah.
But if I go like this and this,
Oh,
this is inflated.
equal and opposite reaction, right? Turn up.
This is like when I tried to convince you guys that I
Yes.
knew all those questions.
Yeah.
But I had just memorized because I had looked at the phone.
Good Lord.
Thank you, Dr. Lindsay. We love you guys. Thanks for subscribing.
Thanks for subscribing.
Adios,
See you next
Yeah.
week. Hey, nice
Hey.
episodes,
Hey.
guys. Great job. Thank you for watching. We love making this podcast. Thank you to our patrons who make our podcast possible. Thank you for supporting us.
Yes.
These
Ours.
are super friends.
Yes.
Top tier patrons. Thank you for showing up.
Yes.
You get your name scrolled on our video.
You are literally helping us make like our dream come true, the dream of this podcast, keeping it like,
Keeping it alive.
You're helping
Yeah,
us sustain
staying
this.
in the flow of, this cool energy.
And you
so
viewers at home, you can be one of our super friends.
Yeah, go check out our
Get your
Patreon,
name right
patreon.com/NedsPod. We got different tiers. We do a bunch of BTS live streams. It's a crazy good time. And get your name put.
and we can also make gold plaques that will
Settle
mail
down,
you.
settle down, settle
That's a
down.
lot.
We're not manufacturing gold plaques.
You know what time it is?
it's time
What time is
Oh,
it?
you know what time it is?
The
Super Friends Dance.
Oh,
Super Friends Dance. Super Friends Dance.
How do you do it with the you
Super
turn
Friends
and you
Dance.
pull?
Super Friends Dance. Super Friends Dance.
It's good.
friends.
Love you. Thanks for being here. Be here next week. Subscribe, like, comment, share. We love you. What's up, guys? Thank you for watching this episode of Ned's Declassified Podcast Survival Guide. If you can't get enough of us, we got clips over on the Podco YouTube channel. You can check them out there. And if you really can't get enough of us, we got a ton of extra content and live streams and live Q&As on Patreon. And that helps support this podcast and help us keep going and make it possible. So we love you for that. Check out the links in the description, and thanks for tuning in.
This content was produced prior to the recent SAG-AFTRA strike authorization.
Chelsea, hi.
Chelsea Tavares,
Chelsea
ladies and
Tavares,
gentlemen.
ladies and gentlemen. We grew up on Nickelodeon together.
Yep.
Yes.
Actually, no. Well, we did, all of us, yes.
Yes.
Like, when I was 12 years old, I did a commercial with you.
That's right.
It was a Chef Boyardee
Yes!
commercial.
Stop.
Dude, I forgot about this.
Yes, and let me tell you, it was like the best like day. It was like Saturday. It was like really nice.
We were at,
out.
like, a park,
We were at
right?
a park, and
Yes.
we were like riding like scooters and blowing bubbles and just stuff like that.
Oh.
And he was like, yeah, I booked a show. It was called Declassified. I was like, oh my God, I was like, I'm either auditioning for that or I just booked a show too. It's called Unfabulous. It was
Yeah, they were
auditioned-
happening at the same
Yeah,
time.
the
No,
same
dude,
time.
because Robin, her mom
Yeah.
and my mom, like we were kind of, I don't know if we were hanging out during those auditions
We
or
were,
something like
we
that.
were.
But I remember she was in the running for Moe's, so Chelsea
Yeah,
could
I
have
was-
been Moe's.
Wow.
and then it was Moe's, and then was it?
Oh, Claire Sawyer,
Claire Sawyer,
lawyer,
yes,
future
which my
lawyer,
friend
yep.
Brooke Bridges got. Yeah,
Yeah.
so we did that, and then I just remember like you were so nice. Everybody was so nice, but I was like the best times of my life.
totally
Same,
forgot.
right?
I totally forgot we did that fucking commercial, dude.
Yeah.
But I
You ate
remember
all of it.
Okay, so you ate it, but you hated it?
I had a little barf bag.
it was gross.
Dang.
It was
They-
cold.
They sprayed.
ate it.
They sprayed
Whatever,
like
dude.
cold
I'm
water
committed.
on it to make it look
I'm a thespian.
shiny.
Yep.
But I remember we hung out like at your like your mom and my mom had a friendship for a minute, and like we
Yes.
did like we hung out for
Yeah,
a while.
my
This
mom,
was-
your mom, your
this was
mom.
like
Yeah.
after Ned's, I feel like, or during it. Like,
Yeah, like-
I remember hanging out with you.
Yeah, I had what we were 12, 13?
Something like that,
Remember
yeah.
having a party like, and it was like what Juicy Couture was in like. Wait, can we say like?
Yeah,
can we
you
say,
can say,
like,
yeah.
Brands, yeah.
like Ed Hardy. Like,
Yes.
I remember
Yes.
just being like Paris Hilton was like it.
Yep.
Yes.
And, yeah, I guess we just had a bunch of parties. Carter, I just saw
Oh,
Carter Jenkins.
Carter.
Come on. I haven't
Oh
seen him in
my
forever.
God.
It was so fun. I just went to like a game night with him.
Dope.
And yeah.
Game
just-
nights are the true mature adult partying.
It was so much fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Game nights are where it's at.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of just house parties, going to get ridiculously drunk and
Yeah,
like
go
other
and
person-
play
so
games.
A
sober.
good game night?
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
so
super sober?
in the
That's good.
daytime.
Wow.
I felt like
That's
my mom
dope.
just dropped me off, and I'm like, see you later. Just
Yeah.
pure fun.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Where's
I
that?
love this, and I haven't seen you. I ran into you in like Hollywood one time, just
Really?
like in our
drunk?
20s. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you were. Yeah, you had like long like dread braids at the time.
Oh
like,
my
super long.
God,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was-
Throwback.
And
21, 22.
something like that. Like, and it was like just on Hollywood Boulevard. Like, I was probably coming from a bar, you were coming from a bar,
Yes.
and I was like, Chelsea, like, what the
Devin?
fuck? Yeah, and it was just like, yo, what up? Blast from the past, peace.
And you too.
Haven't
I
seen
was
you
at a
since.
house party with you. Girl.
Like, quite possibly.
Girl, I was at a house party with you.
Was I?
Was I?
Was it-
Was I
oh,
fucked
Was
up?
I
Was
there?
I?
Was I
I
really
was
there?
there.
You
or-
were, but you were just like this.
Hold on,
Show
I
us,
was like,
show us.
Lindsay, like, that's my girl. Like, and like, that's all I remember.
Lit.
Yeah.
I'm
Daryl was there. Daryl Sabera.
What?
That is. Hold up.
Crazy.
I think this was before I started using.
really?
Good.
You just were like,
Wait,
that's
wait,
my
wait.
girl.
How, wait, wait,
girl's
wait,
sober.
wait. How old were we?
22.
Oh, okay.
No, you were using.
So
I'm
anyway,
thinking
I'm
music.
glad I greeted you, lovely. But yeah, I feel like I've just seen you or known you around, heard your name so many times.
Yeah, you
like
too.
just you know
Chelsea
what I mean?
was the it girl in Young Hollywood.
No,
Like,
I was
you
not.
were.
You guys know.
You had
Yeah.
a little
No, no,
click.
no.
You had a little
For
click.
Daniel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Hey!
for my folks. Yeah. Raven
That's
Raven
something.
Goodwin, you guys used to hang out a lot.
What do you mean? We're
right?
best friends. Her child is my goddaughter, and
Dude.
my child is her godson.
That's so sweet.
You
man.
have a
She has
child?
a-
Yes.
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 You are so cool.
Wait,
Love it. One of
really?
the coolest
I'm like
moms you
this.
could meet.
I mean, it is amazing. I would not trade. I love him, but he is 2, and it is not terrible twos. It is freaking crazy. He is a terrorist, like a terrorist.
Terrorist.
A tailwind.
Terrorist.
terrorist.
Look at me, I'm going crazy. Yeah,
Dang.
he's a lot, but yeah, I'm surviving.
Oh my gosh!
Good
Wow.
job.
Your
Survival
energy
guy.
is full.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah,
Mama.
I still
yes.
have energy, but it's crazy, like seeing all of our friends have
Yeah.
babies and grow up.
Yeah.
and it's just-
I mean, speaking of Daryl Sabara, so my sister just had a baby. My sister lives in Australia.
What?
Yeah, I was down there in Australia hanging. I went into Sydney for the day, and I was just literally walking in the Sydney Harbor, and I look, and Daryl Sabara's kid is so recognizable. Daryl Sabara's kid is this little
Little
red-haired
glasses.
baby with glasses. And before I saw Daryl, I saw his baby, and then I look up and I'm like, Daryl? We're in Sydney at the literally crossing paths at the
That's
same time.
so weird.
What are the chances? Insane. But
You
yeah,
got
he's
to meet the
I got to
tiny
meet the
thing
little
person.
he's so cute. And Daryl's dad now. Chris Massey's got kids.
Yeah.
Chris Massey has 3 kids.
Yeah.
3 of them.
I'm like, and he's still like, "Won't turn up." I'm like, "Fucking yes!" I got great.
Hey,
Yes, Father. Let's do this.
And we're all good, right, guys?
Yay!
We safe so far.
Safe.
You guys ran into each other recently? Where?
Oh,
Yeah.
Is that how
Keke
this
Palmer
happened?
had she has a new like TV.
Yeah, a network
Network,
called
dude.
yeah.
She,
TV, right?
I on your videos, she looked
Fire.
Amazing.
And she came out. I was like, this, I was like,
unbelievably beautiful.
boobies.
And with that dress, I was like, hey,
Well, she
dude,
just
and
had-
then that
she's like,
face
just-
of a fucking queen. I'm like, whoa.
Well, she just had a baby too, right?
Yes,
Just
yes.
have
Them
one.
boobies
Feeling
are
those milk
providing
thirst,
life.
milk,
Thing
milk,
Yes,
was
milk.
thinging, boy.
Let me tell you, after you have a baby, your milk. Well, some women, but like your milk. I mean, I've always had small boobs, but Pamela Anderson, it was up to my neck.
Shush.
I did like
Like, I was
it.
a deep
know
up
what
for
you
like a
think.
couple
I know
months.
it. No, it was huge. So
happened?
I saw her and she was like this. I was like, "You look amazing." She was like this. My boobs are about to explode. I'm like this. I get it. I get it because they're just
That's a painful thing? It's a painful
yes,
experience?
yes.
They're
yeah.
swelling. Like, how can you?
it
They're
feels
swelling
like-
to their peak
They
size.
must be milked, Daniel.
Yes, and
right.
it's so much. It's just like it's like a electric feeling.
Really?
Like I can't explain it, but it hurts so bad. You just want it to like
Release.
yes. So if you're on set, if whatever, you're like, okay, let's finish our lines. I want to fucking pump. Like and I just see it go.
Oh wait, how
Or
was
have my
that for
baby.
you? Were you
my
working
God.
All
Oh my
American
God.
at the
I'm obsessed.
Yeah,
at
it was.
the time of the pregnancy?
Yeah, I was really nervous to tell them because it was COVID. I also was like, I don't want to be like, hey, I know it's COVID and I'm also pregnant. Can you guys, I don't know, like work around that? Because
I gotta have a kid.
I was so scared. But our showrunner, her name is NK. She's a Nigerian woman. She's amazing.
I
and
love
she
Nigerian women. Go ahead.
She's amazing. She made me, of course you do.
Yeah.
She made me feel so much better and just not uncomfortable on set. Everybody, you know what I mean? You just kind of I felt like I was a burden at first. Like, sorry I have to pump, or sorry I have to do this, or here's my big belly. I have to hide it with a guitar or a purse or
Yeah.
something. But she made me feel so good about it. And I think I left, maybe I was like 8 months. Like I was like, I'm waddling now. And
It's time for
Could
me
I
to
not?
just chill.
I need to leave.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely different. I was tired, but I did it. And then I had him, and I had him on set in my trailer. And I didn't have him on set. Sorry.
Yeah, I was
Like
there,
this,
and then I
like
and then
this.
I
Oh my
understood.
God.
Yeah, right. No, I'm just like
Had
in
him right
awe.
there
I'm
at
like,
lunch.
whoa.
I did not have him on
Had to
set.
film it.
I had him at the hospital. But when I came back, I had him in the trailer, and everybody helped me out. It was
It's amazing.
you
great.
definitely can, if you choose to ever get pregnant, or but it's doable.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Okay, you're like this. Yeah, I don't know.
No, I really don't.
No, like it's doable. It's just like finding your balance. It's like right now I'm like this. It's slowly figuring it out. But,
Yeah.
you know.
Is
Oh
the
my
show still
gosh.
going on?
Huh?
Is All American still ripping?
Yeah. We got picked up for season 6, so it's really.
Dang.
Go.
But like the writer's strike and stuff like that.
Oh
so.
yeah, things are
How
gonna be
is-
a little
how does-
wonky for a minute.
Yeah, and I'm like, man, just give them what they're
Give
the
them what
writers.
they-
Like,
yeah, come on.
like we
Dude.
would have literally nothing. Like, no, literally
No,
Yeah.
no shows.
nothing.
There's
That's
no shows.
They're the
Yeah,
creative.
pay them, please.
It doesn't make any sense.
Pay all of us.
Pay off.
Yeah,
pay,
they're
pay
trying
all
to
of
make
us. Which
all
camera?
of
Pay all
us
of us.
like wage workers, and it's like all the time that we dedicate to being able to pursue this craft when we're not working. It's like you can't pay me a gig worker salary,
Yeah.
and I'm dedicating my full year to
Yeah,
being
yeah.
able to produce.
People
Like,
don't understand this thing of like you used to in the industry, like how long you worked actually counted for something, and
Yeah.
you would get paid you would get paid equal to the experience and value you bring because it counts for something when you've been in it. You're quicker, you're faster, you know shit, right? You
Yeah.
have experience, you have value. You used to get paid more for that, and over the last 20 years, everything is just this scale. It's just base pay. They don't negotiate, and they're doing that with writers. They're doing it with actors.
Yeah,
they're doing it with a lot of
why?
directors.
And every time I'm like this, oh, sorry, this is the budget. The budget of what? Like, where's the budget? Where?
Yeah.
I just want to know.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm ignorant. Maybe I don't know what goes into everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not the case.
But come on.
Especially with you guys like.
Well, and you
giving
have to
away,
work
like,
it out.
fat
It doesn't
rats
matter.
in a cheese factory.
Confederates.
I love that quote.
Confederates.
Especially with y'all getting away like fat rats in a cheese factory. These producers, man, they're with streaming, they made so much freaking money.
So much.
Being able to reach all of these populations that they otherwise wouldn't have off of network. And it's like, you're not paying us any of that. You have enough money to now pay us either retroactively or just pay us good now.
Yep,
but
yep.
they're just continuing trying to.
Can
remove
we
it.
harmonize fat rats?
In a cheese factory.
Ready?
I don't know that was a harmony.
Once again.
Fat.
Ready?
Closer.
That's good.
What's that top note?
You're like this. Meet me up here.
One more.
Can you meet me out here?
Right
up in here.
Fat.
Yep.
Rats.
Somewhere in there. Welcome to the pod, guys. We're ridiculous. It's the Ned's pod. Turn up.
And that's
They're like,
fat
they've lost
spelled
it.
P-H-A-T.
Hey,
Okay.
It's fat. It's fat.
Yeah, everyone's trying to make it. And plus our jobs are unique in that like you work a little bit and
Yeah.
then you go long periods without it.
Yeah.
And like you shouldn't suffer for that.
and
You
you're
should be able to
paying
survive.
into
Especially
classes,
writers
honing skills.
should be taken care of. They film the season.
Yeah.
And then they need time. They're
To
not
write.
allowed to go on other things before, the next
Yeah.
season. All that shit.
And that's not taken into consideration.
Nope.
And they're just getting away with it.
Yep.
I think it's people that don't understand creativity. They're just
Yeah.
like, I'm like, oh my God. Like, they don't get it at all.
Nope.
They don't get makeup, hair.
Yep.
They don't get.
So many
Do you notice that
departments.
all the creativity departments on the set get the shorted on time?
Yeah,
Oh, for
Like
sure,
why?
for sure.
the light. Not that I'm saying the rest of it isn't creative, but there's also a very technical aspect
Yeah.
to it that can't proceed without it. Whereas
Yeah.
the creativity is invisible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind
They're
of.
like,
know what I
"Yeah,
mean?
Just make it happen.
Yeah. So hair,
Do it.
makeup,
Sheesh.
wardrobe,
Yeah.
the acting, all of the
Stuff
really
that
heart
actually takes
parts.
some
Yeah.
space and
Aesthetics.
space and
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Right. They really only allot time for those technical. And I agree they should get their time to be perfect as well.
Yeah.
But
Spread it
Yeah.
around a
Have
little
you
bit.
heard
Yeah.
of-
Spread it around.
Have you heard of the amazing company Ben Affleck and Matt Damon started, the amazing production company? It's called Artist Equity. So their thing is everyone on the crew is buying into a piece of the production. So they're getting paid less on the day, but they are in on, if it makes money, they make
On the back
way
end.
more on the back
Wow.
end.
Wow.
And everyone on the production is a part of it.
Wow.
So they're trying, dude, it's so cool. They're trying to reimagine the industry and they're doing it with their own production company. Air is made through that, Artist Equity.
Wow.
So everyone kind of invests. We're going to get paid, enough
So
to
you get
live,
points.
but
You get points on the.
everybody on the crew
Wait,
is a
that's
part
really-
of it.
That's smart.
So dope.
I'm like, so
'Cause then
when is
everyone-
that gonna take off?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we're waiting.
Well, it's so cool because then everyone is really incentivized, also to let's do this. Let's make something great.
Yeah. So that they can send money back.
Everyone, but everyone already does that anyways because everyone's most crews have a lot of work ethic.
Yeah.
But what a beautiful way to be no, you're actually gonna get rewarded for working
that.
this hard.
Yeah.
So cool.
Makes me sad.
I know. We'll see. So
what I
some
mean?
people are giving some reimagined versions. I love it.
That's good.
Maybe
Look
Artist
at you
Equity
guys
can take on.
talking about mature things.
You know?
You know what I mean? Like,
So
Got to.
let's talk about farts and poops, right?
oh
Let's
my
mix
God,
it
like-
up.
Let's
like,
backtrack
do
a
you
little
just
bit.
remember? Do you just remember? Okay, I can remember smells and
Hold on.
just nostalgia.
From that
I'm like,
time?
it's not that.
Hold on.
smells.
Hopefully they're good smells. Yeah.
Like
Those are all I remember.
Kids Choice Awards when we and just
The little events, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
slime.
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah. Oh my
I
gosh.
remember.
Yeah,
All those
how was
slimes.
your unfabulous experience?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Tell us about it.
How was it? I was 12. I was 7th grade. I was just like, oh my God. I was so nervous for auditioning, but it was at the studios, where
Nick on
Nick's-
Sunset, right? Or no?
yes, that's where we shot. But
Not the Colorado one, right? The
yes,
one
it was
in Colorado, right?
SpongeBob and
The animation
Oh,
studio.
Nick
Animation
Animation.
studio.
Oh, in
for the
Burbank.
auditions.
In
yes.
Burbank.
yeah, so
Nick
I was
Animation.
just like, wow, there's popcorn, there's cotton candy here.
popcorn.
the
Like,
most
it was,
fun building.
It was
Yeah.
we're kids.
Yeah.
And I booked. I was just so excited. It was just fun.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. Like it was just fun. I mean, we were growing up, so there was like little
crushes.
No,
little dramas, what?
Oh yeah.
You had a couple of those, huh? What going on?
I did. I mean, I don't know how I was flirting. I was like 12, 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Nah,
she
you
was
were,
right.
nah, you were flirting.
No, I wasn't. Like, was I? Oh my God, was I flirting with you?
I think she was on top of it. Was I?
Was I? I mean, and there was like clicks
Yeah.
Of course.
of like girl. Oh my
I
God,
remember
like
those.
just like oh my
Girls
God.
had their cliques.
Girls
yeah.
can
That was
be
awful.
so
I was just an
mean.
Girls are
outcast,
so mean.
That was
Girls
awful.
can be
Bros
so
are all
mean.
just we're all just getting down.
I
We're all
got
just
over
like all
something
good.
going to Kiki's event here because I had gone to one of Kiki's birthday parties like when I was like 14 and my soul was crushed because I just felt
What
like I was
happened?
an outcast. I was like,
Wait.
I can't do this. I don't
Wait,
have any friends
why?
here. I'm leaving early.
Really?
Just cause I was just that awkward.
Oh,
And I was telling this whole
no.
rap persona and all this stuff.
Oh,
I was
my
like,
God,
I
your
can't
rap
do it.
album.
So I got over something going to that event.
We are all healing.
32 years old.
Oh,
I was like,
baby.
yeah.
You were like this. Look at me now.
Yeah, I interact with everybody, walking around with my chest out. Yeah.
Hey.
Oh my God.
And I'm probably exaggerating a little bit, but yeah.
No, these things happen.
No,
There's kids
Daniel,
that
we know that
get
if
stuck
anything,
in
you're
there.
underplaying.
Yes,
Yeah.
you know, I had in my insecurities too. First
Oh,
off, I was just like, there were the tokens sometimes,
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah,
black,
yeah.
and then back then there was no wearing your hair natural. There was no
Oh, yeah, no.
black girl man.
No,
No.
that
There was
magic
none.
was
I was
not-
like this.
Straightened.
I'm gonna freaking burn my hair off.
Oh.
Dies.
Emo bang.
I'm like this. Yeah, guys.
Oh,
I mean, I am a valley
wow.
girl, so there's that.
Yeah,
but
Valley
but it wasn't you like this. You see a black person like, yo, see you. I see you.
I see you. We're here.
I see you.
Yeah.
I remember Romeo. I had a huge. I mean, we're friends,
Yeah.
and he has a baby too. They met crazy.
Oh,
But
we gotta have Romeo on.
yeah, you
He was
should.
on
You
Ned's.
should.
We love Romeo.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
I loved him, man.
Unfabulous. Ned's, Zoe, Romeo.
Yeah.
No, but then
Rom-
also, not
Then-
True Jackson, but also
Then it was Victorious and
you
But all
played
that's
August in a project.
who?
Right? Didn't you play a character named August?
Who the
Who is August?
is August?
tricky?
I'm like this. I'm like this. Do you know who I am?
Jermaine. No. What was the homie's name?
What's my name?
Kiki Palmer,
Right?
right?
Like Kiki. I'm like this.
I thought it was Kiki.
Kiki.
No. No, the homie. He's a comedian. Oh my God, and I hate that I'm laughing. Lil JJ. You were on Lil JJ's show.
Okay. Let
Yes,
me
now
tell
you
you
know.
something.
Go ahead.
Fuck
Tell me
off.
about.
Why
Yes.
does
Why-
that,
why
why
you
does
fucking-
that,
we
why
can't
does
leave
that
Lil
sound
JJ
so
out.
familiar?
No, I'm not fucking with you. Tell us
right?
about it.
Yeah, what's up?
You are. God damn.
I'm
Look,
not-
you're
what's up?
messing with me.
No, I'm not. I swear
You're
I'm not.
literally lying because you know.
Okay.
Okay. Well.
What?
But tell us the
Okay,
audience.
so-
You had a tale? You
Wait,
had a
what is
time
the
with
tea?
Absolutely.
JJ?
What is the tea?
Oh, you're right. Okay, so I was on.
Yes.
After Unfabulous, that wrapped when I was like 15. I auditioned for Just Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
That was on Nickelodeon too, and Raven was on it. That's how I met her.
Okay.
We were best friends. Raven
I
Goodwin.
played her boyfriend in like a.
I'm dying.
Go ahead. Oh, but yes, go ahead.
Oh,
You
what?
could never.
You could never pull her in real life.
No.
But yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so we were.
You don't
That
have
was
to
my
go into
boyfriend.
details. Yes,
no,
yes,
I'm
yes,
absolutely gonna go into details.
Yes,
Okay,
please.
okay.
That was my boyfriend, like my first, like, I mean, I had like no. Well, that he
He took you off the market.
You don't
for a
have
little bit.
words, dude.
no,
It's
I
a
lost my
lot.
virginity to him.
Oh, that's
Sorry,
why.
I was saying, I was like, because you just
Yeah.
we talked about virginity earlier.
No, baby.
But it's
It's-
okay.
it's-
I'm here.
this-
I'm here to open it back up.
Thank you,
This is a
honey.
safe space.
I'm like this.
Yeah,
Break
it
it
is a safe
open.
space.
Break
is a safe
it
space.
open.
Only
and
share what you want to share.
reimagine
This is a
my
safe
day.
space.
Safe
Yeah.
space, okay.
See, I felt that right when they said what's the story. I felt it.
Oh no, yeah. So that was like my first. It was like 3 years, 2 years together.
Wow.
Like
That's a lot.
While you
at
guys
that
were
age.
filming.
yes, and I was like, my mom was like, I'm never like, dating where I work and like never. Okay.
Yeah, you messy girl.
Yeah, I was like, I love him. It's like this. He is hood. He got a gun in his trunk, and I'm like, I know what you think, right? Because you're like Nickelodeon. Like, no, he was from Arkansas.
Yeah.
He was.
Lil rough.
He was hood.
It's rough out there.
Yeah, and I'm from the valley. I'm like, happy to be here.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. What else? I mean, yeah, that happened. My heart. Oh my God, it broke my heart. Oh, this is like when Twitter was like, Like
just
it
on
was
YouTube.
Twitter was like
Yeah.
What
TikTok,
did he do?
right?
What?
I just remember I found out he was like cheating on me. And I remember Kofi. Everybody was like, Kofi and Kwame.
Yeah.
They're like,
Kofi,
are you
Kwame.
okay?
Dude, I used to see
I was
them
like,
all
this,
the
what the
time.
heck? Like, why is my phone blowing up? And why is everybody? I'm like, oh. It just.
It was on
Social
Twitter.
media.
Yes.
found out on Twitter?
Yes, I remember. I was like shaking. I was freaking out.
Dang.
I was so embarrassed. I was like, hey, Mom, everyone can see.
Oh, that's tough.
Yes. I was so sad. But now I'm just thinking about like, oh my God. I wish I could be like this. Chelsea, shut up.
Dodge the bullet.
Stupid.
Babe, are
Definitely
you
dodge-
kidding? That is such a fucked up thing.
No, it
like
was
that makes
so-
so
it
much
was-
sense.
Yeah, at that time
like
too.
looking
Come
back,
on.
I get it,
And
but
like, that's a perspective you don't much.
You don't
hear. You're one
have.
of the first people to experience some public kind of.
Oh my God, I was so embarrassed because I was like, I remember he had he got a tattoo of my name, like just a C or whatever, right here with a star. And I was like this, well, you better look down at his hand because he has me tatted. And then she was like, well, why don't you just look at his ribs, whatever. I was like this, what? And it was like a tattoo of a scratch, like a tiger scratch. And he was like, I was like, oh, why'd you get that? He's like, oh, because I'm an animal. And she was like, no, it's because my name is Tiger. I was like, this, oh my God. I was like, freaking
okay,
out.
that's silly as
So
fuck. But
stu-
that
No,
no.
it's
but it makes
so
sense.
dumb.
Wow.
No,
It's so
I
dumb.
would have died. I would have
I was like this.
exploded.
Well, that's it. That's my life. I'm never gonna.
I'll
I'll
never love
I'll
again.
never love again. I'm like, oh my God. So
Dang.
that was that.
That part.
Children.
Dang.
But like, no,
puppy
I don't
love.
have any like beef with him. Like,
Yeah.
he apologized like 4 years later, but I was like this. I'm past this. I'm past this, but keep apologizing.
Keep it positive.
Apologizing, but I'm good.
Did you get a J? He got a C. Did you get a J?
No.
Oh, dang. She's like,
Hell no.
Come
Okay, so you
on,
came out
no
on top.
name on me.
No,
No.
JJ's always been a homie of mine. So I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know, you know.
Sorry, Jay.
Yeah.
We're all good now.
We good, we
Everything's
good.
fine.
We're adults. We're adults.
Yeah, he was on Ned's too.
Yeah.
He was?
Everybody was on Ned's.
Everybody.
Oh my gosh.
Romeo was
Lil
on Ned's.
JJ.
Lil JJ was on Ned's.
You keep
think-
saying little JJ like it's gonna change.
You know,
Lil
Lil
JJ,
JJ.
Lil Show, Lil.
I remember the name like hard though. I really do.
There was
I gotta look it
one.
up.
There was one year.
He had braids. Oh, that doesn't really.
Yeah, there was one year at the Kids' Choice Awards. I think it was JJ and I who got to present with Rihanna. This was Rihanna's like first year on the scene. She
I
was
was
19,
there.
and it
this
was
was
me
on the
and JJ and
On the
Rihanna.
replay,
And
yeah, that
Rihanna.
was
He's
the
a big
jam.
actor.
Yeah.
He acted in a
Yeah.
lot.
He started
didn't he?
out doing comedy on like BET.
Yeah,
and I thought
yeah.
that was so dope that Nick gave him his own show.
He's
I
really
was on
good.
to be
Yeah.
Oh dang. Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
That's dope.
Crazy.
I remember that year.
That's dope.
That was the best. I remember I was like, Mom, we're going to the Kids' Choice Awards. I was like, this is 12? We were 13?
Probably closer to 13.
No. This later. This
No,
was
this is yeah,
later
this is
into
like
Ned's.
15.
Yeah, like
Think so?
15,
Yeah.
16.
Because this
yeah.
is what happened. I was like this. I have Chris Brown's like CD and the limo was picking us up. I was like, can you bump this? Like,
Can you bump this?
Bump
They used to
this.
send us limos before we would go to these
pretty
events.
cool.
Now I feel like that's kind of
Nobody.
No one
cares.
sends
They're like,
anything.
get your ass there.
yeah,
You're
just
lucky
get,
to be
get
here.
here like
Uber.
this. And we're not paying for parking.
yeah.
God.
No validation. There's $25 parking around the corner.
You
This is your
presented
first
with
job in
Rihanna?
years. That's enough validation.
Oh my God.
Dude, we didn't like present an award. We did something like backstage with her, some part of it.
Yeah.
But it was like me, JJ, and Rihanna, and she was like taller than us. She was 19. She was the hottest thing in
So
the
hot.
world.
Wait, how
but it
tall
was
is she?
but it was before she was Rihanna.
Yeah, it was like when she did Pond the
Replay.
Yeah.
But it was before she was like, it was like her first record. So
She was so nice.
So she was just kind of like, like all of us
Hi.
before we know who. Yeah, hi.
Yeah.
Like,
Hi, at
am
the
I taking
green
up
room?
space?
She was new.
Yeah.
She was
am I
new,
taking
yeah.
up too much space?
Yes.
But I uncovered that photo like last year, and I could not believe what people allowed me to look like at that
What
time.
did you wear? I don't even, my bangs.
I'm gonna try and my
bumped.
bangs, my fucking bangs.
had bangs?
I had.
We were
I
like
had
this, like,
the most
tonight.
feathered. I had the most feathered Farrah Fawcett hair, the worst pattern shirt in the world, and a blazer. I was just like,
And you're like, this is
kid
it."
looks like an asshole.
No, but you were cool. You were like, there goes, like, there's Devin.
Oh man, I had a smile like someone who was confident, and I was like, boy,
Oh my God, who else was there?
I love it.
Who
else was there?
A little bit of everybody.
Everybody at this thing too. I mean, I'm so glad you guys got to run into people at the Kiki thing. Like,
That's
so
it's
nice.
such a blast from
Chris
the
Massey,
past.
Kyle Massey,
I haven't seen them in forever.
Jermaine Crawford from The Wire, a couple Oren Williams,
Yes.
Zachary Williams,
Oren Williams, who else?
Aaron
Grady.
Aaron Grady,
Yes.
yeah. Who was Backpack Boy? He was the original Backpack Boy.
I'm
before
sorry,
Kendrick.
no.
Yeah,
Wait,
he was.
in the
In the
pilot?
pilot, yeah.
No,
We had an
way.
infinite number of roles, so
Yeah, there was
anybody
so
that
many.
you mentioned
Yeah.
from that time will have
Ned's
been in
touched
it.
a lot of lives, yeah. Oh,
Wow.
Tristan Mays was on that.
Oh my
Tristan
God,
Mays,
yeah,
yep.
you're right.
Yo, we had so many people.
Oh,
Who is Tristan Mays?
oh my God.
Hey, Tristan's the truth.
We'll
Yeah, I
show
love
you a
Tristan.
photo.
Dude,
Yeah, we'll show you a photo. You know her.
Yeah, you definitely.
It's a girl.
It's a girl.
She's in MacGyver, right? She's in the new
Yes,
MacGyver.
yes.
Oh, Chloe was there from Chloe
Yes.
X Halle. How do you
Yes, so-
pronounce that? Is
Oh,
it Chloe
check
X
out.
Halle? The
Chloe
group?
Chloe and Halle.
Chloe and
yeah.
Halle.
Little
I
Mermaid,
actually
go see it.
I know. Go see it. I met them when they were really
Super
little,
young, and now.
and they were like, we loved you on something, and now I'm like this. Love me on that. You're famous.
Yeah, you're
like,
actual
You're
famous,
like,
yeah.
like you're opening up, and I'm like this. Chloe Halle for Beyonce. Like now,
Beyonce.
like you're like,
Well,
and
their
they're
voice
so
is
humble.
insane.
They're so sweet. She came up to me. I was like, this hi. I was like, oh my God, like just boom, like
Yeah,
body.
but boom, yo, she's
Body.
body.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But like just so sweet, like still like just nice. I like when people are just. I feel like now in this industry, not now. It's probably been like this for a long time, but I'm just really noticing it. And maybe are you guys from here? From LA?
I'm from Mississippi originally. but
Georgia
I'm from
originally, but
Nebraska.
LA
It doesn't
since
matter. Like
10.
you guys been
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And you're not green to anything, whatever. You know, we've heard a lot of no's before, like yeses. You know, but it's everything is so. People get so impressed by. Just, I mean, it's nice if somebody's like, "Oh my God, I love your work. That's dope."
Yeah.
But everybody is just so off, like recently, and so thirsty for, or whatever, club culture. This thirsty for like, I was at so and so with so and so. I'm like, this.
Yeah,
I don't
name
care.
dropping is like, why?
Yes, yes.
I don't do any of that.
I don't
I
at all.
don't.
Yeah.
I can't
do
even.
any
I
of that.
avoid the friend who does that.
It's
in
really
the
bad.
friend group because I'm just like, I just look at her when she's saying it. Like, I just look.
Like you don't
'Cause I'm
feel
like,
stupid.
Give me
Well,
some
why?
type of real substance
how
from
are,
you.
How are you dropping 3 names in one sentence? Boo, boo, blah, 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 blah,
And it's not even
And then
like
another person
regular.
walks in and you use the exact same sentence you just used and you say it again.
Again?
So
Oh,
now,
yeah, it's
now I've
just
heard
so-
these names 6 times.
No, I've been finding myself doing that because I just directed this project with
Okay,
Snoop
well
Dogg.
that's different.
Wait, you did?
No, yeah, I did. It actually.
Oh my
dropped
God,
those
that's
beats and
dope.
jams
That's
today.
different.
It's
That's
slightly
fire.
different.
And
Slightly
look,
That's
it's
different.
how
fire.
you're presenting it. So
Yeah.
you're not
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I'm over here just, Snoop
Yeah.
Dogg, Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Like,
know,
no.
I work with him.
Yeah,
you
like
know.
you're
Yeah.
excited about it. It's like
Yeah.
it's genuine.
Isn't this fucking
People
cool?
who
Yeah.
name drop don't usually haven't usually worked very closely.
Yeah,
with them.
usually it's that.
Like
when
you
it's
kept
Oh,
that
you're
really
right.
undercover.
actually
You
get
know
some
what I mean?
accolades.
You're
They were like
actually right.
they were like
That's the
at
bro,
the
bro. I'm like,
restaurant with them.
Yeah, is it
They were
really?
like,
though?
Exactly,
there.
exactly.
Ew,
Yeah.
I hate that so much. Like, even like going out, like now I'm outside, okay?
Oh,
I've heard
yeah.
of it.
I'm
Why?
outside, right?
We outside.
But I'm just like this. No, I just need a break from motherhood and like not just cleaning up and paying bills and
Yeah.
Yeah, real life.
You
There's
know?
a real life out there. Why don't we, talk
Yeah.
about those things? Like, yeah.
I don't get especially if I know where I stand with you as a friend. If I know your heart, I'm not like, are we good? Are we okay? Like, no, they're just living their life.
some
Like,
high
who
school
High
shit.
cares?
maintenance
Yeah. That's some high school
friendships.
shit.
I hate that.
It really
hate that.
irritates me.
Are
and
we
I-
good?
Yeah.
Are we
you
good? Are you good?
Are you?
Yeah,
I'm like, no,
Are
like-
you
and the whole like,
Shit.
you mad? You mad?
mad?
I'm
Dog,
not.
If you think
I'm
I'm
not
not
thinking
thinking
I'm
about
not
it.
thinking
know if
about
I'm
anything.
mad.
I'm losing
I
my
have a whole
brain.
life.
Yep.
Yeah, and God forbid you post.
Oh my god.
Will I see
I know
you?
you.
And then they
on your
text
phone.
you.
You're
Then
on
they
your
text
phone.
you. That's what they do. And I'm like,
No,
Yo.
I hate it. I'm
Yo.
I
like,
have time to
damn it.
post, but not. Yes.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah,
Literally,
Because that's
yeah.
private me time.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to focus on what I'm focusing
private me
on.
time.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to get on your rat race.
exactly. And I
your
don't
wavelength
want to.
race.
Yeah, I'm not
I
gonna get
don't
on
want to
your rat
satisfy
race.
what you need from me. Like, no.
No.
Oh my
Like,
God,
I'm not
just learning that
available
this
for
year.
that. I'm not
And
available.
It used to give me so much anxiety. I used to be like this.
Dude, free yourself.
Oh, I'm so sorry I didn't call you
Yeah,
back.
don't
I
apologize.
was-
yourself.
Don't apologize.
Don't
No.
apologize when you didn't
Yeah.
do anything.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I have a total of 0 friends who I engage with in this way. If anyone comes at me with like, I have no one in my life anymore who's like that. Because
I think I'm slowly, like, there's no
Fucking hell.
beef. I'm just slowly.
Yep. No
and
beef.
they can tell.
No beef,
Yeah.
but like if you're gonna be needy greedy with my friendship.
I really don't like that. Makes me feel weird.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
my life has
Frugal.
enough demands.
very-
And enough obligations. I'm
Got
not
enough
obligated to
responsibilities.
citizenship.
yeah, and I
don't
don't
be emotionally like
on me.
No.
And like, I don't get mad. Like, if you were like, say, if we're just all hanging tough, or whatever. Say if you guys went out to eat, you're not gonna be like this. Wow, did you just have a Caesar salad
Without
with Lindsay
me.
without me?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, I would be like that.
I'm
God.
dying. Wait.
She would do it for the humor of it. It
No,
wouldn't
but
really,
also-
she's like,
Yeah,
no, it
no,
would
she's like,
crush
I
me.
would fucking be
I
her.
do feel this.
Oh my God,
I do
wait,
feel
maybe?
this. No, just with us.
Just
I
with you
do
guys.
feel this weird, sweet tinge when I see you two without me. Just the sweetest little.
Oh my God. You're like this. That's funny.
No.
That's great.
You're like
No.
checking your phone. You're like,
Like, did I miss a text?
I didn't get.
Nope.
That's so weird. I didn't get invited.
Okay, well, you know what I mean. Okay.
Yeah.
No, totally.
No,
You're
no,
like
for
this,
sure.
I
No,
would
no.
be
yeah,
devastated.
no. I when I saw them together on the podcast for the
Oh, wait,
Devin's
no, that's
podcast.
different.
Oh, on his podcast.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
different.
But I was also just like, what the fuck, isn't this our podcast? Don't be bad. And I was like, sorry.
When you
Nope.
saw us on my podcast,
That's great. That's
I
great.
was so sorry. So I was just like a little bit just like having my stupid feelings about it.
No, I would too.
You know what I mean?
I get left. I
you
get.
want to come talk on my podcast sometime? I have a separate one for
It's
you.
a separate one?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
me though.
Yeah, just you.
and you can
Okay.
talk about some real
Yeah.
Like
his is a
real
little
shit.
bit
Like
goes-
what's the real? Is this like
Well,
after
deeper.
night, like late night?
Oh, well, no,
Well,
no,
that's
no,
that's
no,
a
no.
different.
No, we
that's
got
a
one of
different.
those
That's a
coming
different
up.
podcast.
That's our
In your
OnlyFans.
pants.
Oh.
Yeah, you can make it a guest appearance.
Yeah,
I can
if you
cut
like.
some.
What is this? Oh, like trauma. Oh, why?
Not necessarily.
Fuck. It's the name of our it's the name of our OnlyFans channel.
No. So, here's a fun one.
Okay.
Unfabulous, you said was great and fun. We've all gotten to watch as all these stories come out of like the horror stories from sets. Our set was not like that. Our set was really pretty lovely.
Yeah.
And it's been crazy to watch and be like, oh shit, like these are people we knew well. These are
Yeah.
people we're at events with smiling, Kids' Choice Awards. And knowing that like their sets were these like tense, you know, like there was fucked up shit happening.
Yeah.
It's
Wait,
been such a
who's,
strange
like-
process.
Oh, yes.
Have you seen these? Like,
Yeah, on like Do I say it? Or?
I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
It's
Jeanette,
out.
Zoe
Yeah, okay,
101,
cool,
Alexa.
great.
all
Oh
that
my
shit,
God,
man.
Alexa! We
Yeah.
used
All
to
that
be.
shit.
Wait. Oh.
You all right?
Oh my God.
I
Sorry.
know.
I remember I used to sleep over at her house. She had a lot of Furbies.
A lot of problems.
Remember Furbies?
Sure
a
do.
lot, but like she was like the fun. She was fun. You know, a little
Look crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm crazy. But it was like she's intense.
Yeah.
That was
Right,
Lindsay's
what-
best friend.
Lindsay-
They were peas
they
in
were
a
best
pod.
friends for a long
Really?
time.
We were
I remember she got mad at me on Facebook. She blocked me.
we did that.
Oh, dang.
We were like, that was actually like one of the core female relationships in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, she
Like,
was honestly a really good actress. Like if she
Yeah.
would like has she? Where is she?
She's like
out
spouting
there.
off to the universe and stuff, and had a kid.
She's
and
out there.
Whatnot.
She had a
Oh, she had a
baby?
kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
And she's still acting. I think.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
she was
she's out
actually
there.
a really
She's
good
great,
actress.
and she's
her mom.
a creator. She's had a crazy life. She's been married. She's like, you know what I mean.
Wow.
Traveled the world with her musician like husband, and I need to hit her up.
Why not?
Yeah, no, but
her on the
literally
pod.
we shared like we did shrooms together for the first time. Like
That's intense. I
I
can't
just
do
like
shrooms
empathized
if
with her
I
mom.
don't
Dude, I
fuck
got in a
with you.
fist fight
Oh, yeah,
with
yeah.
her
for
mom
Sure. Oh.
because her mom was
Sorry.
her
No,
mom
no,
was
no,
acting
do,
all
do,
kinds
do,
of
do.
like you know,
She was a lot.
like moms. Yeah,
like a
yeah.
lot.
And I also just want to protect her, and so like she wouldn't let us leave one night. She was like just holding on to Alexa, and I was
How
like,
old were you?
bitch.
Ooh,
How
no.
old were you?
I mean,
Late teens,
18?
right? Yeah.
Oh.
Wow, that's when she went crazy
On
me
you?
on Facebook, and I was like, okay, I knew you were like tough and like what like you know, but I was like, this is like it was like
Unhinged.
it was about Beyonce or something.
Oh,
And-
everything's about
And
Beyonce.
she's like this. She's not a god. It's my post. I'm just saying, like I like her. I'm like,
oh my
it was
god, that's
just-
so something she would say.
It was so random. I was like, I'm sorry.
You're right. She's a goddess.
Yes, but it's just like random. I don't know, but
She can
Her
take
mom
things
was a lot.
very seriously, and I don't know. She protected me and made me feel safe.
Got it.
In a way that like I did not feel at that time. Like she
Yeah,
was like
'cause
my
she was
first
fierce,
Alyssa.
so she was like looking
my-
out for you.
Literally my
Yeah.
first Alyssa.
Yeah, you were
And
a
then
fragile being, and she's like,
4 years.
stay the fuck away from
and
her.
she like is such a complex and wonderful human being. But yeah, we had to cut ties just because like we were no longer seeing
Like
eye
it
to
was
eye.
toxic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You and Alexa.
Growth.
Deep,
though.
Yeah.
deep,
Wow.
deep.
I mean, I'm still friends with Raja. Do you remember Raja?
Raja Fensky, dude, that's the guy, man.
Dusty.
From Phil of the
Dusty,
Future?
Yeah.
Dustin.
Dustin.
Wait, no.
Wait, Raja was he on Phil of
No.
the Future?
No.
He was,
Was
that,
he?
the guy
Who
with the
am I
awesome
thinking
tan.
of?
Raviv. That's Raviv.
Who the
Raviv. Oh, damn. No, different guy.
No, Raja was
You
on
guys don't
Fabulous.
know
Yeah,
shit,
Raja
anybody.
was on
He
Fabulous.
played the love interest.
Oh, I
Yeah.
ran into Jordan.
He's Indian.
He was on
He was
Fabulous.
Taylor
Jordan
Lautner.
Galloway,
Or
yes.
Taylor Lautner was Taylor Lautner.
Got
Yeah.
it.
I knew Jordan since
And
I
then
was
Dusty,
9.
I ran
Nice.
into recently too.
Dusty, I love Dusty and Melise. She's
Melise.
Oh,
so
Melise
girl.
Zhao.
Dude, she's
Melise
so
I haven't
Zhao.
seen her in
girl.
forever.
She moved to Jersey.
Tight.
Okay.
No.
She's like, yeah, she's, you know, I mean, she's just talented all the way around. But
Yeah.
she's like,
I'm out.
I'm out. Like, I get it. This industry is like,
Yeah.
it can be draining. So
That's dope.
but she's doing well. Like, I just need to, oh my God, I need to call her too.
Mhm. Yep.
Dude, I
No,
haven't
I
seen
get it.
Elise in forever. Her and I think
She
like,
was like
liked
the
each
it
other
girl.
for a moment. I
Yes,
think we had,
everybody
like, a little
liked
thing.
you.
Hey.
Tell me more.
My
My favorite part of the
Pump
pod.
his
Go
head
on.
up, Pump it up.
Go on.
I didn't even think I had a question you when I was like 12.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I think I did. I was like this.
The way he ate
Nah.
those Cheerios.
I like this.
Wait, what
I
was the
like,
commercial?
Nah.
not Cheerios.
Chef
No, I
Boyardee.
had a little
The
crush
Chef
on her
Boyardee.
too. I had a little crush
I was like
back.
this. I
We
was
had a
like-
little moment.
My mom was like, so in the minivan, like,
Ah.
you like Devin? Huh? I was like, yes, Mom, no. Oh my God. Like, no, I don't. I was like, he's cute. And then who else? Raja, I did. He was, cause y'all had the little bang.
Oh my
Ah,
God.
them
Was
bangs, them
like the
bangs.
era
Oh
of
my
the
God.
swoopy bangs.
She just coveted the bangs.
The bangs.
Yeah.
She coveted the bangs.
bang.
Them bangs.
It was just
Yeah.
like, I was like, wow. Who else? I don't know. There was a lot of horror stories. Not that, I don't even know on set. I'm sorry, I'm going back to your
Yeah.
question about the horror stories.
Did
Oh,
you feel pretty safe on every
On
set you
Fabulous?
were on?
I did, like, physically, like, I personally did.
Unfabulous show creator was a woman.
Sue Rose, yeah.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Sue
She was
Rose, she
great.
was, I do remember, like a race thing, though. Like, I was like, but my mom, I was like, my
Nipped it
mom.
in the butt.
Well, my mom was
Your
like,
mama don't play
listen,
that.
she's like, Sue, and I love her. I'm like, she's, you know, she's gay. I don't think she's thinking like that at all.
Yeah.
But I was like, my mom was like, hey, she can't be, there's two mean girls. It was me, I played Cranberry, and her, Emma Declassified,
Oh, yeah.
played Maris. And she's like, it just looks really bad for me to always just be the black girl behind the white girl while she gets all of these lines, and I'm just the one to be like, and that's right. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I get it. Like, I'm not ever trying to be like, write me in more or whatever, but
Yeah.
it just looks like, oh, you're the token black
Yeah,
girl.
add
We
some
we
depth
love
to
black
it.
people. Everything's fine. Like,
Yeah.
it was definitely that. I do remember like hair and makeup.
Hair
you know.
department just sucking with your texture
Oh my
of
God.
hair.
Oh my
I
God.
ran into
I
that
had
a
to
lot.
literally
Yeah, she
come
did.
in with my hair straight just in case my mom was like, I remember somebody put alcohol on my hair. I'm like, no.
That ain't gonna-
and you
yeah.
can brush it. You can brush
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like learn how to do
Your craft, or let's
your
hire
craft.
someone who is able to work with everyone
Yes.
who is on the set.
But if you're a makeup artist, if you're a
I'm
hairstylist,
sorry.
you
Would
should
you
be
take
able.
a job if like if you couldn't do an accent? Would you take
No.
that?
No,
You know what I
no,
mean?
no.
Right.
Absolutely.
Would you
not.
take that
Right.
I
fucking
wouldn't
work?
take the job. I
Absolutely
wouldn't make
not.
an ass of myself.
Like
Yeah.
you
No.
have to figure
Yeah.
it out. Like
Yeah.
you like. I'm not gonna be shades lighter like a ghost, or you over
yeah,
here
put
making me
makeup
look
on,
like.
yeah.
You had that
I'm
shit a
a-
few times
Dude,
where
yeah,
you're
where-
like, they've made me pale. Like,
Yeah,
what
they
the
put-
fuck?
It's like, yo, if you don't have the right colors in your wheel box, just
I need
go
you to
buy
find
them.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
putting me on you.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
using his same thing for my
Yep.
skin.
Yep.
It's
Dude,
crazy.
we hired Kendra's dad to like cut my hair.
I
Kendra!
remember that too.
Kendra,
Someone
yeah.
fucked up cutting your hair, and you
Yeah.
were like,
I'm like, yo,
"This
you
is not
just
it,
messed me
dude."
up. It's gonna take 2 weeks for this to grow
Right?
back. Like, yeah.
It's so
or
bad.
either combing my waves backwards, bro. I'm like, yo,
Like
you
as
don't
if you're
know what
gonna
the hell you
spike
doing.
up your hair. Like you're gonna just
Just put
spike
some
it
gel
up.
in it.
Like, yeah, like you're fine.
Nah, nah.
Like,
But,
and they made
yeah.
me darker one time. I was like, oh,
Bro.
Ah!
She black.
I know
on
I'm
black
black,
man.
but I look
Get the
like
black one. It's like
get the
one,
black
two,
one.
Wesley Snipes.
1, 2, no shades.
one shade.
Just give me the black. Give
me the black.
Shoe
Yeah.
polish.
Give
Give me the Negro shade.
But I mean, that's the deal, right? Like a lot of these beauty industry, but like these beauty brands are out here like
Yeah, oh,
with
sorry.
one or two shades, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean, and that's why
Didn't
Fenty
Rihanna
and like all
start
of, yeah.
the fucking
Fenty,
movement
because
of
there's
like,
a lot
hey,
of
there's a
that
lot of
stuff.
shades of
NARS,
color here.
NARS.
NARS.
There was something else. There's hoodoo. Hoodoo.
What did you say?
Who the motherfucker cares? I'm kidding. No, there is. It
I know
is
what
one you
you're
know what I'm
talking about.
right? She's a black woman, I think.
All right, and
or
she
something of
caters
color.
to
Huda-
different
Yes.
skin tones. Okay.
You
Both started and can't finish it.
Who the
Who the
hell am I thinking about?
fuck am I?
Who the fuck?
My goodness.
But there's like now
who the
it's
fuck?
completely different.
yeah, it's changing.
It's
It's
just
changing.
different.
It's a positive trend
Oh,
to make
thank-
sure everyone's included. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
happening all across the
But
board. I
back
love
then,
to see
I
it.
felt so going to like different parties, and I'm with like, you know, Melise, and Melise is Asian and white, but you know, it was still in my eyes acceptable. Like, oh no, she was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it felt like the other.
Huda beauty. Huda
Huda beauty.
Huda beauty.
Huda beauty.
Yeah.
Okay, turn
she
up.
caters to like, yeah. But it was just like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
a lot of things to unpack. Yeah, so child actors have it like weird and rough with engaging with one another at those little events, social events.
Yeah.
But then also we had our own kind of little, the African American kind of clique.
Yeah, like we had
ethnic
like this.
group.
Okay, we're like not safe. We're like, oh, we can.
Be ourselves a
I
little
didn't
bit
feel
more in
like,
that.
oh, you're cute for a black girl, like but we're really gonna look at her, like especially when it came to boys and things like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh no, they're not like, or it's like, oh no, you're cute, like, or. Well, you're not that black. You're like not like the rest, like
Yeah,
right?
that
Like
type of thing.
you're like fun. Like you're like you don't talk like.
imagine
I'm like,
having
sorry,
that
do you want me to
underlying
sound like
everything.
Yeah,
Masha
underlying.
over here? We're just over here, just like no.
Yeah.
And and at first I was like, I was young. I was like, oh, thanks. And I, that's not actually like a compliment.
compliment.
Yeah, it feels weird.
At
Did
all.
you just shit on all black people? But then
Yes.
exclude me and say I'm good?
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm the better
good for
one
not
of the
being
black
myself?
people. I
Yeah,
just
what?
didn't.
No, it's awful.
Yeah.
I didn't like
It's
it.
awful.
You know, it was weird. But yeah, we definitely did have like
little Black Hollywood.
Black Hollywood
Yeah.
with Raven, Bobby J.
Bobby
Remember
J.
Bobby
Dang, the
J?
little.
So
oh,
funny.
man, that's crazy. He's a
Neighbors
grown man now.
or whatever, grown-ups.
Yes,
Grown-ups.
grown-ups.
So funny.
Yeah. Who else? JJ,
JJ
Romeo,
for sure, everybody. Yep, Rome.
Chris Kyle. There's
So many.
so many. I mean, so we did have that
Our little
too.
pocket
yeah,
of
yeah.
the Nick Disney kind of little.
But when it came to like, you know,
Even Corbin teeter-tottered in there.
yeah,
I was literally, I
Corbin,
was
he's like, where does
literally,
Corbin fit
and
in
then I
all
was
of
like,
this?
wait,
like
he's
it's
Disney. I
Corbin.
Corbin. Wow.
Corbin Blue. Yeah. Dang it. But yeah, good times.
That's so funny.
We survived the gauntlet though, guys.
We did.
There's a lot of stuff to unpack.
Can I just be honest with you? Like,
Yeah.
Nickelodeon feels, and I'm like, don't mean to like segue that, but like Disney is so like, and Nickelodeon, I feel like is just like a little bit more like,
Grungy.
I
Don't
mean,
give a fuck.
Emma Roberts, Melise Jow, like you, like the like a little bit more fucking grunge.
yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah, yeah,
And I love
Disney's a
that.
little
We're like the
pieced
little
together.
ragamuffins.
Yes, yeah. We're like,
You
it's
know
an
what I
us
mean?
too.
Yeah,
Us too.
Us
Too.
too.
We do things
We out
too.
here.
Things too.
We're Mad TV.
Yeah.
Oh, Mad TV. Hey, which I love though.
I like that better than
destined
SNL.
for the Nick crowd.
Yeah.
As a kid,
Yeah.
that was
Well,
my
Same.
humor.
Disney
That was
just
my
had
humor.
a better machine. Disney,
Right.
everything
Right,
was
right,
more
right, right, right.
polished.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was a tighter machine, and Nick was a little like, there you go.
They're like all in the dustpan.
Yeah.
Get
We
in.
might
look.
get some good ones in there.
Slime.
Wait, because Corbin Blue was on.
He was on
He
Disney.
was on Neds.
Disney.
Oh, he was on
He was on
Neds, but he
Neds,
was
too.
on High
And
School Musical.
and he did that movie.
Jump. Gotta kick it up. Jump.
Jump
Jump
in.
in,
My
jump in.
sister played his
yeah.
little sister.
Dang.
Your sister
cute.
acts.
Yes,
Wow.
my sister Kylie Russell. She's on
Yeah.
she's on this show called Zombies. It's a movie on Disney.
Oh,
Yep.
wow.
Cute.
But it is a little bit different. Like, and then Kiki was in Jump In, and
But also
it was just
True Jackson.
But also, she's like this. Oh, I'm here for everybody.
Okay.
I do everything.
I do everything.
No contract in a home meet.
Right. Oh my God, that's so crazy. I just remembered I was up for Hannah Montana, and I couldn't do it because now all of a sudden, I was on contracted series regular for
Yep.
Unfabulous,
Yep.
contracted, but I wasn't in every episode, and I was like, hold on,
Just gonna hold
and
me
they
back.
pay more
and
over there.
yes, and I was like, wait, and you're not even putting me in. The like
Promos.
something like that. So
Yeah.
you're contracting me for a series regular, but I don't get the perks. And of course, I'm young. I'm like,
Yeah.
I want to be in. I
It's
want
so
to feel a
messed up.
part of it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I couldn't even do it.
Yeah.
That's messed
I
up.
was like,
Yeah, they
wow.
literally locked
us
you
in,
down.
man.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah.
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 World
Oh yeah, we was on the wavelength. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be like that. Dang. But you are
crazy.
flourishing. You know,
Yeah.
in your
Thank you.
career.
I mean, oh wow,
Navigating
six
You're like
seasons.
a sunflower. Like, oh,
6 seasons of a show.
6 seasons. Yeah,
You got a
that's lit.
baby.
that is
I do have a
amazing.
baby.
Congratulations.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel really blessed. I mean, I just bought a house.
Congrats.
That's freaking hard. I don't even want to hear the word underwriter.
Oh yeah, tough.
I don't even know what that means.
I thought that was a morgue person.
No,
Undertaker.
Undertaker.
Might as well be.
Got it.
Underwear.
Got it. Underwear.
Underwire.
Under. Yep.
Bra thing.
Got it.
Yeah, so
Dope.
it's like adulting, but I feel like
What does it feel like to have longevity in this career?
We
know
ask for no personal reason.
no.
No.
That feels like.
I mean, you have
It's-
longevity.
Yo,
Anybody,
you guys
like,
all.
I'm just kidding, I'm just
I will
kidding.
say, before I was like, but mommy, why am I not getting this? And I'm like this. Now I look back, I'm like this. It's okay, because some of the people that I do know, that back then you're like, oh my God, she got that or he got that. This is great. I'm like, well, what are they doing now?
Yeah.
Not to say like everybody has their time
Yeah.
and their moments.
But like, are they even together and
they e-
cool?
yeah,
are
like,
they even,
are- yeah, like
do they have
there's-
good balance in
Yeah,
their
like-
life?
I feel like a lot of our friends are, like, you guys are good spirited people, and yeah, you're grounded, and we understand. Obviously, sometimes we will get discouraged. You're like, oh my God, we're in our 30s. What am I gonna do? What's my life gonna be? I thought by 16, I would have it all. Like, you know what I mean? You just think that, but it's like, no, we're actually doing
great.
pretty great. Like, you know what I mean?
Count your blessings. We have to
Yeah,
count those
seriously, because like
blessings,
I'm not over here. I don't think we care really about being famous, and I think if we were crazy, or maybe to some people we are famous, I don't know. But if you don't even like people in your face,
Yeah, do I really want
do I
all
really
that
want?
extra?
I had an emotional moment at the airport, and I feel
What?
okay. I needed to say this. I actually said that I was going to remember to do this. Girl at the Sacramento airport who was there around like 4 o'clock and was in that fucking heinous security line. It was me. It is Mose. I said I lied. She goes,
You
I saw you. Like, are you? And I was like, no. And she goes, you're great. Like,
Oh,
and
and you're like
I
this.
literally was like, no. And I
Just no.
So I'm just
no.
sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't deal
Say
with it.
sorry
I was
to her at
having
the camera.
I'm
You
so
were having a
sorry.
moment.
I was having the worst moment. I had the worst anxiety that I was gonna miss the flight, and
Yeah.
like that's no excuse. But I was like at my wit's end. I had spent the week with people that I had to hold so much space for,
Oh.
and I didn't expect like that line. Like a lot of things were like
I hate
not
the
falling into
airport.
place, but like
Didn't
hate
want to
when
be
it comes
seen
out
right
like that.
then. Maybe
I
like
Yeah.
just didn't, and I couldn't imagine. Like, obviously, if I was more famous, I probably wouldn't be taking the fucking and wouldn't have to worry about it. But I just couldn't, dude.
Yeah.
Damn.
I had no space for it, and I didn't want to be passive aggressive and relate. So I was like, nope, it's a doppelganger. Nope.
Can you give the viewers at home a tip to leave with? That was our thing we always do.
We
next.
like to
Tips.
leave everyone with a just what's a tip for
What's
that
a
you picked
tip?
up in your life? Just
Yeah.
God,
just
there's so much.
yep, but just like give them one.
I don't want to be like, pick yourself first. I will say my boundaries this year have gone up. Like, I'm setting the bar up here. I'm trying really not to feel bad if I can't make it to somewhere, if I can't do this. Like, I can say no, and if you have a fucking problem with it,
Hey.
then I don't care. Like, I don't care. Like, it really tied up my days.
Yeah.
So I will say, like, if you want to clean, if you don't want to answer your phone, if you just want to sit in your backyard, sit on your balcony, if you just want to like veg out and just, you know what I mean, be a fucking couch potato, that's what you want to do.
That's what
Because
you
it
wanna do.
makes you feel good. So yeah, that's my
I love
tip.
that. I love
Don't
that.
owe nobody no
Meet, your,
explanation.
meet yourself where
Yeah.
you are, yo.
And then when you're back to your normal or whatever,
I'ma tap in with
then
you.
hey, what's up? How you
Exactly.
been? You know, but I'm done apologizing. I'm sorry I can't make it. Your schedule. I'm like I'm over
And
it.
even if I can do it, I like even if I can do it, I should.
Yeah.
You know what
yeah,
I mean?
Yes. I don't want to, like you said, I don't want to feel obligated because,
Because you're not.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want. That's not
I love this.
How life should be.
No.
I feel like.
Real.
That's
really
great.
love and
And where can
appreciate
people find you? Chelsea Tavares on all the things?
I'm like this, not my address.
Not my
Yeah,
address.
she's like 11556. No.
Instagram, Chelsea Royce Tavares. Chelsea Tavares was taken.
I'm literally going right now.
Chelsea
Was
Tavares
your-
was taken.
Tavares
No.
always
No,
been your
man.
last name? I
Yes.
don't remember. Like, I don't
Really?
remember
Are you kidding?
Tavares.
Even I knew
know.
that.
Chelsea.
Yes.
I never called her just Chelsea.
Yeah,
it was always
Chelsea
Chelsea
Tavares.
Tavares.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. That didn't stay in my
Rolled off the
brain.
tongue.
You're like
did.
Chelsea from the commercial.
Yeah.
No, that you just opened my book. I
Chef
forgot
Boyardee.
that.
I
forgot
remember
Chef
that day
Boyardee.
was like the grass was super green.
I know. No, it was a beautiful park
like- I
day.
was like,
We were
wow.
succeeding as actors.
Yeah, I was like this. This is it.
This is it.
I'm gonna be
This is
successful
it.
forever. So good to see you. Thanks
too.
for
I
coming
love
on.
you guys.
Yeah.
This
Right
is
back.
fun.
Love
love
you.
you.
Yeah.
Thanks
out.
for coming. See you next
Bye,
week.
ladies.
Hey, nice
Hey.
episodes, guys. Great job. Thank you for watching. We love making this podcast. Thank you to our patrons who make our podcast possible. Thank you for supporting us.
Yes.
These
Our
are super friends.
friends. Yes.
Top tier patrons. Thank you for showing up.
Yes.
You get your name scrolled on our video.
You are literally helping us make like our dream come true, the dream of this podcast,
Yes.
keeping it like, you know,
keeping it alive.
You're helping
yeah,
us sustain
staying
this.
in the flow of, you know, this cool energy.
and you
so
viewers at home, you can be one of our super friends.
Yeah, go check out our
Get your
Patreon,
name right
patreon.com/NedsPod. We got different tiers. We do a bunch of BTS live streams. It's a crazy good time. And get your name put.
and we can also make gold plaques that will
Settle
mail
down,
you.
settle down, settle
That's
down.
a lot.
We're not manufacturing gold plaques.
You know what time it is?
Oh, it's time for
What
the-
time is
Oh,
it?
you know what time it is?
The
Super Friends dance.
Oh,
Super Friends dance.
Oh.
Super Friends dance.
How do you do it with the you
Super Friends
turn and
dance.
you pull?
Super Friends dance. Super Friends dance.
It's good.
Thanks,
Love
friends.
you. Thanks for being here. Be here next week. Subscribe, like, comment, share. We love you.
This content was produced prior to the recent SAG-AFTRA strike authorization.
Hey guys, we are on a podcast.
We're on a pod. We're back.
Love it.
Ned's
Love it.
Declassified.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers.
Give me this.
Cheers.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of coffee.
We have new little Podco squares. We got some new cameras. Life's good.
We got some tinge up in here.
yeah,
Yeah.
tingy. Mine's got some stains.
We
in the
think
cup.
it's from the
The
light.
light,
There's
yeah.
some
This
there's
might
some
be
mo-
our
there's some
last
strange
episode.
colored stains in my
Be our
cup.
last episode. Oh my god.
Today on the pod, you beautiful babies, we have a very special guest. We are all so excited to talk to him because we don't get to see him often because as much as we love him and spent many years together, he moved away and is an international man of mystery now. We're talking about none other than Bully Loomer, Kyle Swan. Hi.
And he's so calm. Less rage in this man. I love it.
Wow. Okay. All
We
right.
can
All
bring
right.
the rage out.
It's
All right,
already
all
coming
right.
out.
Kyle, remember
Hit me.
how you were the first one of us on set to lose your virginity?
Open with that. Yes.
Was I?
Are you kidding?
I mean, look at us. Come on.
It
Of course.
was a
Of course you were.
thing.
I don't
Was
even
it?
remember that.
Are you out of your mind?
I am out of my mind. I don't
Okay,
remember.
the Santa Clarita crowd was crazy. I can't believe that, Kyle. I can't believe I remember you losing your virginity
More
better
than you do.
literally better than you. But yeah, I don't
Who did I
even want
lose
to
my
like
virginity
the
to?
young lady that you. What has happened to you under the ocean?
Oh my goodness.
I've breathed too much compressed gas. It doesn't. You know?
It'd be like that. It do be like that.
Wow.
That makes sense.
Well,
I don't.
Kyle was
All right.
more
Was that a
manly.
thing?
Kyle was more manly than us.
trying to think is what he just said.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, right.
trying to think.
No.
Babe, I promise you. I promise.
So Kyle, you don't remember your first time is what I'm getting from this. It was
Well,
uneventful.
I do. I do, but I'm just trying to remember it being a thing amongst us. You know?
Oh no.
Oh, you're thinking that you had discretion?
Yeah. Because it was definitely.
No, my heart.
After
No.
the show ended.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh,
After
okay,
the
it
show
was.
ended, but the
Oh,
first of
okay.
us.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
that's what
okay.
I meant. The first of us. Like the first in our like group from set.
Oh, okay.
That's
I didn't
great.
know it was I didn't know we had a metric. Who's second?
It had to have been you.
No.
No, it wasn't me.
I was
Wasn't
18.
it? Yeah, I was.
Oh,
we
right.
talked about
Y'all
this. I
were-
was,
y'all
I was
were-
9,
No.
18, 19.
Oh, okay. Because you were so worried about him being first, I figured you were like, oh, he beat me
Gotta do
by
it.
just a
No.
Kyle.
Maybe.
Kyle, yeah.
Hi. Where are you in the world?
Tell us.
I'm in Bristol, the United Kingdom, England, where I'm also a citizen. Didn't realize it. Citizen my whole life, but only got a passport. Only got a passport like a few years ago.
Because your dad is UK, you
Papa Swan,
automatically were
yeah.
always granted?
Yeah, I was always what they call a royal subject.
Oh, wow.
So-
I knew there was something about you.
Wow. Look at you, sir.
Sir, yes.
Yeah, I won't do an accent though. But
Why?
But yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We should all try.
Kyle,
that was
the
Australian.
Australian,
the
right?
ocean is taking some of your fun too. What's happening? Do
They took some of your
your
fun.
little voice. Do the little.
Do you
Little
do an
voice.
accent?
Do you do an accent?
Do you do an English accent now?
He's like, who are these people?
no. It will end poorly. It will end
Oh my
very
God,
poorly.
this is
Wow. Love it. Love it.
Kyle.
Grown up Kyle. I'm into it. No, I'm into it. I'm not grown up Lindsay. I can't meet him where I'm not.
Listen, if Kyle was in person, we could get our paws on.
Right.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then,
yeah, yeah.
and then I would just,
And then he'd loosen up.
tickle the shit out of him. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he's gonna be comfortable with this airing. He's not gonna let us air this.
I don't know. He doesn't look ticklish to me. I don't know.
I bet you he is.
I bet you.
I bet
he
you
is.
I could tickle him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know a
maybe.
spot. It's pretty universal.
Yeah, pretty universal, right?
The
Okay.
taint. What?
Is that what it is?
Dude, but can you tell us about just the occupation stuff, man? Marine biologist
Yeah,
is what I
yeah.
keep throwing out there.
Time
I
out.
just feel
Time
like
out.
it-
Should we take this back to the show first?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot.
let's go.
Sorry, the stuff that we want to talk
Yeah,
to
we were
Kyle
on a
about.
show together, guys. Called Ned's Declassified.
Right? Yeah. Let's take it there.
Yeah, let's go.
'Cause
Let's
people are
go
gonna
way
be, yeah,
back.
Yeah.
Because we've been rewatching the show for the first time in fucking 20 years for this, which has been a trip to say the least. I'm guessing you haven't been rewatching the show like we have, but do you have any favorite memories from our times on Ned's?
Do you guys remember that paper airplane contest we had? It was like,
Oh my god!
yeah. And
Bro, throwback.
Scott wrote "fuck you" on his. That's
fuck you.
what I
and,
remember.
and there was a picture. I think it said "fuck off," and there was a
fuck
picture.
off. Yeah,
fuck off,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And there was a picture of him living somewhere on set that was just him like,
Yeah,
With it.
that's
"fuck off."
it is an
Yeah.
image that is
Yeah.
burned, core memory.
I think it was like, I feel like it was the first week of us filming at Occidental. It was the second season, right?
Wow.
Oh wow, you
Yeah,
remember
and I
that?
think it
No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. There was like a bit of a. It felt like maybe there was like a morale thing, or no.
Yeah.
Oh, and then there was dodgeball. The dodgeball episode, we fucking got down on dodgeball.
Dodgeball
Yeah, we
was
did.
epic.
It became a
Dodgeball
thing.
was
Don't
so fun.
remember that.
Until
Oh, it was
Michelle
huge.
Kim got blasted in the face
face.
by an AD. Literally, the texture of the rubber ball was on her face, and they shut down dodgeball.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
do that anymore.
But I think that was like most things, and that's what birthed, me. Yeah. That's what
Wait,
birthed-
we
that's
all
what
played
birthed my
dodgeball. I have
triggering moments.
zero recollection of dodgeball.
Yeah, so we
Oh,
we
man.
cycled through lunchtime activities. It
Games.
was
Right.
tag until
Right.
someone tripped over a light, and then because
No.
we'd run around set.
That was Dan.
Someone
that
in
was
tag,
Devin.
I don't know if it was me chasing someone, but someone went around the back of a wall, and the classic, use the wall to your advantage, put your hand on it and do a swing around, and someone like grabbed a nail or like a staple or something. Do you remember that?
No, but that's what shut down
Someone
tag.
like,
You were definitely
think so.
chasing them, Kyle.
yeah, probably yelling.
Yeah, all of our lunchtime activities eventually got shut down because we were children and injuries, and we're on set and we can't. I tore like my jeans playing football. Like they all eventually got shut down, and then Halo didn't get shut down, but it needed to because it was breaking Kyle's brain.
Oh, bro. Yeah, it got
Yeah.
heated. It got heated, we called it just fun. It was just fun. For me, it was just fun.
That's
but,
because we were winning.
Then we noticed some people responded differently.
So Kyle and I were texting last night and just about like meeting today, and we were so excited. And Kyle, you killed me with that text message. Kyle said he watched the first episode of this podcast, and Daniel and I talk about Daniel saying "got him" as Daniel and I would beat everyone in Halo. And Kyle was like, "Yeah, seeing Daniel say "got him" was definitely triggering."
Dude, brought back some core memories.
Look, he's upset now.
But it was like, because in that episode, you also talked about like physiological responses.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
About like
And I'm a sweat. Yep.
Yeah.
that happened, and I was laying in bed, and that was like,
Involuntary.
like
Kyle was like, "I'm calm. I'm an adult. I have a career. I have a girlfriend."
Okay, it's
Sees Daniel say "got him" and it's fucking flashbacks.
yeah,
Oh man,
like
man.
uh,
Yes, swords,
yeah, oh my God.
bro. Dude. Man.
Oh.
But you know, I didn't play Halo until meeting you guys. You guys put me up on
Wait,
Halo.
wait,
Oh, shut
Can I
the
just-
fuck
And I
up.
just got
okay,
amazing.
so you're just like, oh, I didn't play much.
Oh, I didn't even practice or care.
Right when I was stabbing you in the face, you know, that was just
Quick
my
side
first
note.
time, you know.
Who's better between you two at Halo?
Ooh.
We were always on teams, so
Yeah,
I don't
we
know.
played teams
come
a
on,
lot.
come
We
on.
didn't-
It would be me.
Devin had a lot of numbers. He had numbers. I think he was playing, not even playing more often,
I
but
might have been
he
playing
played
more often.
more offset. Like I would only play Halo when I came to set.
Yeah,
and
no,
so
I would
I was
play.
in gear when it was time to go. I was not trying new stuff.
Wow.
I was like, no,
Yep.
cut them
Yep.
in half every time.
And you were zoned in. You were like, "This is my time." So
Oh,
that
yeah.
okay. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Just wondering. All right.
Love that.
Yeah, dude, I love that you brought up, like, that's so fun. I forgot about the paper airplane contest entirely. That's been
Yeah.
fun between the three of us, is like, we all kind of have different memories that are stored in there somewhere.
To me, it felt like in that first season, you know, we were all kind of still learning our characters and the process. But it was lovely because we started getting more comfortable with our characters. And someone mentioned we didn't improv, and like, yeah, we didn't necessarily improv lines, but like, I think I remember trying to fuck with people off camera, you know,
lot
to
of that.
mess people up, and like, you know, and it's just it became so fun and so
Yeah.
natural, and just like, I don't know, there was just good memories on that.
Yeah, and maybe we didn't improv lines, but like thinking of you and Theo and Recchi, like the bully crew, you guys would just improv like reactions even on camera. Like you guys like bumping bellies and just like
Yeah,
figuring
you guys
out
did.
how you guys would like laugh and pick on us.
And
Like,
interact.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had so much stuff that you brought that wasn't, that you just brought on your own. That wasn't prompted or directed. Like
Yeah.
you can't
Yeah.
direct some of that
I think-
deep character stuff that you brought.
Like I think my proudest one, I think it was the one that to me it's like, you know, Scott, right? And but the one where he like, there was like one with a Cheeto, and I was like, you know, it's a bag of smiles or something like that, right?
and you like turn it over.
And then
yeah.
and it turns this frown upside down or something, you know, some line like that. And then someone just deflates me completely, and then I just frowned but turned the Cheeto upside down. And Scott kind of like lost his shit. I was just like, oh, I felt proud there. You know? That was kind of cool. And I think it was that though. Like we all became more in tune of just doing those things because we became in tune with those characters. So
Yeah,
much.
what got the best responses from the writing team and from Scott? Like, oh, he's locked into the character. I know it. So I know that was a huge moment for you. So that's awesome.
Wow, that was all you. I can't wait to rewatch that
It was
episode.
the Cheeto. It was the Cheeto.
Dodgeball, though, you mentioned Dodgeball. That was a great episode for you and I. That was the first time we like really were locked in. Like you were trying to convert me to the bad crew or whatever.
It was
like a
Darth
Star
Vader,
Trek type thing.
like
Dark
a
side.
Star Wars
Star
Darth
Wars.
Vader vibes.
Yeah.
Star Wars, yeah. Lit, good times.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait
Yeah,
to
no,
rewatch
that was.
Like I had the option to turn on Devin
Yeah.
to have the ball.
Yes,
And I
yes.
was like,
Do
I
it.
can't do it.
Do it.
And you had
And
that
he's like
epic.
there, and you're like looking.
It was like, you can do it, Cook. You know, it was something like that,
There
right?
it is. Yeah.
Like I don't even think I called you Cookie. It was just like, yeah, Cook. You know, it was something like that.
I love
and
it.
And you had this like dirt bike helmet on and like dirt bike shoulder pads. They were all like it was all
I felt
you
so
know,
cool in that thing.
Yeah.
Sith
Darth
Lord.
Vader. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
So
gosh.
awesome, man.
Now I have visions of you on set. Like, it's wild. Like, a memory is like Polaroid. Like, there's a Polaroid of it, like, back in
quick
your
little
mind.
flash.
Yeah.
You know? I
So
totally remember you, like,
interesting, man.
hulking around set like that. Those shoulder pads.
Yeah, you had, even in our first season rewatch that we're doing, like, man, you have everyone, the show, it's been so fun to watch and go like, man, this holds up. I'm like, I love this. Like, you have so many moments where I'm like, Kyle,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh my
like,
gosh. Oh.
Yes, this shit makes me laugh so hard.
I completely forgot about our entire love story.
Oh yeah, yeah. Whole
And you're
other story.
pining.
The cheese
Yeah, the
board.
shift,
And then-
the cheese board.
I'm gonna be truly honest with you. One of my favorite scenes of the series is like it's in the series finale where we're all sitting at that for lunch, you, me, Kyle, and Christian.
Susie, yeah.
Yeah, and just like oh man, I don't know why I remember that so well, but
Yeah.
I love that carried all the way through to the end. And you did such a good job, like the juxtaposition of like that intensity over here, and then the but no.
Yeah,
It
your
was
shift from
so-
bully
It was
to
really an
loving
impersonated
Lindsay.
cartoon, a cartoon, cartoon in human form.
Yeah.
And it was fun too because it was like a whole new character. It's like I got to play two characters, you know.
Yeah.
And that was cool. I mean, I know we're skipping. We're in like episode like 100 of the podcast at this point.
There's no
but,
rules.
It's all good.
You know, it was like a field trip for us. That was on location. That was like our location episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
We had
Right?
never
We'd never done that.
done one small day on location once at like this school, but the field trip episode was the first time we were on location, and it was our finale, and it was extra long, so we shot it longer. Like, that was an exciting.
Was the
episode.
botanical gardens? Where,
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
something like that.
Out in
Yeah.
Pasadena
Yeah, like
somewhere.
Pasadena or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have
times.
memories from like finishing Ned's? Like what happened for you after Ned's? How did it feel? And then what?
You know, again, after watching that episode last night, I think like you guys, or you know, I was like, "Fuck, I'm awesome. This is great." I'm definitely gonna have work after this. And
Like us
it's
all.
like, which didn't happen.
Yeah.
At all. So I think it was during Ned's. I did a Disney pilot, and it was like in a bus.
Time out. I just hung out with somebody. I saw the photo of you. I can't remember who was this person. I'm so sorry. And Vanessa Hudgens was in it, right?
Yeah, I think maybe.
Yeah,
it
she was.
it
I
was
just
weird.
saw this photo and I just saw you. Oh my gosh. Sorry.
I
Go
was
on.
like
Go on.
I was like a jock,
Yes.
but an ogre, and like I had a unibrow. They put on a fake unibrow.
Oh fuck! I remember this.
Oh, who did I?
What was it called? What was
And
it?
I-
What
It was like a creature. Like there was some
It
kind
was
of
like
creature
Bus Life
element to
or
it.
something, or like I don't know. It was basically the premise was like the whole episode is on the school bus on the way to school, and it was like
Bold
it was a
premise.
very
Yeah, that's gonna be tough
a
to keep
pretty
up.
limited space
It
for
didn't-
activities.
it
Are you
picked
kidding
up.
me? The hallways of James K. Polk?
That's an
totally
entire
doable.
school, a bus on the way to school. The only
tough.
time is before and after school on a bus.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
For
All kinds of
55
fantasy.
seasons?
All kind of fantasy. 55
55
seasons.
episodes.
We wish. Like all kinds of fantasy is right for there. Magic School Bus.
The Magic School Bus was a good one, but they
Yeah.
went places.
Okay.
But you know,
Well, and
Deep in
there was a like
Uranus.
Magic School Bus vibe. Like we went into imaginations, and you know there was like battles, you know, like medieval battles happening in the school
okay.
bus and shit, and like
kinda
That's some
lit.
Scott Pilgrim shit.
it was
right there.
cool.
yeah.
It was good fun, but
but
yeah,
didn't get picked up.
No, and so then I must have gone on like over 100 auditions in that 2 years. Like I think
Yep.
you know I was 16 when it finished, which was right around that time that I was going to start applying to university and college and stuff. And so it's kind of like, all right, well I'm gonna still audition. I was in that horrible headspace then where you're like, as a kid actor, it's like the thought of quitting
Ugh.
is like I don't know. It's like for me I was like, well I can't quit because then I'm a quitter.
Totally.
Yeah.
And no, you for sure, Kyle, are just not a quitter in
Yeah.
general. So I know that was a tough one.
Well, and it's like giving up a
Yeah.
fucking identity. It's
Yeah,
like giving up who you think you are, you know?
But
Yeah,
then
I
you
mean,
find who
'cause-
else you could be.
Well, that's it, you know, and I think like that was just the lucky thing. Like I did, you know, I was always, you know, keen on marine biology, the ocean, learning about that, doing science, and yeah, so I applied to college and then just didn't get work. And so it was like, all right, well, I didn't quit. Someone just, time to go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Time to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And you double majored in marine biology and film-ish?
I tried to double major. Didn't really work out, but I did do a bit of film. So I went to school in Santa Cruz, and yeah, I did my marine bio. I started
banana
doing
slugs.
film. Go banana slugs, Sammy. Yeah, baby. They make you, the thing you have to do is the first banana slug you see, you have to kiss it to like make sure you get good grades like
Yummy.
through college. I don't know if I ever did that. But it makes your lips go numb.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, a banana slug. Okay, and are
banana
they
slug.
only located there in that Santa Cruz region, or you can find them anywhere?
I don't actually know. I think they won't just be Santa Cruz, but it'll be somewhere.
In that.
Yeah, don't quote me. I'm more of an ocean guy. But yeah, like the best bit though is that like the tagline, because it's just a slug. Your mascot's a slug, but we have no natural predators. That was
Okay.
Oh.
Apex. You guys are at the tops.
You're in your own ecosystem. I came and visited you once at Santa Cruz. It was a blast. I loved it. I thought that was a really cool place to go to college. Like, we were walking on a bridge through like redwoods, like a hanging bridge. I was like, this is your college, bro? You're doing
Is it
something
like
right.
being like an Ewok village for like 4 years.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, it was good fun. And then, yeah, I didn't do the film, but I wanted to. And then I moved to New Zealand to do the film.
New Zealand, bro.
So that was that.
To do the film?
To do marine biology film.
Yeah, like science communication.
Wow.
Yeah, learning about like science, natural history, filmmaking, all that planet Earth vibes and stuff. So
yeah, what was the New Zealand nature show you did? I watched it on an airplane once.
There's
Planet or
the main one was called Our Big Blue Backyard.
That.
Yeah.
I watched it on Air New Zealand.
There you go.
And I was like,
no, that was good.
Kyle.
That was good. That was my start basically. Yeah, amazing. Like it was basically an ocean show, not just underwater, but like islands and birds and stuff as well, but just all around New Zealand. And yeah, I got to go to some like really sick places. Go diving quite far south of New Zealand, quite far north, all over the place. Yeah.
You showed me a video once, because you fell in love with scuba diving like pretty early on, and you showed me a video once from a dive where like a pack of reef sharks were like swimming in, and you were like, isn't this sick? And I was like, what the fuck, Kyle? What are you doing?
Jeez.
You're like, no, they're beautiful. It was awesome. It was like 20. I was like, this is absurd, man.
They are beautiful, man.
Oh
Very
my God.
That's dope.
I love it,
That
man.
is so sweet.
Damn, bro.
Can you tell me about your first little dip in the ocean, or if there have been any harrowing moments or times that you've like your wetsuit?
Jump
Luckily
scares?
not. There probably have been more than I'm like aware of. There's always something out there.
There's always a turd in your wetsuit?
There's always something out there. It's just around
Right.
I
the
mean,
corner.
I just store it around the corner. Yeah. No, I think
Strange Jiminy Prairie.
I think I've
Dog
always been a
safe in the
bit.
ocean.
I feel like I've always been a bit fearless around the ocean. Like,
Huh.
I think that's changing a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I'm like,
Is it?
yeah, I don't know. You just start seeing like those orca,
Frightening.
Oh.
crazy stuff.
Frightening.
And I just think, there's some big things out in the ocean. I think it's that like mystery of it. I don't like being on the surface. I like being down. Because then you're like on the surface, you're just this like little 2D. I don't know. I feel like I can get got. I don't know, something about that.
Yeah.
Because they're under you.
Mm-hmm.
You
Oh,
can't
I
see
did this show. I did this show in one of the last shows I did in New Zealand. It was called Surfers versus Sharks.
Nice.
And it was actually it was amazing. We met a lot of these
The surfers lose.
shark attack victims
Spoiler
who were
alert.
surfers. None of them had bad blood against the sharks. None of them anything like that. And we're just really loving of it. But you met these incredible people who survived just these harrowing acts.
Are you
and like
kidding me?
I mean, it's not
and
the
I
shark's
remember like I was filming some of like, it was very much like you do a bit of reenactments and stuff. And I was like, they're like, okay, so we're at this beach with the woman who's got like half her leg's there, but it's like half of it's kind of chunked out, missing from the shark attack. And we're like, and then it's like, okay, Kyle, like now get some of those like, you know, the splashy water reenactment shots like out right where she was attacked. And you're like, lightning striking twice, that ain't gonna happen, you know, like I'll be fine. But you know, it's just in the back of your mind. I don't know.
So wait, you had to take them out, put them in the water to do their own reaction?
No.
Actors. I'm like re-traumatizing much.
Welcome to your
It's
trauma.
called immersion therapy, Daniel.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's actually
Don't do
the
it.
sequel series was the therapy reality show afterwards. No,
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect.
How did it feel to reenact it?
yeah, from a
that's
floating
spooky.
pool noodle. But
From a floating pool noodle. Damn.
Sharks love those.
Have you been in a submarine, Kyle? Have you ever been in a submarine?
no, I have not. That would be wicked. That would be
but
wicked.
you're interested in being in one?
I'd be down, but I don't know if I'd like want to go to
So
the
deep?
bottom.
To the
Yeah.
bottom. Yeah, we just
So
talked about.
deep.
Yeah,
it's a
I
little
said
different.
fuck that. I don't want to be in a pressurized can with like the weight of the world literally trying to
could
squeeze it
squeeze you.
shut. Nah, I'm cool.
I'd rather send someone else down and they send the video back to me. That would be the safest.
But
An
mate,
intern.
I want to see. Yeah, an
we
intern.
go.
This is an unpaid gig, but you're getting exposure and experience.
Yes.
Now get in that ocean.
Damn. I guess you
But
could
we go
just
in
send
airplanes.
cameras down. Why send a person?
Airplanes
Oh, yeah,
go way
airplanes.
higher.
Exactly.
Same
Yeah,
thing,
exactly.
but I'm fine with those.
Yeah, there's a middle ground, right? There's like submarine too deep, nah. Airplane, 30,000 feet, cool. Spaceship, fuck no.
Exactly.
Yes.
Spaceship,
Yes.
general spaceship
And,
has that
and the
barrier.
pressure on an airplane is not trying to crush it.
No,
Yeah.
unless
You know what I
it
mean?
opens. Yeah.
It's trying to suck me out.
Which is never a bad time, right?
Right? Dang.
So, are you like super NDA on your new job, or can you share about it even a little bit?
No, I can talk about the series. I just
Yeah.
can't talk about what
It's
we're
going
doing.
on.
Yeah. And so the series I worked on previously was all about mammals, and so that was amazing. Did that for the past 3 years, and went to some really cool places and saw just the wildest shit. Like,
Nice.
just the kind of stuff you like take a step back and you're like, what? What?
This
Like-
is life.
Filming things that even like there's some stuff we saw that even the scientists who studied it for decades had never seen before.
I've never seen
Like
this
it was,
behavior.
it was like brand new.
Wow,
brand
dude.
new.
Oh.
So yeah, like really like cool stuff like that, which is rad because then we're working with the scientists and like, you know, we're able to show them the footage and they're able to like do science from the footage and
Wow.
and let that like further that endeavor as well. And now I'm going to be like around the open ocean and hopefully Antarctica and the Arctic.
Oh my goodness.
That is so fly,
Goodness
man.
gracious.
It's dope. Bro, it's good to know you, man. It's good
Yeah,
to know you. You're doing
same.
some amazing
Yeah.
things for
Oh.
for humanity.
Yeah, I mean,
man.
we're
appreciate
just still
that.
It'd be
out
good to know
here
you
in
guys.
LA.
Yeah.
We're just still
Let's
out
not-
here in
let's
LA.
I'm going to be
Concrete
honest.
jungle.
Fucking around.
And I actually mean this seriously. Let's not be comparative of our roles on the earth, right?
No.
And
Thank you,
The
Lindsay.
things we
That
have
was
to
right.
bring.
Arguably better than us.
His is arguably more cool.
I agree, it's different,
kid,
but
His is
like
arguably
yes.
more interesting.
Yes, this is arguably an actual life, but we all have our roles.
Don't judge that we play
Yeah,
pretend and
exactly.
he actually is in the world.
I remember when I heard Kyle like was into the marine biology. I was like,
meringue
the
biology.
meringue,
Lemon meringue biology.
doing the meringue biology. I remember hearing about it and being like, kind of jealous,
Oh yeah, really?
just because that was my default emotion, or it was.
Jealousy or marine biology?
No,
That's my default.
And it was like you had like graduated from this sphere
Yeah.
and were removed from it in a way that you were fulfilled and doing something substantial on this grand scale still. And I remember thinking that and just being like, I don't even know what.
What about me?
But yeah, but just noticing how I felt about that and just like, coveting, not even realizing coveting, like
The
what that
freedom
was,
of giving
that freedom.
up acting
yeah,
and identity.
really that.
I know what you mean.
Really
I
that.
know what you're saying.
Being able to kind of walk away from it and still be fulfilled. Really, it had an effect on me. I remember when I heard that.
Jealousy.
Yes.
Jealousy.
Pure.
Hey, also
Pure
inspiration.
jealousy.
Like when I had heard about it, it was kind of inspiring. Like same with Rachel, because that kind of kicked me to kind of want to. Okay, it just made me know that there are other options, because it can get a little tight for that transition from child actor into trying to be an adult actor or even just teen actor. It's
100%.
tough, and you have to come to grips with the idea that you got to find something else. Perhaps we don't know for sure. You don't fully have to, because you're still booking every now and again.
Yep.
But it was great to see that I had contemporaries who were going into other fields and stuff. So that inspired, man. You the truth.
Yeah.
Under that jealousy was inspiration.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Cloak.
Oh,
I always love that you have gotten to live internationally for years.
Yeah,
you
that
did New
too.
Zealand for years, France, England, that's just amazing. It's amazing to get out of where the hell you're from and not only travel, but you live in other countries.
people always, oh, will you move back to the U.S.? That's like a question I get quite a lot. I don't know that I would. I don't know.
You're an
I
expat,
think it's.
baby.
Traitor.
I mean, for one, no, yeah, get out. No, for one, I've got this. I don't know. You guys, some of you might not know. Devin, you probably know, but I've got a liver disease, which is fine. It's just like I take a pill. It's not like dialysis or chemotherapy or anything.
Okay.
It's not like this crazy intensive therapy. But then it is literally just a pill a day kind of vibe. And I went back to visit my mom once. It was like 2017, and I was like, I was living in New Zealand at the time. I'm like, I'm going to be in the US for a bit. Maybe I can apply for the Affordable Care Act and see if I can get my meds here. And and I went to the pharmacy to ask how much my medication would be.
That'll be $7 million.
At the time, I was having it was $200,000 a year.
No, that is
For a
How
pill
serious
that
is this
like,
liver disease?
Mine is quite minor. It's not like other people's with the same disease. It's not quite advanced, but and with medication, it's like, yeah, you'll be fine.
But
it's like medication that here in the and here in the UK I pay £118 a year, which is like,
dude, fuck
maybe
our system.
So you have to be a
man.
millionaire to have that
Fuck
liver
our
disease
system.
in the United States?
Hey, you
Well-
only get to survive if you're rich.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. That's-
Everyone else, fuck off.
Wow.
So
that
brutal, dude.
that is kind of a big one. That's a big one.
That's
Healthcare.
huge.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Universal health care. This is a quick little PSA.
It's
Changed
why
everything.
my mom, she went back to work and is still working, and it's why she still works even though, she doesn't want to. She's got like an immunocompromised thing. She needs some pretty serious meds, and she's got great insurance through her job. But if we just had healthcare, she could make different choices, but she works her ass off so that she can have that insurance. So that makes sense,
completely.
man.
Yeah, but it's also and then moving to New Zealand. That was when because I didn't have citizenship in New Zealand. I got there through like a student visa, and then I wanted to stay through like work visas. That is an experience that I think is good to experience, because it makes you appreciate in the way that it was difficult for me to get a visa and stay in a country, and you think about like, especially in the US, immigration reform and those kinds of issues.
Yeah.
And you just have such a different appreciation for like, man, this was really stressful for me, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay here and keep working and like continue my career and all these friends and people that I love that I've, and that was like, again, like a really mild version of it. I wasn't like seeking asylum or any of that stuff.
Right.
It's just like,
good life experience to fucking see what the world is out there, man. Yeah.
What's your favorite undersea creature, Kyle?
That's a hard question, mate.
I'm sure it is.
There's a lot of undersea creatures.
Yes. Most fascinating. Which ones have intrigued you the most?
I guess just on the vibe, the orca. Like, let's talk about orca. They're so intelligent. They're so smart. Like, and they just adapt ways to do things. They like pass on knowledge from generation to generation. Live in families. They're like everywhere. they're everywhere in the world, and all of them do something a bit different, you know.
Based off of their environment. That's nice.
Yeah, environment, like what food's around, and sometimes, yeah, I mean, they're just so smart. It's really wild.
I feel like I just read this article about how they're like sinking ships off the
I
coast.
just saw that on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A certain family
yeah.
learned to sink ships, and they guessed like maybe it's because the mother got like hit by a ship and was mad about it,
Yeah.
and taught her kids to like fuck ships up.
Like, go babies,
Yeah.
go babies.
Go.
It's amazing.
Hey,
It
go,
means
baby.
learned behavior.
Yeah.
They're like, hey,
It's
fuck
wild.
those
eh?
things.
Cultural
Yeah, yeah,
transmission.
yeah.
It's I mean, if it can be turned back on a like it's
I
fascinating.
think you taught me, Kyle. Orca, also known as the killer whale, not a whale. Right?
No,
WTF.
It's
the
a
largest
dolphin.
dolphin.
Oh, they are,
Largest
'cause I was gonna
They
dolphin
say-
out
look
there.
like a dolphin.
I was
get
gonna
that.
ask, orcas more than dolphins? And I would have
They
sounded
are a
ridiculous.
dolphin,
They
nerd.
Are dolphins, right?
Wow.
Are you still homies with Mr. Rob Pinkston?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Bertho.
I haven't talked to him in a while.
Yeah, you know how it goes. We talk
yeah,
every couple
I'm bad
fucking
at
years.
that.
We all are.
I
There's
know.
no
I'm
worries.
so bad at that.
I love you
I'm
forever.
that classic. Someone WhatsApps me, and then I'm like, oh shit. I really don't want to look at the message because then they'll see that I've seen the message.
Oh my gosh.
And I
Oh
really
my
Red.
and I-
gosh. Yep.
and I
then
really
it sits
want to
there for
like be present
5
to
months.
respond to that message.
Yep.
And then I never respond to the message.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
that's happened. But
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
I love you forever. There's no worries.
Yeah.
I do the same shit.
I think that's it. Like, I mean, yeah, I haven't seen Rob in a while, but he is another inspiring to me as well, where he's like, I feel like it was 2018 or something. And I think he was like, my New Year's resolution is I'm going to be a DJ. And he did
He
it.
did that shit.
Did it.
He just did it.
Did that
and
shit.
it was like, that is excellent.
That
That
is
is
excellent.
so excellent. I was like, yeah, I need to find my side hustle. That's kind of, if anyone wants a narrator, that's what I'm going for.
Bro, you sound
So,
crispy coming through the mic.
yeah.
I'm loving
Yeah.
this. So I can see you doing it.
you know, bit of
David
a,
Attenborough.
Yeah, that's a velvety,
Oh.
smooth
Right?
voice you got
Right.
there.
It is solid.
mm,
You can narrate
Yeah.
our. If we start an OnlyFans, will you
can narrate
it? Will you narrate it for us?
only if it's feet.
Only if it's
No,
Well, you're
no
in for a
faces.
treat.
No faces.
Oh.
For the fans at home, I just want to share like our set. We were so close. Like I used to hang out at your house all the fucking time. Like we all used to gather. Daniel lived twice as far. Kyle lived like an hour north of LA.
Yeah.
In a place called
Hour,
Santa Clarita.
Mm-hmm.
Hour.
That's an hour north.
No.
Daniel lives an hour during
Hour
traffic
south.
for sure.
It can be terrible.
For sure.
2.5
And
hours.
that's what I'm saying. And Long Beach is like an hour south. So Daniel lived twice as far.
Yeah.
But we all used to like hang at your house like all the time. Like big all night sleepovers playing fucking Halo
It was
on the
co-ed
big screen.
Yeah.
sleepovers over there. I
Yeah.
was like, all right. And I had my 15th birthday at your pool. I remember it so distinctly. That's where that little puka shell necklace photo is from with everybody. I remember that pool. I remember just like so many crush moments going around that pool. And you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Getting to know
who'd you
each
crush
other.
on set?
He was having sex. So
Sex.
I ain't got no time for no crushes.
What is this narrative? What is this narrative?
I mean,
Lindsay's like,
afterwards.
Kyle was fucking on set.
No. I mean, just afterwards. But like, okay, so let's go back on set. But he was dating way before us, is what I mean.
He was doing everything before us. He
Yeah,
was a manly
guess.
child.
It was that was the bane of my acting existence. I look too bloody old.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
yours was the
school.
opposite.
And mine's the
yeah.
opposite.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
yeah.
can't age.
Wow.
I don't know who I was crushing on.
Was it me? You
Maybe
can tell him.
maybe I had a little bit of a crush on Christian at one point. It was very short lived.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
kind of said like it was just a hormonal time. There were little
Yeah, it
crushes
was that,
flying
like,
around
ooh, that-
everywhere,
Everywhere.
like fleeting little moments of
Yeah.
like.
His crush
Except
was
for
like
ours.
video
Except
game
for-
victories, I'm
Except
sure.
for those on the right.
Okay. But I loved those times. I loved getting to like all fucking vibe together. Like we'd hang out on set all week, and then we'd hang out on weekends together. We couldn't get enough of each other.
I remember we did one of those like because we had that. My parents put in that theater room.
That was
Yeah.
lit. That was lit.
Yeah, and we had that like, and that was like, each corner of the 4-player Halo is our own
It's
TV.
like a big screen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and
Incredible.
we did all-nighters, and then my mom or would my mom or dad, they'd make those like those Jimmy Dean sausage like or the ham and cheese like croissants or some vibe in the morning.
Yeah.
Like my mom brought that up to me the other day.
Yeah. Be
Yeah,
up till like
but-
5 a.m. playing Halo, and then waking up and smashing breakfast, and
And I think we
precious
did
times.
we did one of those, and I think I probably slept for maybe 30 minutes to an hour between our last probably got 'em and and the next sandwich for breakfast, and then I stayed up all day, and everyone left, and then it was like, all right, back to life at Kyle's house, and I remember falling asleep on the couch, and then getting up, and my dad said, my dad saw this. He said, like, I sat up, and I said, hey, Dad, how you going? He's like, yeah, I'm good. How are you? I'm like, the guns, they're everywhere, the guns. Oh, and I just saw like needlers, like from midship, like it was all midship needlers up in here, and it was scary.
Wait, you had a
And I had a-
hallucination?
I had
About
like a
Halo in the
freak out,
real world.
like a sleep-deprived Halo freak out.
That
and my dad had to
is
like hold
wild.
No.
me. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, what drug usage was happening at this time? Was there marijuana happening here? I'm like,
I
when
don't
did
think so.
I don't think
No,
that.
don't think
man.
so.
They
I
were
straight up
pure.
sleep
Yeah.
deprivation?
Yeah.
That was like straight sleep deprivation. Yeah.
That is legit.
Yeah, I didn't smoke. I didn't
Traumatized.
smoke with Rob until after after the show.
Ned's. Yeah. It was
Oh,
all
yeah,
after.
yeah.
Got you. Wow, dude. What did your dad
Yeah,
do? Did they
so-
did they call someone for help or?
He just came over and like sat next to me and like hugged me.
It's
and I think,
okay.
like,
There's
Not real
it's
needlers.
okay.
There's no
Everything's
needlers,
fine.
man.
There's no guns. There's no guns.
midship isn't real.
No, Blood Gulch. That's a real place. Blood Gulch is
fucking real.
Zanzibar.
Zanzibar's fucking real, Kyle. You gotta train.
Dude.
Amazing, man.
Dude, this is one of our greatest friends, man.
Yeah.
So many awesome childhood memories. Dude, cross country, used to do cross country. He was just,
Yeah.
you were like the all-American, man, but apparently you're also UK royalty.
The all.
But
Yeah.
you were the all something.
Yeah.
He's the man.
The all citizen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we talk about often on the show just how fucking lucky we were that we got on a show with Scott Fellows.
Such
greatest-
a bloody good captain.
The greatest man.
He didn't touch anyone.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
No.
Sure didn't.
And again, we might be getting a reboot. If
Hey,
I had to do it, guys. Oh, man. Great guy.
oh man.
Yeah, I think the only reason I got the role was because I was so shit at acting at the time.
Well, hey.
Hold on.
He's like, this guy will fit right in with these people.
Yeah, no, because like I remember doing the pilot audition, and the only line I had for the audition was, "Hey, look, it's Coconut Head." That was the line.
Hey, look, it's coconut.
It's Coconut Head. Yeah. And I didn't read the line and gauge it. Oh yeah, this is slapstick comedy, Nickelodeon. Oh, I'm going to like, the mothership. It was like the MTV. There was all the blimps everywhere and stuff. And this is going to be like a serious audition. And then I did it. I was like, yeah, wow, that was really, I really nailed it. I was serious. I nailed that, and it was so over the top.
Funny.
And then it was,
But
and like,
You thought you were telling a drama story.
like not actually. I just didn't even know. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
But you were bringing the intensity.
bringing the
That's what
heat.
you were doing.
Yeah.
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 Yep. Wow. And I remember how
Wow.
you said it because it's got this pitch of voice in it that's like, yeah.
And then there's this laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so evil.
Bruh.
I mean,
Yeah.
you and I love that about Ned's is like Rob only had that moment, was Coconut Head, and screaming and running away was like his only pilot moment. You have the one line, and then these roles just expand to be these like perfect fixtures of the show.
Yeah.
And then, like you guys, because again, watching that first ep, you know, the re-auditioning, right? Like I didn't do any screen test stuff, but then I actually was at my acting class, and I only found out that it had gotten picked up and it was re-auditioning because one of the kids in the acting class came in. I was like, "Oh, I have an audition. Can I read the script?" And like, and the acting coach was like, "Yeah, okay." And it was Ned.
Oh.
It was for Ned, and I was like, "What?"
You're like,
And then that's when we called my agent and like started, you know, we started like trying to figure it out. And I had an audition, and it was with Harriet Greenspan.
Yeah.
And I blew it.
Did she make you feel that way?
She's tough to audition in front of.
No, like I literally, like I was fumbling, like I was blubbering.
But you had one line,
missing
Kyle.
lines. No. Because then at this point, that was the whole
more.
thing, right? This was like
I didn't know you had to I didn't know all the role. Like I didn't know you guys re-auditioned as well.
well, because the thing was pilot one line.
True.
You know, you can do one line, and then they're like, "Oh, but we might want to develop this character. So can you
Say
do
more lines?"
You know, and so I did the audition. I just totally blew it. And I felt so shit. And I remember going to school the next day and feeling so shit. I'm like, that was my chance. I just totally just lost it. And then my mom got a call the next day, and it was Harriet's assistant. I can't remember Harriet's assistant's name.
Susan? Was it always Susan?
Maybe.
Susan Putnam? Possibly. I don't know. If she
No,
was
I don't think it was Susan at the time, but
okay.
But basically, they're like, "Oh, it was all on VHS. The tape, the audition was on VHS, and they're like, "Oh, we were prepping your VHS, and yeah, we broke it, so you have to come back in and audition again."
Oh no!
What? That's
awesome.
amazing because he fucked up. What, dude?
But also, you broke the tape.
But that worked out for you. You got saved by a broken VHS tape.
VHS.
What are the chances? So we would have had a mediocre Bully Loomer if that VHS didn't.
Wait,
break.
whoa. So
This
you
is
get
wild.
the call, and what is your feeling? Like,
Were
what
you
are
like
feeling?
tight?
Oh, it was good because then it was like, it was like
In practice.
it was no stress then because I'd done the horrible shitty thing,
Yeah.
and it was like,
Yeah.
well, I can't do that
worse.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
right.
There's only one way up,
Yeah.
And then Michelle Fellows came into my audition,
Oh.
and it was Harriet and Michelle, and then I read it again, and it was like I didn't totally mess it up, and then that was that.
Dude.
Right.
You
on.
are Bully Loomer.
Yeah,
There
you
is
are.
no
Yeah.
other
No
Bully
other
Loomer.
other ever.
Great.
Do people recognize you out in the world?
No.
Perfect. Well, that's
No.
our show.
I thought.
Wow.
I thought about this actually. There was a time we were at Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles, and
Go on.
there were many times, and I think it was me, Devin, Rob. I can't remember who else was there, but I remember someone recognized you, Devin, and she came up and was like, "Oh, can I get an autograph?" And you were like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, sure." And then she's like, "Oh, do you have a pen and paper?" And you're like, "Well, no, like I don't have a pen and paper." Like he's like, "Well, go get a pen and paper." And so she comes back and she had like a napkin. And it was like she signed a napkin, and that was my feeling throughout all of Ned's was I could be full makeup wardrobe sitting next to you and like no one would know who the fuck I was.
Wow.
But it was okay. It was that was kind of a blessing in a way as well. You didn't have that kind of like ego punch of being recognized and stuff, and made it easier, I guess, to then transition out of it in that way.
Yeah.
Sometimes I tell people though, like, well, I mean, it comes up in conversations with people I work on. Sometimes they're like, "What?" and they freak out, and it's like that is what's so wicked about the show. Like you guys said, "Oh, Kyle, you're doing these cool things." It's like that show that we were on did change people's lives, like 100%. And people people really struck people, and it connected with them, and they it got them through stuff, and I think that's pretty cool. It's cool to see that impact still does exist and resonate through the world.
It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing we're all a part of.
So grateful to be a part of it.
I love you, man.
Love
you,
you
big dog.
so
You
much,
too.
Kyle.
It's
Need you in person
so
to
great
tickle
to see
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't do
well,
that because I know you have a partner. I was just being playful. Like, we'll just be playful.
Yeah,
Oh,
platonic.
playful tickling.
Duh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Do you have one tip for the viewers at home just about life, about growing up, about
Send us
anything?
off.
Send us off with a tip.
I think that one that was always good for me to think about is that you're only in a race. You're only racing yourself. You don't compare yourself to other people and where they're at and get all caught up in that kind of like, oh gosh, but they're doing this and oh man, I'm not there yet. And it's like, nah, you'll get there. And it's only a race against yourself, and just push yourself to keep going. So.
It hit me right in the heart balls.
And from a cross-country runner, it makes even more sense. You're only in a race against yourself.
Exactly. That was what I liked about cross country. There's no rules. It was just like across the finish
Have you
line.
run across the
Across the
country?
country.
Have you run across the country?
It's
What-
cross the
they
country,
call it
not
cross-country.
across the country.
Worthy question, though. I mean, have you?
Well, why would you call it cross
have
country?
I mean,
Because you cross, general country. You cross
Oh,
country.
the land,
You cross the
yes.
land.
Mm.
It's long running.
Oh.
It's long running.
good question, though. Hey, worthy question.
High school kids sign up for cross country. They don't come back for 6 months.
I kind of knew, but whatever. But I could just see Kyle like in his fucking wetsuit just running across.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest
Gumping it.
Gump. Oh my
Like
god.
back to the I don't know.
Love you so much,
Love you
man. That's a
forever,
beautiful
Kyle.
tip. I'll let you
Yes.
know. I'm gonna be in Europe this summer, so I'm gonna try and come see you.
Let's do it. And next time I'm in California,
Yeah,
we
for
all-
real. Please hit us.
Yeah,
I would love
we
to
should
see
do
together.
like a big fucking gathering
love
with
to see
everyone.
that.
It would be. It's been so nice
Yeah.
reconnecting.
It's been so good.
Let's
It's
go
been so
scuba diving
nice.
in the LA River, man.
No,
Let's
no.
do that.
Ooh.
He's like,
No,
I like that
Dangerous.
first bit.
Yeah.
The first bit before
It's
the
like
LA
maybe not
River.
the-
But,
Second bit was gross.
We'll make some. We'll get you in some feet videos.
Yeah. Bring your feet. And,
We'll get
and
you
we-
narrating some feet
I bet those are
videos.
Again,
nice and saltwater
again.
clean.
Oh.
side hustle. We need to think about
Yes,
that side hustle,
baby.
Let's go.
So,
Honey, that's
Get this money.
Love you, man. Thanks
you,
for
babe.
coming on.
Bye.
Got
love you
him.
Got him.
All right, brother. Peace.
Bye,
peace.
babe.
Peace. Hey, nice
Hey.
episodes,
Hey.
guys. Great
Woo.
job. Thank you for watching. We love making this podcast. Thank you to our patrons who make our podcast possible. Thank you for supporting us.
Yes.
These
Ours.
are super friends.
Yes.
Top tier patrons. Thank you for showing up.
Yes.
You get your name scrolled on our video.
You are literally helping us make our dream come true, the dream of this podcast, keeping it
Keeping it alive.
You're helping us sustain
staying in the
this.
flow of, this cool energy.
And you
so
viewers at home, you can be one of our super friends.
Yeah, go check out our
Get your
Patreon,
name right
patreon.com/NedsPod. We got different tiers. We do a bunch of BTS live streams. It's a crazy good time. And get your name put.
and we can also make gold plaques that will
Settle
mail
down,
you.
settle down.
a lot.
We're not manufacturing gold plaques.
You know what time it is?
Oh, it's time
What
for
time
that.
is
Oh,
it?
you know what time it is?
The
Super Friends dance.
Oh,
Super Friends dance.
Oh.
Super Friends dance.
How do you do it with the you
Super Friends
turn
dance.
and you pull?
Super Friends dance. Super Friends dance.
It's good.
friends.
Love you. Thanks for being here.
Much
Be
for
here
watching
next
this
week.
episode
Subscribe,
of the
like,
Ned's
comment, share. We
Declassified
love you.
Podcast Survival Guide. If you guys want some clips from the show, go on over to Podco's YouTube channel. And you can also support our Patreon for more weekly bonus content. You guys know you want to see it. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.
This content was produced prior to the recent SAG-AFTRA strike authorization.
We are on a podcast.
We're back again
Back again
in studio
with a
super special guest.
Are you done, Lindsay? Very special guest today.
Special, the most special.
Michelle
Hi, Fred.
Kim, Evelyn Kwong.
Evelyn Kwong, turn up.
Hi.
Hi, baby.
Dude.
Wow,
Welcome
so
back.
good to see all of you.
So just incredible to see you.
there were tears.
Yeah.
There were tears.
Tight
This
hugs.
beautiful thing.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, I was not ready for that.
So
Yeah,
many memories
what-
and feels.
Yeah, what happened?
I don't know. I mean, I drove here and was sort of nervous just because of the unknown and who, like, I just didn't know what would come up. And I don't know, Ned just feels so far away.
Yeah.
So much life has happened since
Yeah.
then. But I didn't really engage it. I was like, just get there. You'll worry about it when you arrive. And then as soon as I saw your guys' faces, I just bawled my eyes out.
Sweet.
And I have the type of mascara that's like the tube mascara, so it just slid off.
Yeah.
I just picked a piece off my cheek.
Wow.
Wow.
But yeah, it was just so good to see you guys, and you are truly core memories of my childhood.
Yeah.
Core memories.
You
Gosh,
know?
yeah.
Like, yeah.
I resonate with that feeling. I just didn't want to cry, but when Michelle Fellows like gave here and she gave me a hug, I was like, I could just weep right now. Just weep for an hour.
Yes. It's like visceral, like,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
yeah,
know?
yeah. It's right
and
there.
you had mentioned it's like just something so pure and dormant there that just comes alive when, you
Yeah,
know, people
it's
come together.
activated, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Activated. Absolutely. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was really special.
That's been our whole journey of like
Yeah, we can touch. We can
You're so cold and I'm so hot, and it's like.
Mix it up.
that's been our whole journey of like doing this podcast is like, oh my God, there's so much magic life from Ned's
Yeah.
that like is still there in us,
Yeah.
and it's so pure. It was a
Totally.
time before life got super complicated and all our different
Responsibilities
journeys
got
and
more like just huge.
Yeah.
Inundated with responsibilities.
Yes.
It's life, guys.
Tell us about your experience on.
Yeah,
Neds.
so,
like from cast
Yes.
to.
So I remember I was in school. So I'm from Bakersfield, born and raised. So my mom would just commute me back and forth for auditions. And she pulled me out of school.
That is a commitment.
And she's like, hey, yeah. And she said, here's your lines, you know. And the description said, nerdy white male. And I was like, okay, all right.
Oh,
Well,
Cookie's rival, because you were
What?
Yeah.
yes, nerdy
It could
white
have been
male.
a male.
And
Evelyn
so-
Plum. Wow.
I go in, and from what I read, it was just very intense. And at the time, like, when as a young actor, you're kind of figuring out your range. And so I just went full out. There was no like middle ground. I just
No.
went full out. There was, no gray. So I just did it. And I remember Harriet was like, okay, let's do that again, but faster. And I was like, okay. So I just gunned it even more. And I just felt I had nothing to lose. I'm like, I'm not a white male. Like I'm just gonna do this,
Yeah.
I believe I was also stepping in for someone who got sick. Cause I remember
Oh my god.
because I think it was like I got cast so fast and I filmed really fast.
Right.
Like I was only supposed to be a temporary position or role, and I go in, and then it just turned into.
I mean, you solidified
Full
full out.
Turned into
No, for real.
I guess not a regular, but I was there.
Oh, you
throughout
were
the season.
you were a full
You know?
part of third season,
And then,
like a major part.
Yeah, and so I just remember, and that was the first role I'd ever booked. And I was 17, and I had started acting when I was 13. So from 13 to 17, my mom was just driving me to and from
Wow.
Bakersfield
The
for auditions,
commitment.
and like the amount of like callbacks and almosts and producer sessions and never booking for 4 years. And my mom worked full time.
Wow.
And so
Angel.
she had like literally just saved up all of her vacation time on me to just drive.
Dude.
And so I remember then when I first booked Ned's, I was like, oh, this is crazy. It just turns into like a regular thing. Like,
Keep showing up. Yeah. So this is what.
Crazy how this works.
I thought I just like
Simple.
signed up for one episode.
Little did you know you needed to audition for a white male.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You were going out for the wrong
I was
roles the
going
whole
out
time.
Wow.
So yeah. And then
Wait, what did you feel like? Were the lines not specific? Like they were kind of unisex.
Yeah, because
it
it
was
was
just
just
his
about them
competitor.
being.
Yeah.
My competitor.
Yeah, just his
Cookie's
competitor.
That is wild.
And then
Yeah.
it turned into a possessive.
Yeah,
Yes,
like,
lover.
Possessive romance.
Yes, yeah, and
Yeah.
you were my first kiss.
You were
That was
my first
fir-
kiss. That was your first kiss?
Hold on.
Are you serious? Are you kidding?
Nervous
Dude,
energy.
no, for real. Dude.
It was so funny because it wasn't romantic, right?
No,
'Cause it was
it's
like a
like kisses
smash.
ran into each
yeah,
other.
we was like
yeah.
we run, but
Yeah.
it was just like
The first
That was
time.
my
Daniel's
first-
kiss. It was
No,
like,
for real. No,
it was
this
my first
was
kiss.
a smash.
And
My
so
first
I
kiss,
say,
guys.
I tell everyone, like, Cookie was my first kiss.
That is epic. Okay, nice. That's legit.
I have
That's
good,
legit.
like secondhand, just like
I'm
buzzing
just
for
watching
you both.
like this.
Yes.
Yo, no, I practiced
dead.
so much for that.
Oh my
and then,
God.
we had become.
You practice running into
With
someone
what?
else's
With
No,
what?
for
brother?
sure.
What?
I was like, wait, what if I hold on too long? What is she gonna feel? Oh God,
Who'd
I don't
you
wanna
practice with?
embarrass
The wall?
the mirror,
No.
Oh my
Look,
God.
you had lips on mirror.
lips on
Well,
mirror.
kissing himself.
it's a very
And I was doing the hand
smushy
thing.
experience. Like it's
Yeah.
just supposed to be like smack.
Yeah,
and
just
then,
touch.
like,
And then you guys, like,
look at each other right like
yes, and so it wasn't like a slow.
Yeah, like
it
French
was just
kiss
like
or
we
nothing.
run into each. Yeah,
But
I was
like you
always
still had to
worried,
linger,
though.
right? For
No,
a
we
second.
did. There were a couple
Yes.
pieces where they're
Things
like,
where
no,
you're
so
like-
we can really get it looking good. And I'm like, oh, I didn't want to make it awkward because we were homies too. Damn, but I practiced. I practiced because I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to mess this
I
up.
had no
What's a good
idea.
kiss? What's a bad kiss? I don't know what to do.
Oh my
And,
gosh. And
so did you? What was your practice
I mean,
like for
I
that?
just remember being like, don't think about it too much. Like let it just happen and
Yeah.
and just focus on his lips.
Don't
Hey,
miss.
I
well,
just don't
don't miss.
Yeah,
Wow.
because
Don't
I think
miss.
it was like it's my force and then your force and then we meet and then we realize and then it's like it's like very it can
Yeah,
be very
choreographed.
choreographed.
Yeah,
Hit,
yeah.
realize,
And so-
open
The
eyes,
beats.
pull back.
Yes, and because it wasn't supposed to feel romantic, I didn't feel like I needed to like get all that
doing it.
romantic energy.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh
And
my
crazy.
goodness.
Truly, that's
so
how
beautiful.
most of those kissing scenes and love
Yes.
scenes are. They're so technical
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that you almost don't have time. And you're in front of all these people, so yeah, it is. That kind of takes a little bit out of it. But
Yes.
Daniel
But
was over here all nervous. It
I
wasn't like
had
that
no
for you. That
idea.
was
I
like a
didn't want to
real.
blow it. I felt like I could do it wrong. I was like,
Because
"Ugh."
as kids, there's there's nerves for it. Because you had
Yes.
never, you'd
I had
never
no
touched
idea.
another
No, I've
person's
never
lips
touched
like
another man's lips.
right.
See, I
so
thought
there's
you,
like
I
nerves.
thought you were already like.
Oh
I,
my
I
goodness,
don't know. You just
that
seemed
is
so more
so
calm.
funny.
Yeah, didn't
Wow.
know.
I love
No.
this.
And it's straight because we didn't talk about it, so we were both feeling like, okay,
You're
this
right.
is gonna be the
We
straight
never.
thing. We
This
never
is the
talked
first time
about it.
we've talked about.
I was that awkward, guys. Yeah, yeah. I
And
was an
I can
I can
awkward young
totally
gentleman.
see it. I
Done
can.
deal.
Oh, you never talked it after.
We
You're
never
like,
talked about it.
Yeah, I was like, what?
I don't think.
See
I
you
don't
for the
even-
next scene.
I don't even think we were like. We even discussed beforehand. How are we going to do this? I don't even remember that.
I couldn't muster up the strength to
Yeah,
even
it was just
conversate.
like
discuss,
someone just needed to
the
say
awkwardness.
and go and boom.
Then it's like, we
and,
just gonna
all
do
right,
it, yeah.
And again and go boom and
And you were always
love
so
this.
locked in just on your scene. So I think yeah, we were just it was a task, and we were
it
gonna
was a task.
complete
indeed.
it to the best
Yes,
of our abilities.
We were gonna do it the best. Yes.
Yeah, and we did it the
Yeah.
best, guys.
And then I remember I slapped you on the face once, and then I said sorry because it was a good slap. And,
I
then
said,
after you were like,
don't say sorry.
Oh,
it ruins the
and you have to
take.
do it again.
But that was like because that was this is my first gig.
I think
I had no
Oh, wow.
idea.
I remember that. I think it made it in the bloopers because
Yep.
you like gave me a good slap
Yes,
and then you
yeah.
go sorry. You go oh, and I'm like
That's
And
great.
now we have to do it again.
Man.
I know, but yeah, but
That's
we didn't
so
have any
good.
physical
We
altercations.
didn't have any
No.
interaction.
Yeah, I know, It was
right?
just, nope, very few.
I would always just see you like
Nah, 'cause-
coming and attacking, cooking,
the
and running
only
by.
scene was when there was like weren't we like teaching you how to like talk to or no, you were teaching us how to talk to boys.
Okay.
oh that's
right?
cute.
There,
remember
the,
that.
The
I
three, the
remember.
two gardeners.
Okay,
and
yeah, yeah,
from,
yeah.
Like a float, like a
Yeah.
flower float. I don't know.
Oh,
you
yeah,
were
yeah.
te-
And we
like
were
how
all
to talk
working
to
on it
boys.
together.
Oh, it was like
Yeah,
a half
the float
episode
together.
boys, half
Yep.
episode girls, right?
Oh yeah, boys girls.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you were teaching us how to interact with boys. Yes.
Okay.
That's
yeah.
all I remember.
And wait,
from-
I want to know about boys. Is that what you did?
That was the blonde girl, the
shit,
gardener
sorry.
girl. No, but it was the three of us.
Okay, yeah,
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 we were
yeah.
all in like class.
And she
with
was like
Rose.
this southern little.
Yes,
Okay,
yep.
okay.
Wow. Can't wait to get to that
I
stuff.
can't wait.
That's
That's
third
insane.
season.
That
That's
is
deep.
so cool.
Yes.
Now, also, I want to just bring up at lunch we always played games, right?
Do you remember?
Dodge ball. Tell the audience because we talk about it all the time on this
I
podcast.
cannot believe that.
Dude.
I got pummeled in the face.
Felted pummeled. Yes.
Dude.
Who did that?
It was
I
AD.
need to know.
Yo, no, no.
It was an
AD.
adult.
It was a,
Yeah, yeah,
It was an
yeah.
and
adult,
it wasn't a
right?
regular AD. It was a temp AD. It was someone filling in for our normal people.
Oh my god.
And it was a full-blown adult.
Yeah.
who murdered you
I mean,
with a dodgeball.
I had dodgeball marks imprinted
That's what
in
I'm
my
saying.
face.
Literally.
Yes. I feel
And
like we
half
didn't
Half
even
your
see
face
them.
had the texture of the dodgeball, dude. I'm so glad you remember. I'm
That
so
is
glad it
I-
didn't.
wild.
I
Well,
can't.
survived
I think
though.
I didn't think anyone noticed or remembered because I think I just blacked out.
Oh, we
Oh
remember for
my
sure. Did you really?
gosh.
You were like
That's-
concussed?
No, I didn't truly black
No,
out. I
but
was
it
just
was
like,
gnarly.
It's that moment that's like
I just
you have to
don't remember.
yeah.
I remember getting hit, and I remember then being in my room,
Yeah.
and then I remember some adult getting yelled at.
Yeah, he got reprimanded.
He got
for
reprimanded.
sure. And
That was the end of
yeah.
dodgeball.
Yeah, it was in the dodgeball.
No more dodgeball after
Oh
that.
my
Your
gosh.
face was fucked, and we had to film,
was,
and
it
like
was.
they were like icing it, and like
know.
you were hurt and trying to
Yes,
like hold it
I
together.
know. That's so crazy. And of
You
course,
went through a lot
because of my upbringing, I think
Yeah.
I surely still thought it surely was my fault. Like it was my fault, right? Like
No.
my face was in the way.
No, no, no. I get it.
No.
though. I
No.
totally
That
Like
is-
when you grow up, just like
As
being
a
the
child
girl
and as a
all the
woman,
time, that-
yes.
woman,
Yeah.
all of
Mike,
that. You're
surely
like,
my face was in
surely
the
my face was.
way.
I'm
Yep.
so sorry,
Yep.
you guys,
Yep.
for the
Yep.
inconvenience.
He was playing a little too
That
hard.
is
Now,
the
We can do it. We can do
saddest-
it.
I know.
We did play hard. We played hard, but there was no reason. No.
And then
so-
I didn't know that dodgeball got canceled after that. But had I known, I probably would have been mortified. I'm like, no, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's bring
no,
it back.
no,
Oh
no,
my
no.
gosh, talk about
had
more
to
guilt.
be canceled.
Insult
Because
to injury.
Scott Fellows cares about us. Scott Fellows was
Yeah,
like,
that's so true.
that's the end of that. Like,
I cannot believe you
we
guys
can't have
remember
our
that.
cast members.
I was
being-
like, I mean, I was
you had
truly
a
like,
swollen eye,
I
dude.
did.
You
I
got
have remembered the ice packs and all
Such
that.
a trooper.
No, because
You
what's
survived.
crazy is this dodgeball hit you on half of your face.
it's
So
only
half
on
your
that
face
side,
was fine,
textured.
and half had like texture and poof
Texture
and
and
red. It's fucked
I-
up. The rest of the day they're shooting you like this.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, other angle. Turn her this.
I love that this is one of Devin's like core like first fail
yeah, he always
like
does
epic
that.
fail
Yes.
videos in your head.
It's
Oh,
crazy
that's
the things
hilarious.
because there's a ton from Ned's I don't remember. This one is locked,
like
in there.
locked in there.
Well,
I
because
don't
I watched
even remember
an
dodgeball.
adult-
Did I play?
You every
feel
now
like
and again you were
everybody
out there.
played.
Yeah, you were
But
out there.
not regularly.
You were like kind of
maybe
just watching
not.
the balls go by, kind of
Maybe
thing.
not.
Yeah, I didn't. You.
I mean, I got
She was in
there.
there.
You were in there.
She
like,
was in there.
Look, give me the rock. And then this AD, this AD was like,
Funny.
"Hello, 14-year-old girl."
Oh,
Damn.
there was some heat on that one.
Yeah.
There was some heat on that.
Oh, that's hilarious.
You were 17 on the
I was
show.
17.
You and
A
Rob
junior
were
in high school.
fucking
Older.
oldies.
Yeah, yeah. And that's why
And
I
guys,
thought that,
I
yeah.
I
Oh,
was
yeah, you were
exactly
17.
her age.
Oh, damn.
I forgot. I forgot. This is third season. I forgot. This was third
Yeah.
season.
Yes.
I
Yep.
was
Yeah.
15. I forgot.
Still small.
Wait, how old
and
were
Daniel's
you?
the youngest of us
15.
all.
We're the
right?
same age.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm younger. Slightly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so, yeah,
March.
2 months.
Yeah, I'm like 2 months.
Oh, that's
We're the same age.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm still caught up on the first kiss thing that we
No,
did.
that was
I
big
can't
for me because I
believe
was like,
it.
oh, she's older too. Oh, she knows what she's doing. Oh, God.
I love this.
Did we only have one kiss in the show? I feel like we had multiple.
I think.
I feel like multiple.
Really? I only remember one.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
after.
think
Daniel.
There was the turn of. Oh, so I'm just not a
Yeah,
memorable.
not at
first
all.
Kiss,
I mean, those lips.
there was that.
Well, that no, it was
corner
a
turn.
memorable first kiss.
Corner turn. I just feel like there was some other moment where you like either forced it or something.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe yeah.
I
maybe
will.
she
We'll
forced
watch
a
it.
kiss.
Yeah.
I feel like something.
I
we'll-
may,
we'll
I
get
may have.
through it.
Oh yes, you're right.
Yeah.
You like force.
No, okay, the first one was an accident,
Around
and then
the
the
corner.
second one was
Oh.
like, I'm obsessed with you.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
my man's
yeah.
Yeah.
I just went, "Ugh."
Yeah. Yeah.
And at
You're
that
right,
point,
you're right.
you were over the first kiss, and you were
Yes,
like, "Give me."
Yes, give it
Give
to
me
me.
that.
That,
Give me
one
that.
was just an accident. What a shame.
Oh,
Sheesh.
You're right. But I wonder if that was in the same episode or if that was later. Anyways, but
We
you're
were
right.
talking
There were
about
multiple.
we were talking
Yeah.
about how your character really resonates with our shows resonates really big with like our Latino audience.
sure.
And I was just laughing. I'm like, of course Evelyn resonates with the Latino audience because Evelyn's energy is
Just-
big toxica.
Yes.
It's
Novia
it's
tóxica.
big
Sí.
toxica.
I mean, the amount of Spanish messages I receive every now
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a lot. So.
And yeah, I do a lot of my like post in Spanish, and when I posted that one
Oh,
with you, I think it was
uh-huh.
in Spanish. They just ate it up. Man.
Yeah.
So,
That's amazing.
yeah.
filling the inbox up.
What was your first impression of Daniel?
Oh, good question.
I mean, just a lovely guy. Just a lovely, lovely guy. I didn't really know who was younger or older, and so everyone. I mean, and when you enter into a pre-existing world,
yeah.
it's really you don't know what your place is, and so you don't want to be annoying and like assert yourself. So you're just kind of figuring out like who's who.
It really is hard.
Yeah. And so I remember Daniel was just like so warm, so like inviting, so welcoming. So never had any awkward. I never felt awkward or uncomfortable around you. So thank you.
Cool. Epic.
And you guys have just like, I mean, we didn't have a ton of scenes together. So unless you're working together, you're like either in your room or in class.
It's almost like you're not even on the same show. Like you don't have the same.
Yeah. So, but always had very positive interactions with you guys. Like, and it really was it had the family vibe.
Yep.
We say all the time like how lucky we are that we ended up on a Scott Fellows show.
Yes.
Just the best environment.
Yes. Yeah, and I was saying earlier that it's like with all these stories coming out from other shows, kids shows and whatnot, and my friends, and I try to keep acting and personal life pretty separate, and my friends who are like in the know or keeping up with like all these other stories, they're like, Michelle, I had no idea you went through that. I'm like, went through what? They're like, well, all these actors are coming out saying like X, Y, and Z, and I'm like, oh, that was not my experience. I had a lovely time. Honestly, the most stressful thing was the fact that I was still in public school and like trying to do my finals from a set and like all, and trying to get into college, blah, blah, blah. But other than that, like
wow, and those two worlds married.
Yes.
You know, like, and
like
you were
public
kind of
school
talking,
and
just
working on a set.
Right.
going through the school thing.
Yes.
Wow.
I remember my teacher
a
would have
lot.
to give me, like I had to get special permission from my teachers. They would have to send my exams in like a manila envelope sealed, and I would give it to my teacher, like the set teacher. And then, it was just, that was like the most stressful thing. But being on set was amazing. And I remember if I had to get there really early, just like we'd get there, like we'd leave at like 4 a.m. to make
from
there,
Bakersfield,
so a lot of
at 6.
only fond memories, really. There's like truly no negative memory.
Yeah. It was magical.
Tell me a little bit about you were talking to us about your first scene, or where you got a little bit and you went back to your dressing room and Scott sort of like came to you.
Yes.
Tell me about that little.
Yes, I don't remember which episode it was, but there was a monologue that I had, and because Evelyn talks so fast and at a certain rhythm and cadence and emphasis on certain words, it was super long. And for some reason, I could not finish like this paragraph at the same level and energy, because at the time I also didn't have any breath work,
Right.
so I didn't know that mattered. Like I didn't start seeing a voice teacher or breath teacher until as an adult.
And you had
learned.
so
especially for
monologues.
monologues like that.
Yeah.
You literally need
you
to
have
practice
to,
how the
and
fuck
so
you're breathing.
I would always just lose my spot, and we would do it again, and then of course the more you're doing it and not getting it, the more insecure you get. And then I think I just was, and then so Scott was so kind and tender and said, oh, let's just take a break. And I like, professionally went to my room, and I went in there, and I am like bawling my eyes out, just crying because I'm disappointing everyone. It feels like that. Yeah. Thank you for that correction. It's so true.
Yeah.
It feels like you're disappointing everyone. I'm setting production back, know. And then I remember Scott knocks on the door, and I hear him. I'm like, oh, I'm okay. Oh. Hey.
Coming in to tell me I'm fired.
Hi.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm good now. And he's like, you know what? We can turn it around, and you can just finish the last half of the monologue that you can't get then. And I was like, really? And so he like made it work, and he was so for the actors. It was amazing. And so that's why I feel so blessed to have been a part of that, because I never, like, any negativity was just from my own ish coming to the surface, right? And like my own projections and whatnot. So Scott's amazing.
He's
and
an
like
amazing human.
I just didn't realize how good we had it. Because it was my first experience on set.
Cared about us.
Yeah, and even though we're
us.
kids in an adult world, you're working with adults, you're making a
Yes.
show, it's a truly professional environment. Like Scott never lost, like, we're children.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
he's like, I have to take care of these children. Like,
yes.
we're kids.
And that seems like such an obvious thing,
but apparently not.
People miss it.
Apparently on
not.
other sets, apparently not.
Yeah. So, anyways, but you really don't know that until you hear other stories.
I know.
So,
We've had the same kind of
I'm sure.
hearing the stuff of like, wow,
yeah.
we had it so good.
Just great memories
Yeah.
with all of you guys.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
And then, okay, so now take us into your acting journey as
Yeah.
Ned's kind of like wraps
Sure.
up. You go into school.
Ned's wraps up, and then I then start booking a ton because that was my first thing.
Liddy.
But like
There you go.
more like guest stars, commercials, and then
Yeah.
but college was a non-negotiable for my family, so I had to go to college. And then, but I wanted to be as close to LA as possible, and the closest school I got into that was close to LA was UC Irvine, so I went to UC Irvine.
Cool.
And then I tried doing the back and forth auditioning, and that just became really cumbersome. And so I just kind of took a break from acting to focus on school, just get this school thing over with, and I'll get back to acting. And then I picked up photography. A friend of mine asked me to shoot her wedding. I didn't suck at it, and so people just kept asking me to shoot their wedding.
Wow.
And then I studied journalism at school, and then discovered photojournalism, and then worked under my first like non-acting job was being an intern to this like photojournalist who like had won multiple Pulitzer Prizes, and so I learned everything about photography through him. And then from there, I just started my business and then was in school and was shooting. And by the time I graduated, acting had then kind of taken like a back seat. And the only thing that people would every now and again would be like, "Are you from Ned's?" And so that was kind of like, sometimes I feel like if I didn't go to school, I could have just rode the train, But photography took over, and then I started my photography business. Got married, and then for some reason I always knew I wanted to act. Like it was always ever since I was like 10. And I remember my mom said when I was 10, well, you have to like really explore all of your options. I hear the acting industry is really tough, blah, blah, blah. And so I did I did dance, taekwondo, I did music. She just wanted me to explore everything before I went into acting. And then by the time I was 13 or 14, that's when she was like, "Hey, are you still interested in acting?" And I was like, "Yes, absolutely, let's do it." And so she helped me get an agent and then went back and forth. And again, I didn't know at the time, but from the time I had said I wanted to be an actor from 10 to 13, she was just saving and accruing her vacation time because she knew she'd have to use it on me one day.
So sweet.
Dude.
Yeah.
Parents. Oh.
So I know.
Dude.
It's like, it really is a dedication of the parents, you know?
Oh, yeah,
Real.
for sure.
And so I graduated from college, got married, and to be completely honest, I saw that they were going to create the movie Mulan into a live action movie. And I remember thinking, this is going to open up a lot of opportunities for Asian American actors.
Hell yeah. Hell
And
yeah.
this was like on deadline, like in 2012, you know?
Yeah.
The movie didn't come out until COVID. So it's 8 years. And I remember thinking, I need to like be back in the industry by the time this happens.
Catch that.
Dude.
And so then I just went back to class for like, I went to the same acting coach that I went to as a kid, and but of course in her adult class, and
just Michelle in there with the
With
children.
the kids, right?
just starting right
Babysitting.
back where I left off.
Yeah, exactly. Weeping.
And I went back to acting class, went diligently and I said, I'm not even gonna like look for agents until
You're back in the
because like
craft.
it's been years. Like I'm sure the industry's changed.
Yeah.
And then so then I got a manager and then eventually an agent. And again, like my intuition was correct. And by the time I was represented, I was going out like crazy.
Yes.
And then I had a kid.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. And then and it wasn't even an accident. Like we wanted a kid, you know?
Hey.
And but I just didn't know how much children just hijack your life.
Wow.
And in the loveliest way.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
You know? And so cuz you see people do it all.
Yeah.
You know, but you just don't know what it takes.
Yep.
And at what cost. And so So I had a kid, and then unfortunately, COVID hit. And I say fortunately because it forced me to be at home with my kid, a time that I never thought I would.
And not
you know,
worry
and
about
not
going
worry
on,
about yes, and
nowhere
and
to go.
and there was nothing happening. And
good
then
timing.
and so then when the industry started opening back up, and I'm like booking a ton, and my like everything I'm booking is like a little higher, you know. And then I remember I went out for my first feature film as a lead, and it this is the first time I'm talking about this. Like because I keep acting and personal pretty separate. My community doesn't care about my acting life, so and no one really understands. I never lived in LA, so I don't have like a community of actors to like, oh, I just went out for this thing, and I also hate telling my friends like, oh, I have this audition, because then they'll ask me
They
about
ask
it,
dumb
and then I'm like,
questions
I
and
don't.
they don't
I'd rather,
understand.
yeah, exactly.
No, fully.
And so just keep it separate. And so I remember I went out for a feature film, and I went in for a producer session. And then I remember thinking, God, I hope I don't book this, because I didn't want to be away from my family for 6 months. And I didn't know what it would look like for me to like logistically, how is this going to work? Like, and I was like, well, that is such a weird thing to say. Like, I am a working actor, and I'm asking God to help me not book this, my first feature film. And I'm like, okay, something is shifting in me, you know? And anyway, so I didn't end up booking it. And I remember being very relieved. And that was a huge reality check for me. In fact, like the more success I was getting in acting, the more stressed I was getting, because it was now in conflict with this new value I had.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yes.
Preacher.
And so, and so I remember, so then that happened, and I felt like, okay, all right, I'm in the clear. And so I had all these like little like boundaries for myself. I'm like, okay, I'll do any job that films in LA. I'll do, if it's a guest star, if it's like, I'll fly out if I only have to work for a week, or you know, and
restrictions.
but yes, but then it's like you're annoying, like, you know, like I'm like being annoying about, but like, so I would still go out for everything, and then I just found like, again, the more I was booking, the more I was like, oh, I do want to book this one. Oh, I don't want to book that one, but that's like a really good one to get. But then I'd have to figure a lot out. Anyways, long story short, so the casting directors of the movie that I didn't get, they asked to direct book me on a TV show. And so that happened.
Yeah.
I have a now 4-year-old son, Deacon. So when he was 2, he had a seizure in the car. I didn't know what seizures were. I thought he was choking. I pull him out of the car. He is laying limp in my arms, like hanging limp on the side of the road. And I'm screaming for help. And can we just get deep? Is it okay?
Go, baby.
So I literally remember, the day before, I just found out I was pregnant. Okay, so the day before I found out I was pregnant, and we'd been trying. The next day, Deacon has his seizure. I remember being on the side of the road and saying, wow, God, there's like a verse in the Bible that says God gives and takes away. I was like, you are giving new life and you're taking away like my firstborn. And I remember thinking, thank you, God, so much for the 2 years I had with Deacon. Thank you so much for the new life that you're giving. Like, it was just like, I was freaking out, but also I was just like, I was just thankful. I'm like, all right, Lord, like if this is the 2 years I had with Deacon, like, so be it. Like you've provided for me this far. You'll provide for me the rest of my life. Like, you're gonna like get me through this. Wow. And I'm screaming for help. Turns out, it was just a seizure. And so he came out of it, but literally just like looked lifeless.
Wow.
In my arms. Ambulance comes, and so he gets out of it. So that was like traumatic. The next day, I get the message from my agent. They want to direct book you for this TV show. It starts next week.
Whoa.
And I was like, I trying to buy time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, can I see the whole script?
Yeah.
Here's an hour.
Can I see the whole and she's like
No.
she's like no, but I'll ask. And they're like, okay, they really want you, so they're gonna send you the whole script. I'm like, I read the whole script and I'm like, I was just so in conflict because I'm like, then I'm thinking,
And you're pregnant.
Yeah.
and then that same day I miscarry. Yep.
Dude.
I miscarry. So Deacon's alive, but then I miscarry.
Damn.
Wow.
And so that's why, again, my timeline's all messed up, but it was all within a week. This all, I found out I was pregnant.
Oh my
Deacon had a
God.
seizure, and then I got that email from my agent within a week period, and then I miscarried, like, I think within those emails were sent. So then I miscarry, like I don't know how graphic I can get, like I started bleeding in the toilet.
Yeah.
I got the email, and then I remember just being like, I can't, like it's the time, and there's just way too, I'm not, there's just too much going on. And so then my agent was like, it seems like there's a conflict of priority right now. Like, do you need to take a break? I said, yeah. And here's the thing. It was honestly kind of a gift because, actually it was a gift because I don't think I would have ever had the courage to step away from the dream, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And the crazy thing is, and like I say this with trepidation, is I actually, like, because I was so sad about my miscarriage. I didn't realize though that I had a lot more work that had to be done with the letting go of acting, because the miscarriage I had no control over.
Yeah.
The acting I did have a choice, and I let that go. So I feel like I lost almost 2 babies that summer.
Yeah.
Because it's
The
like
dream.
the pursuit of the dream and then there was like all this identity
Oh yeah.
of like, who am I without this pursuit?
Oh yeah.
Why do you why do you always quit as soon as you get so close? Right? Like you could have so it was an intense summer. When was that? 2022.
Wow.
Wait,
Last year.
Yeah, last year.
Dude.
Girl.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. So as of now, I'm not acting.
Yeah.
And I have so much freedom in that because I've resolved like this current season. I know that this season is temporary of mothering littles.
Yeah.
And I no longer have anxiety because I got rid of the thing that was always pending and was in constant conflict with what was keeping me present at home. And also I had a lot of work to be done about like, what it looks like to be just a mom, and so I truly feel like I'm thriving right now as Deacon and Shalom's mom and
Good.
and Kelly's wife, and I just
Yes.
I get to see my family thrive and like pour into them, and
They're beautiful.
like thank
It's a
you,
beautiful thing.
and I feel like I'm raising adults. I'm raising adults,
Thank
not just
you,
kids.
because we need that in
You
the
know,
world.
so-
We need parents who are raising
Yeah,
kids who are going to be ready
yes.
for the fucking world.
I know.
How long after your miscarriage did you get pregnant again?
I think 6 months later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I had Shalom this year.
Wow, man.
This year?
Oh no, not last year. Last
Okay.
year. Sorry. my
yeah,
my-
so it might have been
okay.
2021
Yeah.
or I don't.
Oh
but
yeah, you're right. 2021.
21.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
2021, summer of 2021.
Was all this business?
Yes. Yep, because Deacon hadn't been 2 and he'll
Yeah.
be 4.
That's
now.
right.
Yep,
Oh.
correct. Okay. Crazy.
Wow, dude.
4-year-old.
It's wild.
Dude.
Getting in touch with what really matters, though, like it's so interesting to hear you say, you couldn't do it yourself. It did take other things to kind of
Yes.
happen.
Yes.
But it's putting you in a place to just do this amazing, beautiful thing. For
True.
your family.
There's like freedom and acceptance.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, yeah.
And when you can truly like just be planted and rooted in the season that you're in,
Yeah.
then you're ready for the next season. And
Yeah.
I don't think acting's done. Like I,
Yeah.
I
think,
agree.
yeah.
I
It
literally
doesn't.
get
It
that.
doesn't
vibe.
feel.
I
Yeah,
know.
it doesn't
No.
feel
No.
done
No.
from
yeah,
you.
I don't even say I quit. I never
No.
say I quit. I'm just like,
But this is my season.
This is
And
my
this-
season.
But that's dope. I think we all go through this identity with like the dream is a lot to carry, but it
Yes.
also like lights a fire in us, and it
Yes.
also is part of our
Yes.
identity. And we also, dream. It's a dream. You
Yeah.
dream about it. You think about it. You
Yeah.
chase it. You work for it. It's a big part of us, especially if you started as a kid. And I think we all go through this identity of needing to let it go at times. There was a time where I had no reps in my 20s, and I kind of had that identity thing of just needing to be like, it's fine.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't need to run right now and go
Right.
find reps. It's okay.
Yeah.
You can return to it at any fucking point.
Yep.
Totally.
Yeah.
At any
Yeah.
point, you can get back on it or not.
Right.
It takes
Or
real
not.
strength to come to that
To be
realization,
willing
too.
to
Yeah.
release the control.
It's
release
it's
the-
scarcity mentality, right?
Yes.
Like, you want to
Will I
live out
ever
of
get
abundance,
this again?
not scarcity. And so,
Whoa, Michelle.
But you passed on something like big, but
Yeah.
because you knew that there was something even greater.
yes, and I have
that you
this
needed to
I have
tackle.
this saying that's like anything that costs you your peace is too expensive,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not worth living in like torment or shame and guilt. Like none of that serves us, you know. And so if you like, sometimes you have to pass on opportunities that on paper look really good, or it's like, oh, this is surely what I wanted as a child, right?
Yeah.
This is what I'm supposed to.
This is what I'm
this is
supposed
what I think
to.
I
but this
thought I
doesn't
want.
Feel, like this doesn't feel right. Like
No, could you imagine if
so-
you said yes and we're processing like your
Oh.
miscarriage,
I know.
taking care of your baby, and now
Yes.
trying to pursue this old dream,
Yes.
but when there's other
just in
priorities that are more
conflict.
important,
Conflict,
ooh,
yeah.
Yeah. So
heart, dude.
intense. Thanks for letting
Wow.
me share that.
Oh my
No,
gosh,
this
thank
is
you for
beautiful,
sharing. I learned
man.
so
Oh,
much.
for sure.
what
It's
a
great.
journey.
No, it's really it's
So
nice.
yeah, so you're seeing. So when Daniel reached out, I'm like, I was actually I was apprehensive at first because I was like,
okay, yeah.
is this gonna open up a can of worms? Because there was even like after that for 6 to 8 months, I couldn't watch TV because I was seeing
Yes,
I was
yes.
seeing my friends. I'm like, oh, that I would have gone out for that. Oh, I would have gone out for that. Oh, okay, well, like it's just you just see what you could have been, and that wasn't serving me. It's like,
Yeah.
nope, I know that I'm not supposed to be there. But like that's
But so I
reminding-
won't watch
but so
'cause
I'm
it's
not-
hurting.
Yes, it hurts too much.
Yep.
You
Yeah, it
know?
hurts.
Yep.
I
hurts.
just watched that. I just watched probably my first movie in like months, just
Wow.
because I'm like, I think I'm ready. But like, and it was great.
Yeah.
If you want to see some great craziness in that Asian American representation, Beef,
Oh, Beef, they're
yes,
killing it.
that
Yeah, I'm
was
loving
incredible.
that.
Beef was incredible.
incredible.
I know. Yep.
And like all Asian American cast, I'm like,
know.
hell yes.
know, it
Can
was
we have some stories
amazing.
from not just
Yes.
white people?
White people.
Incredible
So,
show.
but yeah, so when you reached out,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of on and off Instagram. Sometimes it's kind of the same thing. It's like,
Yeah.
I love it, and then I'm like, oh, this is
Not
not good
serving
for
me.
me. This is not serving me. I get off, and I like am like MIA for a while. And so you messaged me, and I was like,
geeked when you responded, but yeah.
yeah, and then and I apologize if I took forever to respond because I just
all
wasn't sure. I was like, I want my yes to be yes and my no to be no,
Oh.
and like,
I love it. That's awesome.
The timing's
That's
literally
awesome.
perfect.
So I was just like, okay. And then the timing didn't work out that
Oh, yeah,
last
the
time,
first time,
right?
yeah.
Yep. And then, but again, I think in the past I would have done anything to make it work because I didn't want to disappoint you guys. And it's like, oh well, this could advance my career.
Dude.
You know, all that nervous energy. And I was like, no, I can't. I'm unable to do that this
Yeah.
time. But
Yeah.
please consider me for next time.
Yeah.
You know.
And we fully understand.
Do it,
That's why I was
baby.
like,
Go.
yeah,
Go
that's
for
great.
it.
I think a lot of kids have that energy, but especially kid actors.
Mm.
We're all shedding that, like,
Yes.
I have to do what they
Yes.
want so that I'm
FOMO.
good.
This is it.
I
This is
need-
it.
This
This
is
is
it.
it. Yeah.
I no.
Yes.
Oh,
It's always
I can't
just around
say-
the corner.
This
Yeah,
will be the thing.
and I can't say no because I have to
Right.
say yes.
I need to be
Right.
committed to this and to use
Yeah,
every
that-
opportunity because they're so
that
scared.
energy that we all grew up with as
Yeah.
kid actors, because it kind of gets ingrained in you. Agents
Totally.
talk to you like it,
Oh,
like
for sure.
well, you have to, you know,
Yes.
You need to be here.
Even our
This is the thing
even
to
our
work out.
supportive parents, like
Yeah.
even the good ones, you know,
Yeah.
they know what you need to be to succeed. So
right.
you're kind of being trained to like,
Groomed. Yes, exactly.
hey, be what everyone needs you to be at all
Exactly,
times. And as an
exactly.
adult,
Always be available.
it's not how.
Yeah, it won't
as an
serve you. It
adult,
does
we
not
have
serve
to
you.
have our yeses be
Yes.
yeses and nos be nos.
Yes. And so, yeah, so when you asked again, I was like, let's do it.
Yeah, because it works out this time.
Because it worked out this time.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yes,
So
baby.
I really believe that health begets health, you know? And so if like I'm going to pursue health, then it's going to attract healthy people and detract unhealthy people. Because if you are, pursuing healthy, like a healthy like lifestyle, mind, body, spirit, it's going to attract the right people and detract the unhealthy people.
Yeah.
And unhealth, same concept, begets unhealthy people. So you just attract each other, and so you weren't pushy, you weren't desperate, you just were like, hey, we have another opportunity, would you like to be a part? I was like, absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
Nice. Way to stay on that, Daniel.
I
Yeah, thanks for
know.
lining
And
that
I
up,
didn't want
Daniel.
to be too pushy too. 'Cause
No.
it's that fine line with actors, because like we're friends, like we're childhood friends.
Yeah.
I have very fond memories of you, and I'm like, I don't want her to think I'm only reaching out for
No.
this.
Right.
I know that's been a weird part of
Oh,
this is that of
interesting.
like, we
How
do
do
want you on, but I do also care about you
Like,
as
yeah,
a
we're
person.
friends.
Like,
That's
Yeah,
why we want
yeah.
you on.
But,
Exactly.
but
And
at the
it's-
same time, it's
like our lives
But
did
it is
go-
what it is.
It is.
Right?
It
It
is.
is also just what it is, and we are all busy adults, and and so we can have a lovely time together and be honest and put it all out on the table.
And that's why we can pick up again like this.
Yes.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Just because
yes,
there's
and
that.
because
started
you
from a good
also
place.
can
Yeah.
never, you can't replace history.
Yeah.
nope.
You can't fabricate it, and so.
Nope.
Anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we all have this in our history. I just get more grateful by the day. There were times where it was sort of painful in the
Oh,
in the
sure.
pursuit of the dream, and
Yes.
Ned's is still the biggest thing I've done.
Yes.
And it's back there, and people are still like, "Hey, I love you in that.
Yeah.
Why aren't you still acting?" And it's like, I've been auditioning for 20 years. Like.
Yes.
I've had identity shit with Ned's for sure, but coming back to do this with these people, getting to see you now it feels like
Does it feel like you're healing?
Oh,
There's a lot of
my
Really?
gosh.
all of us,
Really?
all
It
of
is
us.
crazy, dude.
Healing.
I just feel like there's a frequency that's reached when we are
Wow.
together.
Yeah.
That is like sound therapy or like you know what I mean?
Yes,
Like
yes.
From then,
energy therapy.
Yes.
the
whatever.
vibration
Yeah,
of
the
Ned's
vibration.
is still
Sure.
alive.
Exactly.
And that's where the dream really began for all of us.
Yeah.
I mean, we all started pursuing it before, but Ned's was all of our first
Yeah.
like, whoa,
Right.
I can do this
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And it can be beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone on set is family and fun. We're making something that connects with an audience and means something to them. Like we're making something with heart. Like we all got given this like version of the dream that was really pure and just good life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All of us had good
Totally.
life. And life shifts after that.
For
and
sure.
gets
It really
weirder
does.
and wonkier.
It takes on more pressure. Yep.
And coming back together
Points
is
out
kind
the,
of
the weak spots.
the vulnerabilities.
Yes. Oh, man.
But
Yeah.
but coming back together is healing something.
Wow.
I feel better.
Well, it feels good. It feels like you guys still love each other.
Oh.
and
We do.
I just walked into just a pre-existing like family.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Which
returned
is-
to a
which-
pre-
Which is
Return.
what happened then.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
That's amazing.
I know. Life's
I'm-
cool.
I really, I love what you said about health begets health and whatever your path is, but I really pray that you get a chance to, I don't know, showcase yourself or like
Aw,
perform a play,
thanks.
whatever.
Yeah.
Because like you got it to give, you know?
Oh,
and
thanks.
I think you've been so careful with it. You've been so careful with yourself. And that's going to come back to you, whatever it
Yeah.
is. And even if the whole world is just a stage, like, and even if just
Yeah,
seeing people in this
totally.
energy is it. But I think maybe there's like a awesome role out there. Yeah,
Thanks, girl.
totally.
Yeah. No, when the timing's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And-
Why is timing everything?
I know.
And there is time.
yeah.
Yeah,
no,
there
for
is
sure.
time. Totally
Right,
is.
there is
Thanks
time.
for wanting to raise your children.
Yeah, what
Oh,
a choice.
dear
What's the
Lord.
right
Thank you.
choice? That is the right
I,
choice.
I
Thanks, you
worked
guys.
I worked in this fucking shop, this like retail shop for a while, and we had like a children's book section. It was this super eclectic, cool shop, and so a lot of like Venice-y moms
Sure,
would
sure.
come in,
Yeah.
and I saw a lot of parents with their children, and I saw a lot of parents with their children where I was like, your kid is gonna grow up to be an asshole because you're not present with them. You're
my
not
gosh.
teaching them.
Right.
You're not showing them the
Anything.
in a great way. You're not showing them anything. You're off in your little
Right.
spacey mom land, like talking about your ayahuasca sessions, and I'm
Right.
like, your kid is your ayahuasca. Your kid's right here,
Yeah.
and is you are not present to them,
Yeah.
and they're gonna grow up to not know what the world is and where they
Totally.
bump up against it and how they should
Totally.
behave in it.
Oh, yeah.
It was frightening
Oh,
to see.
for sure.
Frightening.
Well, and I think a lot of parents treat their kids like accessories,
Extensions of
extensions
them.
of themselves. And yeah, like my husband and I, our big thing is we're raising healthy adults.
Yeah.
And that doesn't just happen.
Does not.
It's intentional. And yeah, and I don't know. I just recognize that because it's a short season, once they're like, I don't know, there was this one quote that says like, your kids are only little, right? For like up to 4 or 5. Yes.
Yeah.
And
Why I know that.
yeah, well, because it was a very popular like Instagram
was
reel.
so
like
beautiful.
I
cried.
clip.
Just went through the whole
all,
page
all
of
the
that
videos.
sound.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
take that time.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta really maximize this time for
Yeah.
sure, And so, yeah, but it's definitely it's a choice. Yeah, comes at a cost, of course, but hopefully it'll reap healthy adults and
It
a
already is.
healthy generation.
Which is good for the whole world.
Totally.
Like sending a whole human out there into the world is good for everybody.
Oh, and that reminds me of another thing. As I've grown up, I have, and my parents are amazing. And of course, they're sacrifice and everything. But there are some ways that they have done me a disservice by raising me to be dependent on them, right? And so, because I wasn't raised to be an adult, there's a lot of reparenting I've had to do in my adulting, and now as a new parent, I can see the temptation to do that because you do want to just protect your kids. You do want to just do things for them, make their life easier, but that's not good for us,
Right.
because then we have to learn eventually how to have conflict, that it's okay to be with people you disagree with and have a lovely relationship with. Like there's all these dichotomies that when you're raised like black or white, it's that's not real. That's not real life. And so anyways, that's like another conviction that I have of like, okay, I'm wanting to raise my kids to learn how to deal in a really messy world, not protect them
real
from the messy
world.
world. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So awesome.
Oh my gosh. So inspiring.
I love it.
That was eloquently
Yes.
put too.
So beautiful.
We do need to touch on you being a part of an actual reboot. Ned's Declassified didn't get
Oh,
rebooted,
wow.
but
Yeah.
This
We
was
were on
before you took a
iCarly.
pause? You were on iCarly?
Yeah, this was the month or two before
Wow.
all this went down. Yeah, so I believe still 2021 because I can know by my haircut. Like, yeah,
Your hair
'cause
looks so
My hair's
good.
so long
It
now.
looks so cute.
Yeah, you had a cute like
And I had,
little
yeah,
short.
my pixie, and then it grew out. And yeah, I don't. I'm trying to remember.
How
Was it a guest
Yeah.
spot?
It was a guest spot. What are they called again?
Co-star,
co-star.
co-star.
It was just it was a co-star
Gotcha.
because I go in to like deliver a gift to Freddie.
Okay.
And he like
Nathan Kress, right?
yes, and like I flirt with him, but he's not picking it up, and then he closes the door on me, and that's the end of that.
All right.
So that was quick, but it was kind of weird. I was like, I feel like I should be doing a Ned's reboot before I do an iCarly reboot.
Right?
Right? Somebody get it together.
Hey,
Universe,
yeah.
make it happen, universe.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I said it here.
We need the force of all your like.
Yeah, we
she's
need
gonna
everyone.
Push it over.
Yeah, we need
Yeah.
everyone.
We need everybody,
The energy
yeah.
that this lady brings.
I know.
Like, whoa.
So yeah, but it was great. I'm trying to remember because it was the first time. I guess when they're shooting pilots, they're no longer shooting the first episode of the pilot. They're I don't know for all.
Oh
but
yeah,
like,
sometimes they
to
for a
get a
pilot
different
now
energy.
they give you like what would the fourth episode
Yes,
be
so
like?
I believe I did like the third episode, but
That's
it
been
was
happening
the
now.
first. But it was the first time everyone was on set together.
Oh,
Wow.
interesting.
So it was really cool because it then felt like I was, even though I was just a co-star,
Yeah.
they treated us all
You're
the
part of that
same
energy
because we're
coming
all
back.
part of day one,
nice,
but it
nice.
was episode 3.
Yeah.
And so Miranda was amazing and Nathan, and so it was great. And
Awesome.
then Phil, the guy he was in Sweet
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
The Sweet Life of
he's
Yeah,
great.
he's
Phil
so
directed.
funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Phil.
He was
Phil.
yeah, yeah.
Collins?
Yeah,
Phil's
Mosby.
awesome.
Mosby, right?
Is it
Yep.
Collins?
He was
But-
Mosby,
or is
but
that
That's his name on Sweet Life. I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's his name? Phil. Lewis,
Lewis.
Phil
Oh, I
Lewis.
said
yes,
Phil
yes.
Collins.
I did some like acting camps with that
different
guy.
guy.
Phil Collins,
Morris.
the singer. Philip Morris, right?
Good.
Yeah, that was great. But yeah, it felt weird to be with them and not with you guys.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, I honestly did low key feel. You know how like in certain commercials they're like or auditions they'll say like, "Have you done another car ad?" I sort of felt like I needed to out myself. I was like, "I've been on Ned's. I'm on Ned's. I'm a Ned's diehard."
I'm Team Ned still.
Yeah.
We love you so much. This has
I
been
love you.
so
Just amazing.
freaking
Thank
cool,
you for
man.
blessing us.
I felt
here.
like you were my counselor for
Oh
a
my
little bit.
I
You
know.
did
Yeah.
I
so
kept.
much.
Well, counselors aren't supposed to talk as much as I do.
No, it's really so great to like hear about your life. Like this is the first time seeing you since then.
I know,
So, like,
and it's so bright.
beautiful.
so
I have nothing
beautiful.
but fond memories of us on
Yeah.
set, and I feel the same now
It's
seeing
always
you.
been
It
so
makes me wish we had
wholesome.
hung out more.
Thank
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah.
No.
This is-
See, I had to go through some phases of my life to be able to come back
I
here.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. We
Wait, what do
all
you
had.
mind?
I
I see. I see.
I had to come
yeah.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to come through
Had to do some
times.
healing
Yes.
so I can
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
embrace this.
Yes.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah. Seeing you is like now more a part of this healing journey of Ned's.
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
man, I'm like, I am more whole now.
Yes.
Goodness.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing. you
What a
guys.
blessing,
Thank you
man.
So
What a
much
blessing.
for inviting
Yes.
me.
Oh, can you send us off with a?
Oh yeah, so you've already dropped a ton of nuggets,
of
but
nuggets,
yeah.
can you send us off? What's one tip
Oh.
for adults at home?
Yes.
Just one.
Oh.
You've already dropped mad nuggets.
Is there like a transition line, like, or do I just?
Just-
say,
no,
I love it. but no.
We should
You
come up
just
with one, but
Yeah.
no, just
I
like
know.
Tip of the
what's
day.
one tip for life for our generation at home
yes.
that has grown up with us.
I mean, you cannot. Is there a camera I should look at?
I know one. Which
red.
one's
The
red?
red.
Yeah, this
Okay.
one's red. Yeah.
Oh, is that how they do it?
that's the switcher. Is like.
I never. I was like, how do they know?
I just realized that as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, give her that close up
How
one.
do the Peloton
Dang.
teachers
Oh.
know?
Oh, so many of them. That's your close up though, right there. That's your
Okay,
close-up.
that's amazing. You can't go wrong with just being present with the people that you're with. Is that okay?
That's
I love
beautiful.
that.
awesome.
Another
That's
one?
awesome.
Beautiful. It's the same.
That's how
You've
I
already
felt from
dropped
you today.
a bunch of nuggets.
You made me more present, and I would love people who do that. These fuckers do that. Yeah.
It's so perfect. So good to
you
see you. Love
We
you too.
love you so much.
Maybe we'll have you back by the time we get to third season and are watching your episodes. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
if you would, that'd be great.
do that.
Yes.
Because that's
Yes.
like a year from now
Oh,
at least.
where
By the
are
time
you
we
guys
get,
at right now?
we're still in season
14.
one.
Yeah,
Oh,
still in
okay,
season
okay.
one.
Because all of our
14.
episodes are 2
Oh, right,
episodes,
seven
so we're
double.
breaking. Each episode
way
is
to
2.
milk it.
We're milking.
Right?
Way to milk it.
Yeah, baby.
We're stretching.
Uh-huh.
So
Good.
third
Why?
season, we're probably next year
Yeah.
sometime.
Hey,
Yeah.
We'll bring it back.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And all you toxic girlfriends and boyfriends, you can change.
Right?
Not
Right?
toxic at all.
This is what's underneath.
Change your
that
ways.
fear.
Change your ways,
Be Emily
Toxicas.
Wong as a young person.
Yeah.
I mean, be her if you need to work that out. Like, there's no shame in
but
like
change.
letting it out.
but do change,
once you
yes.
know about it,
Change.
he cut me
I
off.
guess
He
just
doesn't.
withhold one mean statement.
Withhold one mean statement.
Withhold one mean statement today.
Yeah.
That's my
You gotta start
advice
somewhere.
today. You're enough.
Peace out.
Love you.
Love you all.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to our patrons who help make sure that this pod can keep going. We really appreciate you. And a special shout out to our top tier Super Friends.
Super Friends.
Daniel, what time is it?
Oh, it's time for the Super Friends dance. Super Friends dance.
Super Friends dance.
We love you guys. If you want to check out our Patreon, it's patreon.com/NedsPod. We got some fun tiers. We do live streams and BTS. And it helps sustain our pod.
Shimmy.
It's a Super Friend shimmy.
Super Friends shim.
This one's a Super Friend
shim.
It's a shimmy.
What's up, guys? Thank you for watching this episode of Ned's Declassified Podcast Survival Guide. If you can't get enough of us, we got clips over on the Podco YouTube channel. You can check them out there. And if you really can't get enough of us, we got a ton of extra content and live streams and live Q&As on Patreon. And that helps support this podcast and help us keep going and make it possible. So we love you for that. Check out the links in the description, and thanks for tuning in.